Well, flows get disrupted
exactly
to test the strength of the stream.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
But, you know, you clicked on some good content. It's LOI in the building. You know, this is the pre-show segment of the show.
Yes.
We like to let it run for about, like, you know, 50, maybe hour 16. However creative we're feeling.
Yeah. However bored we are, you know what I mean? It really depends.
But just in case you couldn't read behind this backpack on the desk that has my name tag, I am Tone Groove.
J Nobles, white man. On the board.
In this bitch.
Where the fuck is Fmac?
He is in Charlotte dealing.
Cleaning up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That nigga's cleaning house.
Yeah. Sweeping the streets of Charlotte with his smile.
Fmac is a concept. I feel like Fmac is a concept, and he could be a symbol to like a greater cure that this generation of men is going through.
Well, Fmac he's the best friend to honestly have because his approach, right? Like him as a person is just so open. Like he comes at you with a smile. And in terms of like, you know, if you want to talk about like the game, like if you out with, you know, your homeboys trying to get some bitches or something, he is like, what do you like the grenade? Before you clear a room, you throw a grenade in there. And that grenade sets shits off. You get what I mean? That's what disperses the enemies. It makes them blind. They get concussed.
He's the Agent Orange.
And that's what he is. It's like you throw him in that room, it's like, oh my God, the bitches are blinded for a second, and then you go in. You know what I mean? You get the insurgents, whatever ones you want.
That nigga's a flashbang.
He's a flash. Well, but
no, he's a mozzarella stick.
Well,
he's an appetizer for the full course meal.
Yeah, he's all that, but he's something better than a mozzarella, dog. Bitches love mozzarellas, but he's more of a crab wonton. He's a crab wonton.
Rangoon or whatever.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know what you're trying to say.
You don't know crab
wonton? He's trying to say the Rangoon.
Yeah, you're trying to say Rangoon. Yeah.
Oh, it's right.
Oh, wonton is like some kind of, that's like a cracker, right?
You talking about this shit.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. That shit.
Fmac is a bottomless basket of onion rings at Arby's.
Look, he is the guy. You want to go clear a room, throw that motherfucker in there, dog. Like, just get him blinded for a second. But, you know, fuck it. He doesn't care. We was outside in Charlotte. We saw Mike, Sideshow, El Custo. Mavi was in the building. He didn't perform.
Neonte. Or Ninote. It just depends on how you want to say it.
No, it's not. It's Neonte.
You know, it's taste and preferences.
It was a good show, though. It was a very good show. We drove out to Charlotte. It was kind of last minute, but we met up with Fmac, right? And, you know, he brought his boogie board, too.
A word.
For those of you that don't know, Fmac, he has like a boogie board, a long board. So we call him like when we're an hour and a half away. He's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm at this clothes shop. You know what I mean? I'm just riding around on my boogie board. You know what I mean? Just basking in the city and shit. But we ended up getting there. We ended up meeting him at that clothing store, or kind of close. He was getting food and shit. Yeah. But
terrible food.
But, you know, we looking at the clothes, vintage clothes. I forgot the name of it. I would shout him out, you know.
Because they had a dope thrift store. Like, I've been to a couple thrift spots to where it's like, I know the idea of what a thrift store should be just based off like all the things I've heard.
If you're around North Carolina and you've been to Charlotte, it's literally in the dead of the city, right next to the Red Eye restaurant or around the area. But
a shitty place to eat, by the way.
Yeah, apparently the fries are mediocre, which that's terrible. That creates every if you
can't do good French fries,
I
can't trust steak, I can't trust chicken tenders, because that's so much harder to accomplish.
Exactly.
But regardless, though, we met up with Fmac in the city, and Fmac, like we were saying earlier, it's just a certain level of openness. He lives his life how authors do. Authors go to a new place. Yeah. They discover the culture. They mix and mingle with the people, and then they get stories. That's where it derives from. Fmac has that same level of approach. He's our Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah. And
where did we meet him at? We was at the it was at the thrift store.
Yeah, it was at the thrift store. And so we was talking shit, and I guess, you know, he had went inside or whatever, and he had found four lonely bunnies. You get what I'm saying? No home. Just jumping around. don't even have carrots in their mouth.
Damn.
So he came with carrots and a smile.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I had walked in.
Yeah.
Because I had walked in. The thrift store was so crazy that like we had spent the bulk of time looking at shit that was outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn, there's a whole indoors. I walked in. I see this nigga Fmac. He's standing in the middle of the hallway and there's 3 white bitches just, what? You're not from here? He's like, nah. I'm from Raleigh. And I was like, yo, this I was looking at them. I was like, they not my steeds, but I respect. It's just immediate respect for the animal that is Mac.
You drove that board here?
Oh my God. All the way from Raleigh?
No, of course not. I drove.
He's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm just coming here to see Mike. Mike.
Yeah.
Who's Mike? But, you know, that's just what Fmac do. I don't even remember the moral of the story of why we brought that up. But just know, anytime that his name is Fmac for a reason.
It's a prime example of why his name is Fmac. And it's just, you know, another story to tell. Like,
Friendly Mac.
Hey, man.
The Friendly Mac. Lauren, you was talking about it a little bit earlier before we started recording. Apparently, this is just Fmac though, dog. Like, super, he is extrovert.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what that is.
For sure.
He just is extrovert. Like, I walk around with the ability.
Yeah.
I could charm the fuck out of anybody.
Yeah.
I just don't always have that motivation. I'm like, bruh, I'm going through inner turmoil.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
I'm thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. This nigga Fmac is just, hey guys.
Willing.
Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, there's nothing there's nothing to be that happy about.
But I've
at this current moment.
We need to take Fmac to like the Star Bar. We need to see him in an environment that he isn't necessarily used to.
Speak of the
Nigga,
devil.
have you even been to the Star Bar, nigga?
No.
What are you talking about?
That's where I'm from, though, nigga.
No,
that's
you're
where
not.
I'm from,
What you
nigga.
talking about?
Oh, that's some shit.
God damn, I didn't know it was going to start playing. Turn off. Go.
God damn, nigga.
I ain't been to the Star Bar in years.
Word.
Yeah, a long time.
Word. They need to close it down. I rode past that shit the other day. I was like,
be
damn.
wild shit happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I do want to bring Fmac to like a more unfriendly environment. You know what I mean? Hostile. To where it's like, okay, that normal bang that you do is beautiful, but we need a little bit more ballistics.
Because Fmac's personality works in like this version of the world. But there's another side of the world, you know, a culture where it's like that smiles, honestly, it does the opposite effect. It's like,
it's not disarming. It's
Yeah,
more,
but hold on. But you not giving him credit though for being a man who knows where he at. Like, you think he gonna be the same exact type nigga? I'm trying to defend my Brody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
so
on some
glad
real
you're doing
shit.
that. I'm so glad you're
just
doing
saying
that.
in general.
He's not here.
I'm so glad you're doing
He's
that.
not here to defend
But you
himself.
got to give him some credit on that part. Like, come on.
Of course.
son.
And of course, Lauren, you are right. But this is why he's so good in his environment that I have to give him another test. We have to see. We
Yeah.
have to see if he's really.
He gonna be all right.
He's
trust it.
so
Yeah.
good in
Wait,
that
hold on.
environment that you got to hit.
It's like
gonna
I
be
think
all
he's going to be all right.
Yeah, he
but
gonna
I
be
don't
just
need
fine.
you to think he's going to be all right too.
Why?
Because it's like, first of all,
No, he don't.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, he don't
He's making it up.
No, I'm saying that it's like he's gonna be all right. It's like, look, we get it. He's your boy, but nigga, you shit, nigga.
Nah, I'm just trying to be the other side of this.
Well,
I mean,
that's
you
what
over
friends
here-
are actually supposed to
Yeah.
do. You know, you're not supposed to constantly remind niggas of what they're bad at. That's how we get down. But not all friends are like that.
Oh
But
my
he don't
God,
even know
oh
he
my
bad at it. That's my point. I'm saying you drawing a point and a conclusion, which is fair based on what you've seen. But I'm saying I understand the test you're trying to put him through, but put him through it. I'm just saying I think he's gonna be fine. You still got to do
I
your
got
test.
you.
You,
I
still
got-
got to do.
okay,
You still
I
got to
got-
let the experiment happen.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
And
I'm all for that.
I want to say
Yeah.
this. Fmac is a great, like I said, he's the best guy to go out with. Like, he's the best guy to go out with.
Yeah, for
you know
sure,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
of course, he might not be the funniest. You know, he might not. He might be clumsy, but he's still the best guy to go out with. Like, he's cool as shit. People love him, and it's like
He's a warm presence.
he's
sure.
a warm presence.
F-Mac at the end of the day is a warm presence that even if you don't like the nigga, you don't hate him.
And you feel
And that says a lot. It's easier. I feel like it's harder to get people to not hate you than it is to get them to like you.
I gotta think about that.
That's why first impressions are difficult, because it's just like you can immediately get put into a bracket in my head that's like unfuckwittable. Like, this nigga's an asshole. He's a dickhead. And like, it's easy to do that, but to make somebody instantly like you, it's different. It takes a different level of skill and talent. I think Fmac has it. I do want to test him in different arenas, but overall, you know, I'm pretty proud of this nigga.
Yeah.
Pretty proud. He had me looking around like, damn, why am I so curmudgeon-y right now? I need to loosen up. I'm in fucking Charlotte. Like, why am I mad?
You are supposed to be on a different level, you know what I'm saying? When you're outside of your city, you're supposed to be turned up a little bit on all, you know, everything's heightened.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Fmac, he was on 10, like he was gonna go see his favorite artist. It was white women.
We were fucking with his whole process. Like, Fmac's plan was to go to Charlotte by himself.
Yeah, he was going to have some crazy stories.
Lone renegade. He's got his hotel. He found his shelter, and he was going to house some whores.
Yeah.
Which is what you should do in that situation. But, you know, shout out to Mac.
Be a warm presence that he is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, man. You gotta Fmac's the guy, man.
The niggas like sunlight. Comment
down below who's y'all Fmac in y'all lives. In terms of like just a happy-go-lucky motherfucker. You know? Who's good to be around. Because there's some people that radiate happiness, but it's still like, okay, we get it, nigga, you're fucking happy. But Fmac's happiness is like, oh shit, like, I feel like there's some real good happiness going on, nigga. It doesn't feel like he's trying, it's not pushy. That's just what he is. You get what I mean? Like some people try to push happiness. And it's like, okay, it's good, but I don't need it to be pushed. Like, you could just be who you are.
I don't know, but
some people are fighting through that shit. They fighting through all the other drama and trauma happening
and shit that they thinking about.
Yeah, and then they trying to push the happy shit, and you can look at them and be like, "Nigga, just be real."
But on the flip side,
that's the only reason that pushing happiness is bad, because you pushing it against my curmudgeonness, and I want to keep this shit intact right now, nigga. Like, I stacked it properly, so I was depressed. Why are you fucking with me?
For sure.
Or
I determined my life sucks. Trust me, I thought about this.
Hell yeah.
Or if I feel like
I know I ain't shit and it's not getting better, I don't want hope.
Yeah. Or if
hope is torture.
Or if I feel like my life is good right now and I don't want to go higher than that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go higher than, I'm happy. I don't want to go higher than that because it can only go down. Yeah. I can't keep going up. Nigga, Gandhi dead. There's no leaders. Fucking, who else meditates anymore, nigga? Like,
well, I mean, some of these niggas was murdered. But you're right. Achieving like peak ecstasy, there's only a crash that can happen after that. It's like what Will Smith was talking about. We was talking about it on stream, but what was the phrase that he termed? Like tippy top?
And what's our stream name again?
Shout out LOI to stream. I want to give you guys a definitive time and day.
We can right now.
That we'll do it consistently.
We can right now.
I think we can say with absolute certainty that LOI the show will be streaming consistently on Tuesdays.
8
o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30?
7:30 to 8 for sure. Because that's just perfect for us. We beat traffic.
In and out.
Now, Wednesday, not going to happen. Maybe just for we host shows on Wednesdays. Follow us on IG for all updates. Thursdays, for sure. But it all depends on, like, if, like, niggas got to watch they like, that has to happen.
Literally that kind of stupid shit that happens.
But Tuesdays, for sure. But follow us on LOI, the show. IG, Instagram, lower thirds. You've seen it pop up for all updates on the rest of the weekdays. But we're about to be going crazy. So, I mean, shit. If niggas is free, like, If
niggas is free, you better be there. LOI the show is about to take on a whole new level of vigor.
Yeah.
We want it and we need it now.
Let's be real. Like, I don't think we really talked about it on the pod. But in terms of how hard we was pushing years ago, it was a different level
of hunger.
It was a different level of hunger. And I'm not, it's nothing sad about it. Like, it was just a different level of hunger. We was just everywhere. Like, if it was an opening, nigga, we was taking it.
Yeah. And we just got to be honest and recognize that shit. Like, last week, somebody commented on the pod. They was like, y'all need to step it up. And at first I was like, nigga, what kind of advice is this? Like, you didn't even tell me what we're doing wrong, what part we're doing it wrong in. But it's like he didn't need to. He just needed me to tell me to step it up. I already know what to do with that because I know the areas we need to step it up in.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like we're smart guys. We talk about this all the time, but for some reason, an outer push, it can mean so much more sometimes, or maybe that's just
It does.
It's just the tiny that tiny push.
You know what it is about outer stimulation? It's unforgiving. Like,
Yeah,
you can be as hard as you want on yourself, but there is a certain level of grace that you're gonna extend because you know the context. Like,
Yeah.
on the outside, that same person that commented could just tell you straight up, "Hey, Jay Nobles, I think you lazy and ignorant," and you might feel lazy and ignorant inside, but you know why you're lazy or ignorant. Or you're at least just showing those characteristics.
Exactly.
So you kind of start going through your head of like, well, he don't even know. Like, my mom did this shit. It cost for this.
Well,
he don't give a fuck about that. He's just being objective. Like, yo, nigga, I see blue. I'm calling it blue. I don't give a fuck if it used to be turquoise and now it's coming into like more of
purple.
a navy. Like, all that nuance shit. It don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Blue is blue.
but it's still like an outer source from. And I don't know.
And I'm glad.
And it's
And I'm glad he did it. Well, hold on. We're not about to make it seem like this whole new resurgence is coming from the comments.
That's why I started off with an outer push. A little outer push can just be that final. And it's
the outer push like puts everything that we stacked up on the floor.
Yeah.
And now something has to get addressed because it's on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
You know, we got to clean up at least.
Yeah.
But it's something powerful about it.
It's something powerful about it, nigga. You know, something powerful about it. But you know, we're about to be hitting from all angles.
All of them. No pause. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
like literally no pause.
We're going to fuck the game.
Yeah.
Every hole.
Yeah. We're gonna get in there with consent. Maybe a little bit of CNC. But that's what they want, though. That's what they want. We can't do nothing
If
about
that's
that.
what the game wants, that's what I have to deliver to the game. But trust me, game, it's coming.
Yeah.
With vigor. Regardless.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're also a little bit older now. And I think that you got to go through that whole journey. The journey of like you young and dumb with no knowledge or experience. So all you have is ambition and eager. And then once you build something, you're like, damn, I actually built something. Now I'm chilling here.
Yeah.
And then you just get comfortable chilling there. And to the point where you don't even realize, okay, I could like add some new carpets.
Yeah.
Those curtains are old.
Yeah.
There's a crack in that window. Like, there's certain things that need to be fixed structurally in this home, and I just been living in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I haven't been maximizing the potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
And you know,
Lauren know what we talking about.
and you know, and exactly what you said, like we just got to focus on the little things on the ground first. We forgot about the little things on the ground. We kept focusing on like the fucking wallpaper, which is big, but nigga, it's like pins and shit on the ground.
It's pins and shit.
Ironically, we actually cleaned this shit up beautifully. What was it, a couple days ago? Fuck it. But we cleaned this shit up and it looks great in here.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And that's the first step. You know what I mean? That's what Jordan B. Peterson used to talk about back in the day before he got radicalized. He's like, nigga, clean your room.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
Niggas got opinions on other people, and their bed isn't even made.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I don't want to hear what you have to say about me if your bed ain't made.
Did you make your bed this morning?
Of course.
Good shit.
I'm not gonna lie and act like, you know, that's some consistent shit. But it happened.
Yeah, but it happened, nigga.
It happened this morning.
And nobody said anything to question you.
You're only as good as your last game.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Fuck last season, nigga.
That's
What
what
you do last quarter?
That's what
Facts.
that's what the scouts say.
That's what the scouts say. That's what the fans say. Shit, that's what the ops say.
Electrolyte.
Electrolyte.
What have you been saying?
Electrolyte.
Why are you That's terrible.
Electrolyte?
Yeah, the fact that they named it that, that's what.
It's Hispanic though. Don't be ignorant,
No,
Lauren.
it's not.
Electrolyte.
That's not Hispanic.
We already talked about this. Type it in. It's Hispanic. We already talked about this. It's electrolyte. There's no E at the end. So it's not English. Right? Mr. Alphabet?
What do you mean? What?
Yeah, nah.
It's a product name. It could be anything they
What
wanted
the
to.
fuck are you
Not
talking about?
not necessarily. If they had an E on the end.
English all over this shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's actually no Spanish on it. But the thing is, I fuck with this brand of electrolytes. It's pretty good. I feel like niggas get caught up on the marketing of like Gatorade and the different flavors and all that shit. I went to this one gas station. They had every colorway of this. Is it really electrolyte?
Come on, dog. Just look at it. It's electrolyte.
Yes, that's electrolyte.
Electrolyte. Yeah, well, shout out electrolyte. Y'all niggas actually hydrate, motherfuckers.
Nah, it's
You drink electrolyte, you can feel that shit in your brain.
It's electrolytes in this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. It's all kinds of minerals and shit. There's something. The consistency of the liquid is different. I don't want to say it's soapy, but it's a little medicine-y, right?
Let me see.
It's not just like a regular water base. It feels a little gelatinous. What, you don't know that word? And there's something about that makes me feel like it's working better. I don't know. It might just be placebo, but placebo works.
I don't know, dog. I think it's just... I don't know what it could be. Maybe the magnesium.
Oh God!
Just look for the biggest word on the
just
back.
look for the biggest, the one he doesn't understand. Said the 𝙾𝚂𝚃. But yeah, I think shit. I've been trying to maximize placebo in my life because I'm realizing that this is like a real thing that I could tap into. I could trick my brain into doing things.
Yeah, you can.
Into believing that it's working.
Yep.
What would you do first?
I don't even know. It's like I got to figure out what's my biggest problem first. And then go from there.
Yeah, trick yourself over that problem first.
Like if it's financial, it's just like, all right, boom. I don't make enough money. I want to make at least $1,000 a week. How do I placebo my way into that shit? Because you can't just go, I have $1,000 a week. That's too wishy-washy. That's too like...
You can do that.
Like I fuck with spirituality, but the whole like...
It's all the same. You probably have to do it all. You have to hit every hole, man.
So what are the holes?
The first hole, like you said, is all right, I want to get $1,000 a week. All right. I want to get $1,000 a week. The second one is I have it. You get what I mean?
Okay, I'm following.
And the
is
third
this
one
on Monday or is this on Tuesday?
It's every day. And then the third one is like no words. You just have money. You just close your eyes and have money.
I just start mentally spending the shit.
Like you just start buying shit.
And then what day does the money come?
When you put into action, you never skip the step of action. That always happens, but you have to do.
Nigga, you supposed to be listening them out.
No, but I'm saying though, you're talking about mental. You're talking about mental, spiritual shit. So I'm saying those are the steps. You still have to like go out and work. But you have to. That's the way of tricking. You have to trick
how
your
am I
brain.
ever supposed to get anything done?
You have to trick your brain on every level.
Like just to have that mindset to not limit what could happen. Because I think that's really what the benefit is of that whole spiritual thinking shit. To where it's like, all right, you want to have the abundance mindset. You don't want to have an idea and then immediately just start being like, oh, that was stupid. It's not real. How the fuck am I gonna achieve that? Like you want to think, okay, this can happen. And if this can happen, that means this can happen as well. And if those two things happen in unison, the world is at my oyster. The world is in my palms.
The world is at my
The world
oyster.
is at my oysters. The world is at my oysters, nigga. My clams. It's got all these pearls. But literally,
Yes.
that's how it works. I think I figured it out. I feel $1,000 richer now.
Wait, the fact that Lauren, that shit didn't work. This nigga said $1,000. Like that's
Well,
you can go.
I
higher
calculated
than that.
I calculated that number on purpose because I was trying to figure out where I stood in juxtaposition to the poverty line. And I realized I was way under that shit. I was like, damn. So I started doing the calculations. I was like, all right, I need this amount of money a week to be at this point in time or life in society.
Yeah.
And, now that I have the raw data, trying to figure out how to make that leap. I'm trying to woo way my way into this shit, dog. I know where I'm going. I just got to figure out how to get there.
Oh my god!
I'm
What is this, Lauren?
I'm $1,000 away a week from being Fmac, from just being happy, open.
Yeah.
Just the world is me and me is the world, and that's all it has to be. But what did you Google right here? The federal poverty line for 2025 for the 48 contiguous states. in the District of Columbia is as follows. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. So for a single person, you need to be, is this income a year?
Yeah.
$15,000, 650. Fuck it, I read it wrong. It's early.
But nah,
family of two, $21,000. Family of three, $26,000. Family of four, $32,000.
That's really nothing, bro.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's really nothing.
Family of four, nigga. Goddamn.
Even for a single person.
Now,
Is this correct?
That's nothing.
I make like a little under. I'm pretty sure maybe like if it, that like the raw number.
Damn, they got you doing that?
What you mean they got you doing that?
What the fuck?
We work at the same job, so you're not making much more money.
That's what I'm
than me.
saying. They got you doing that. Shit.
How much money you make a year? Do you even know?
Shit. It hasn't been a year yet. But just based off of the hours, shit. How much you make?
You can calculate how much you're projected to make a year just based off like we get paid every week. So all you gotta do is multiply that by 52.
Yeah, but it's also based on like hours and shit. Like,
yeah, you get paid based off your hourly rate, but what you get paid a week is what you work. So if you just scale that to 52, that's what you're making a year.
All right, well, I make more. But
he's also poor. We work at the same corporation. You're poor, nigga. But you made me forget what my overall point was. See, my $1,000 is getting further away from me.
Nigga, because it was never there,
a week
nigga.
is getting so much further away.
The only thing on the bright side about being that poor, there's a lot of benefits.
If you want to,
there's a lot of, that's the only bright side that's really keeping you alive.
You talking about on the poverty line?
On the poverty line, like it's especially depending on how
that's
you.
That's really low. 15 bands
that's
per
crazy.
person is really low.
That's incredibly. Like
I feel like that's what people fake to get all the benefits.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's what people. I don't know.
How much do you have to be getting paid an hour to make $15,000 a year?
It's really nothing, man.
I feel like there's people mining uranium in South Africa making more money than that.
Yeah, that's really nothing because I think like that's probably like $7 something an hour.
I was about to say that's waitress tips, nigga.
But
yeah, I take a 8-hour day at $7, or let's say $8 an hour for eight hours is $64 in a day. 5 days out the week, that's $320 a week.
Good
52
God.
weeks.
That's high school money.
$16,000 a year at $8.
That's how quick it happens.
Yeah.
Now Google jobs that pay $8 an hour.
Crazy.
It's homeless dudes in LA making more than that shit.
They got tents and mattresses way more expensive than that. niggas said this bums with assets.
And they got it for free.
They said it's difficult to precisely 8.
It is difficult to find jobs paying precisely $8 an hour, but most entry-level positions, especially in the U.S., are typically at or above the minimum wage, which is $7.25 in most places. Oh, shit, this is actually a perfect segue.
Some positions that might be found in this range might include remote customer service, data entry, or entry-level positions in fields like healthcare support. Damn.
Now, this was supposed to be a topic for the main show, but, you know, we do what we want here. I own this shit. Go to the one that says it's bow time. So, like, have y'all been paying attention to the, I don't want to say revolution. I don't even want to say they're starting a union because it doesn't seem like that's what it is either. But
yeah,
Bojangles workers have been protesting against their terrible working conditions, the low income that they receive for these working conditions, and these niggas are fed up with it. I have no idea who this young lady is. I want to learn her name because I respect her. I see what she's fighting for, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, at least motherfuckers is fighting. That's what it takes.
Yeah, I think this story, it broke like a week ago. I remember seeing this video. I was like, okay, this is good. I was actually surprised that out of all the chains, Bojangles is finally catching up. I was kind of surprised about that because I feel like this happened at, of course, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
This has happened at McDonald's and Chick-fil-A?
I feel like it. Like it's, you don't think so?
In terms of what, like
just people
people
striking for more money.
I don't know.
I feel like this is the first time this has happened for Bojangles, and maybe it. And if you break it down, it probably doesn't matter because they're all owned by the same people. But regardless, you know. But yeah, Lauren, let's do this.
Google it, but yeah, just let's see what her comments and her concerns are, because nigga, this is powerful.
by just grabbing fries. I get burned all the time, slicing my finger, just grabbing fries. Yeah, and it lasts for days. So imagine every single day we're coming here, getting cut and burned for 7 to 10 hours. Imagine how many cuts and burns you get in 7 to 10 hours of constantly working. So only get paid $12? That's not enough. That won't even cover my hospital bill if I get a 3rd-degree burn. That is one more reason why we demand $25 an hour. Get burnt by just...
Pause real quick.
I want to hear wait, I really want to hear this again, just the first part.
Okay.
Grabbing fries. I get burned all the time, slicing my finger, just grabbing fries. Yeah, and it lasts for days. So imagine every single day we're coming here, getting cut and burned for 7 to 10 hours. Imagine how many cuts and burns you get in 7 to 10 hours. Of constant.
I like that. It sounds like
You like cuts and burns?
It sounds like she's talking about slavery. I feel like they're gonna win with that. It's like it sounds like real like she was one step away from going like it's almost like bringing back past memories or past traumas.
I don't think she's saying it's that bad, but it's just like the level, what they had to go through.
Jesus, having fun. But yeah,
What they have to go through for what they're getting is not enough. And I feel
Damn
like
right.
I feel like how the fuck can you pay $12 an hour? Like you want me to dedicate like majority of my life to working here and then not be able to go and live my life after I can leave this fucking building? $12 an hour doesn't make you enough money to pay for much shit.
Nope.
nah.
To shelter, car note, insurance, especially all the bullshit that they make us pay for. There's a lot of things that we just have to pay for.
Yeah,
You can't be running around with no car insurance.
that's true.
You got to pay registration. So it's like there. And I used to always listen to motherfuckers that was like, "Yo, we need like a universal basic income, or just like," and we have it. It's called minimum wage, but it's not a livable wage.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Like, how could the
I don't know what
smallest amount of money to pay a person not be a livable salary? How is that the minimum wage?
It's all based capitalism. It's
Orange thinking.
I don't know what side of this I'm on yet because I don't know what type of worker she is.
Express
that's-
yourself though.
I don't know what type of worker she is. I don't know if she's a good worker or not.
Oh well, you're making it about her, and
Well,
it's not about her.
It's not about her. And
It's
I
about
understand-
people who
and
work.
Yes, but it's also about people who I've seen people who work at these jobs who get paid like very little, work well, get a little bit of raises, and then also understand that they work well, so they move out of those jobs because they work well. And they've done something good enough and they end up getting a different job and stuff like that. And it's not going to be everybody's opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who have like, history, other things happening to them where they can't get a certain job because of their past, blah, blah, blah. They have to work in places like this. They should still be able to get a livable wage. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to give somebody something that's they can't just live off of. But I don't know what side I'm on this yet because it's like I've worked these jobs. I've been this person.
But how old were you?
Probably all
I worked,
ages.
I've worked all ages. I mean, I worked from when I was young, at like 15. I was at
Yeah.
Wendy's. I worked at Panera Bread from when I was 17 to 21. I wasn't making no money there.
Yeah,
I started off making like
exactly.
$8 an hour.
And-
you know what I'm saying? And then I went up to like 9 something. And that was the height of my
And you
Panera
weren't a
Bread rise.
manager, right? You
No,
weren't a
but
manager?
but you know what I did? I just worked my ass off a little bit when I was there. And I mean, I was about to be, but they were like gearing me up for that.
How much did the manager?
It wasn't enough. It was like 13. It was nothing crazy.
When I was working at McDonald's, there
was
were
like 13.
there were 2 managers specifically that were around our age that was making like 17, 18.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they were like around our age. So
Yeah. So it's like you can get into those positions and get a little
But
bit.
you just have to
You just
work.
have to work. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm not saying it's not a perfect system.
The world is not a perfect system, and the world, unfortunately, isn't made equal. How much should somebody at Bojangles be making? Should it vary? Should it vary on case? Maybe that could be a thing we do where it's just all right. You tell me your situation.
But that's why I got into sales, right? Because when I was working at Panera, the manager at the Verizon that was down the corner who came to Panera all the time, he used to be like, "Man, I love your attitude, like the way you work and shit like that. I got a job opening up. You should come by interview, blah blah blah." I ended up going there, but it was also because I felt like I was putting in all this work here at Panera, and I'm getting paid almost the same thing these niggas is getting paid. I know I'm working harder than these niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, ain't no way I deserve to be getting paid what they pay. Like you said, like it should be based on merit, right? Almost.
Yeah.
So I went into sales because I realized like what you put in into that is what you get out.
And the industries matter. Like,
but if everybody did that, then where would Bojangles be?
Not everybody's gonna do that. Yeah, but
not.
I still believe in livable
But
wages.
so what about the people who have to work at Bojangles? That's what I'm saying.
It's
Because somebody has to work at Bojangles.
Yeah, for sure.
High schoolers and teenagers go to school until like 2:40, and then they could go work at Bojangles.
Right.
But
Somebody else
the
gotta
world
work.
wouldn't be able to run smooth if Bojangles only open when high schoolers were able to work. There are always going to be somebody 40, 35 working in that motherfucker.
I don't want to sound like this guy either. But
And to the point that you were saying about how like the world isn't perfect, it isn't fair. That is true. But we choose the problems that we want to solve. There was a point in time where you couldn't call somebody in China. And we could easily just been like, that's how the world is. Like, what the fuck you want us to do? But we figured out how to make that not an issue anymore.
But also, can we say that, like, in this world, it's not fair, but you are able to change your conditions?
Look at what
You are able to change your conditions. Like,
she's trying to.
This is self-agency.
Of course. And this is cool, but as long as this could take, could she find like another job? And there's so many different caveats. Where does she stay? It might not be that many options. She might have to drive an hour and a half.
And
It's
also,
so many different.
Also, you gotta live your life for where you're at in your life at that moment too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at certain points in your life, you're gonna have to sacrifice a little more than others.
Yeah.
So how else are you living your life outside of this? I'm not trying to make a case for them. Oh, they should get paid 12. I'm not trying to say that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, if this is where you at right now, how are you maximizing that first and foremost? Figure that out, and then plot on getting out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like. Just do what you can with what you got. Figure out how you can maximize that shit first, and then say, all right, how the fuck can I get up out of this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the case. It could be. She could be doing everything right. These people could be doing everything right. But sometimes when you in these positions, you gotta.
We can afford to. Bojangles can afford to pay people more.
For sure, all these companies can.
If Bojangles,
I think the minimum wage should be higher.
If the CEO of Bojangles is like, yo, we're just bullshitting. I'm throwing out numbers. I make $100 million a year.
But hold on. Look at this. $12 an hour. You work 40 hours a week, right? So 12 times 40 is $480 a week, which is not much. Times 52 weeks. So that's only $24,000.
You didn't even take out taxes.
No, exactly. So I think
Which is some shit that we're
it's
born
terrible.
having to pay
It's
for.
actually terrible. It's a poverty thing. I think everybody.
$1,000.
I think minimum wage could be at least 15, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like minimum. If you're talking about minimum wage,
I think it's got to be higher.
Can we?
I think 15.
What's
for
the
minimum?
What's the minimum wage in North Carolina?
Like 725.
Yeah,
It's like
725, right?
It's $725.
Nobody's really doing that anymore. Niggas is getting paid like 12 minimum, like low key.
15.
Yeah, like 15.
Most of the
Low key,
time
most
it's
people it's
15.
15.
The
I'm
only-
saying
That's the average pay. That's not the minimum wage.
Of course, but the only place where I know they're paying less than that, it has to be McDonald's. In North Carolina, the minimum wage is $7.25.
Yeah.
Has been since 2009 and applies to most employees in the state.
Yeah, but look at this though. Look at this. What's minimum wage at like Chick-fil-A?
Gotta be 19.
I have no idea. What is it? 15?
Average at 12, but can be from here to 21.
The range can be from 725 to 2160
I feel like I've seen.
per hour.
I feel like I've seen wanted like help shit that says like 18 an hour.
People live off of
and like
Chick-fil-A.
fucking Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, it'd be like 18 an hour. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
People live off of Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
dog. Those managers be making a lot of money.
Yeah, they be making bread. Like the managers and shit like that. They be doing all right. But it's like I think that's terrible. But I think those jobs are there to attract the people that will be willing to work there, deal with the conditions, and get paid that. I think all of this is set up that way.
So
a-
in other words, like they're taking advantage of people who don't have a choice.
Not necessarily have
as
a
a
choice,
society.
but who choose to. They're
You
taking.
see what I'm saying, though, Lauren?
Yes,
like,
but they are- but that's
they're
what companies
not.
are
They're
gonna
not
do.
convincing like CEOs' sons
The world isn't
to
perfect.
come and work for
But the world
$12.50
ain't.
an hour.
But the world ain't perfect, and that's what the world is going to do. Everybody's going to.
And this
go,
is what I'm
go in there
saying
straight
about.
their
And this is what I'm
interests.
saying about that whole perfect world shit is that we choose when we want to solve certain issues.
For sure.
We pick and choose when we want the world to be perfect.
For sure.
And when we want it to work, and when we want to just be like, hey, nigga, hey, do it yourself.
For sure.
But also, like, we're not economists. So it's so many, like, we don't know what that would do. But also, what was I about to ask? What was y'all talking about?
Minimum wage.
Yeah, there was a great
Being
conversation about
fucking
minimum
poor
wage.
working at Bojangles, nigga.
Lauren, what were you saying?
I was overall though, because Lauren had said something earlier that made me think that, like, dog, if the CEO of Bojangles say he's making $100 million a year, If he was like, let me just profit $90 million a year, give 10 back into the company, what could that do?
As AI.
Have we ever, like Google, has anybody ever done that?
Wait,
Yeah.
say it
Has
again.
anybody ever been like, yo, $100 million is a lot for me to make a year. Let me do 90, 80, and put the rest back into the. What would that do to the world?
I forgot the name of
That
his,
won't happen.
I forgot the name of
It's
his
not a-
company, but there was a white dude and he did exactly that. And it was, the story was big because it happened during COVID. Like he was already giving all the
that's
money
what I'm
back to his
saying, yeah.
employees, but during COVID, he
did all that,
really
yeah.
He really
went
took
broke.
care of his
Paid for,
people.
yeah,
But
paid-
as a society, don't you think, like, structurally,
Yeah.
right? Now, I agree with you on, like, we choose to fix certain problems.
We pick and choose.
And-
And you shouldn't be able to call somebody in China.
I should be able to call somebody in China.
No,
nigga.
just based off of like how the world already was, using that whole "this is what is." You shouldn't have been able to do it, but somebody was like, "Nah, fuck that shit." I can see past it.
Evolution.
I'm trying to understand the point there.
I get what you're saying. Evolution has
You're
a
small.
certain. Evolution is really on a one straight line, and sometimes it's like that line divots into other shit where it be like gender roles, the evolution of gender roles, where it's like
That means it's not a straight line.
It's not
though.
straight. Yeah, I don't know.
but-
That means it's not linear.
but
It's
it's
boom, boom. I get
but
what you're
for
saying,
the most
though.
part, naturally, as the animal, like we want to get to place faster. It's like, so we're going to build a fucking car, and from a car to an airplane. But structural, like as a society, don't you think it's good to have something of a building stone, like a building?
that's what- that's
Yeah,
what-
like a
okay.
stepping
Well,
So
hold
that's
on,
what I-
hold on.
that's
Let him explain it first because I'm still trying to understand.
Don't
what
you
you're
think it's kind of important to have some type of stepping stone in this society, especially to where we're going, where most people are fucking lazy,
In this type of
and
system.
the internet has just decimated, the critical thinking. Think Like a Lawyer by Colin. Fucking, it's a black dude. But
What do you mean by stepping stone?
Bojangles, like that's a job you get. You
I
in
know
high
what that
school.
means, but I'm
I know.
asking you to explain.
I know. You in high school. That's a job that you build upon. Like it keeps you. What Lauren was saying. Like at a certain point in your life, that's where you're at. You probably shouldn't even be handling accounts. You shouldn't be an AE as a 16-year-old making like $30 an hour. Bojangles is that stepping stone, and then from there, college. Not saying college is right because that's a whole nother thing that it could be a scam, it couldn't be. It depends on your perspective. But college, and then you get up in a perfect world. If you're moving correctly, you get a better job than Bojangles. Maybe you go up to, I don't know, Harris Teeter. Maybe. Like, I don't know. But you get the point. It's you building upon your life. Not everything.
But that's what I was saying. I was saying that number, that job, like it's there for people who were just making $7.25 an hour, just making $8 an hour. They now up there, they doing that. They're comfortable with this 12. Like there's people out there who take that and live with that. There's immigrants or other people, right, who come from here and they're like, oh, this is great. You know what I'm saying? They know how to live with that and feed off that. They got family help. They doing what they doing as a unit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as a capitalist society, it's not perfect. It's not good, but they're going to keep that number there because they know they can get away with that number. And that number is going to be happy for some people. The corporations and people who like big business and all that. They're going to keep it that way. But there is also a lot of resources today that we all have for ourselves that me personally, like I've had a lot of jobs. I've actually jumped from job to job. I've had a lot of jobs, a lot of experiences, different industries. You know what I'm saying? I've made good money in various industries. But I used a lot of my resources that were just out there for me. I used to go online when I was about to go to a fucking interview and be like, what are good interview questions to ask? What do you ask the interviewer?
Have you ever been on food stamps? Any government assistance?
No, I haven't been on like food stamps myself.
But
No,
in
no.
terms of just trying to like
but
get
I'm
into
saying-
your point, those are like other things that
resources.
can help.
Yeah. But
So overall, what you guys are saying is that
well, I guess I'm kind of finished, but all I was saying is that like the overarching theme is what I'm saying is that there are certain moments in your life where you're going to be at certain points. You try to maximize that moment as much as you can, take in what information you can, and find out what's out there. Especially if you not happy with where you at, find out what's out there. Do some digging, search, and try to see what you can find. It's not going to be perfect. I'm just saying I think that's a place that to start.
Yeah. And well, so nobody's saying that people shouldn't have agency of themselves and that you should Nobody's saying that you should just go and work a job and just be numb after that. Like, you're supposed to take care of yourself. You're supposed to make sure you put yourself in the best position to succeed. But we have the resources to where, like, people who are starting off on that stepping stone could be a little bit higher.
Absolutely.
And then for the people who don't, because Lauren, you got to understand that you aren't the average person. Like, you have ambition. That isn't something that's just normal. That's just like we're all born with just a certain amount of, I want to conquer the fucking world. Some people are okay maintaining just a regular, steady lifestyle.
And that's not Lauren's fault.
But that's what I was also saying. Some people are okay with that $12 an hour. Maintain it.
But nobody's okay with $12 an hour.
There are.
Nobody's
Lauren,
okay with $12 an hour.
That's the thing.
There are people who make do with what they can, but like it doesn't have to be set up that way.
The system makes you lazy. It makes you complacent. So it's like, y'all are both right. There are people.
I feel like I haven't been able to explain myself. But keep going.
First, don't say that, nigga. Don't you dare.
Nigga, hold on.
You've been explaining yourself the whole time. You've been doing a great job, Tony. You're amazing.
Totally.
But look, y'all are both right, but it's still, there are people that are okay with the 12, get their food stamps on the side, and the little.
They're okay with the 12 because they need the
same
food stamps on
time,
the side.
These corporations, they're scummy.
Exactly.
But at the same,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
they're scummy. But
what?
I'm also kind of with like getting it out the mud a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, let shit be bad. How you figure out yourself a little bit. Like, let shit be bad. Like, a little bit.
But
like,
what you got to understand is that, like,
I don't mean
you were taught to feel that way. Like the whole pull yourself. Like, you got to understand, niggas. You got to understand that niggas created a world and then they told you that you had to navigate it yourself. They made it difficult and they told you it's supposed to be difficult.
Yeah.
Get through it.
I'm not saying pull yourself up by the bootstraps. I'm not saying that everybody should do that, or I'm not saying
that's kind of what it sounded like. But that's the argument that you made.
No, the argument
you proceeded to make the pull yourself up by the bootstrap shit. Like, use your own resources.
I'm about to forget my argument because I never even got to it, to keep it a bean.
I'm talking about the argument you've already presented, but it's okay.
Hey, Lauren, just what would you say?
Go ahead, Lauren. It's important.
So I don't remember.
Okay, you were saying though, I understand the sentiment of what you're saying, especially in the time we're living in right now, where, like you were saying, most people are fucking lazy. Like, I even made that point. Like, most people just, they don't have it in them.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That's most people.
I have to disagree. It's weird, right? Like, nature versus human. Did we create this world, or did we spawn into this shit and, like, this is what we saw, and that's how we interpreted what this world was because of nature? Like, I don't know what came first. If we was like, damn, this is a good world, let's fuck it up. Or if we was like, damn, this shit is fucked up, I gotta be worse than this. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's really all our fault per se, but it's still
man, there's a lot of people in fucked up situations who get in these fucked up places not by chance but by circumstance, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who have to deal with that for sure. And there are people who get out of it and there are people who don't. And they
my
end up
family
being in that place.
My family.
Go ahead.
My bad, Lauren.
Go ahead.
My family, right? I talk about like Skyline. It's nothing there, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's my family still lives there. I love them and shit, but like my family ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my family ain't shit.
I feel it.
You feel me? And it's not like I still love them. It's like, okay, it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want to move.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do anything that can better themselves.
Yeah.
They want to stay like, some of them scumbags, really only one of them. I'll tell you that story later. That shit's crazy, you know. But they don't want to better themselves. Not all of them, but some of them.
Some of them.
And that's them. And they've had you know, options and different things in their life that they could have taken advantage of. But the system creates complacency on top of just that, the human mind of, it's like, you know, we're very fickle. So once we're comfortable, nigga, I got a TV, air conditioning, you know, public housing, $5 on rent.
That stuff is tough for me because it's like I'm an empathetic person.
You don't believe in that?
Nah, I understand people's circumstances because I've seen a lot of circumstances with people I met in my life and the people in their life and their families, shit like that, or even some of my family. Like, my family I know as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's things I've seen, and sometimes it's like you meet some of those people too, and some of those people you're like, this is fucked up and you shouldn't be here and you deserve more. And then some people you're like, I don't know if I feel bad for you.
Bitch, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I feel bad for you.
Bitch, you ain't shit.
The worse off you are as a person, the less empathy we're gonna have for your situation to begin with.
Right.
But ultimately, like we live in a world where there's a certain amount of resources, there's a certain amount of food, there's a certain amount of money. There are people at the top who control the
All of that
distribution
shit.
of those
fucked
resources.
up. Yeah.
And it doesn't always trickle down to the people
Hell no.
who actually need it.
Hell no.
All I'm saying is it doesn't have to be that way, but it's designed that way. And they designed it to make us think that it's our fault that it's happening to us.
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
we're disagreeing with you on that.
like literally, like you're born into a world to where it's like all the wealth and real shit is at the top. And it's on them
Yeah.
to let some of that shit trickle down.
And
I agree
think
with
this-
you on that,
I mean,
yeah.
And I'm saying that it doesn't have to be that way.
And no,
it does
but
not.
that's
We agree with
Bojangles don't have to
Hold on,
pay
real quick.
$12.50 an hour.
And I
They
don't-
could pay more
For sure.
and have the CEO of Bojangles still be a very rich
For
dude.
sure.
But you know what? Capitalism. What's the word?
What
fuck. I don't
What
know
if
the word.
keeping them
I agree
poor
with
makes
you.
the chicken better? And to your point, right? What if like nobody was disagreeing with that? But I think we were talking.
sounded like Lauren
I
was,
think
'cause that's all my
first
point
of
has
all-
ever been.
I
first
said
of
at the
all,
beginning that I agree with that.
And so that's why I
We were
said I feel like I haven't
okay.
articulated
Oh my-
what I'm trying to say
oh my-
well.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I forgot it's your podcast too.
Probably because you're yelling. But nigga, you were talking about something completely different. Like that's on a higher level conversation, yes.
But
we
that's
can-
what this is. That's the reason that these
Yeah.
people are outside protesting at Bojangles right now. It's the same dynamic.
Yes.
There's wealth and resources here, and we're at the bottom, making him wealthy and resourceful, and we don't feel the effects of this.
Yes,
we don't
but-
feel the effects of all the hard work I'm putting in. They work harder than the nigga that owns Bojangles.
Yes, we understand.
It don't look like
We
it.
agree with that.
So the whole work harder, you get more. It's like, yeah, that's true, but to a certain extent, dog.
not even just work
because you're
harder.
not working as hard as Steve Jobs.
It's not even just work harder. That's never what it was. It was also just like there's a place and a point in your life for this too. Like there could be a place and a point, and it could just be a place and point in your life where like sometimes that 12 is a come up for a nigga who is on his rise trying to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a lot. I'm not saying it should be 12. I've been said I think it should be bare minimum.
Yeah.
At minimum wage should be 15. You know what I'm saying? I think minimum. That's the bottom.
18
You know what I'm
now.
saying?
It should probably be higher.
But I say that because most places
I
don't
say
start you at
25.
minimum.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Most places don't start you at minimum. There's a few jobs that are actually minimum, but most jobs aren't just really minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And-
saying? So
and-
that's why I said minimum should be 15.
Because a lot of
But-
times with those jobs, you know, real quick, Lauren.
Yeah, you good.
You talk to the manager and you can
Yeah,
you
like
get a little dollar if you
come
tell
on,
them what's
yeah,
going on.
It's not, yeah, for sure.
Like
It's
that
not-
happens.
Nobody's
Maybe.
most people aren't really
Maybe.
at
That
Maybe,
happens.
but it happens. But come on,
But how many
it's
people
not that simple.
you know are at 725? Come on. 725 an hour.
Not a lot.
Exactly. Most people aren't really at minimum. So I'm just saying the actual verbal minimum should be 15 is what I think.
And that's the whole propaganda about the minimum is like they have the minimum and then they give you a number
More.
that's above that.
Correct.
So mentally you think, oh, I'm good. I'm not, at least not at
Correct.
the minimum, even though knowing damn well that number still ain't shit.
Ain't shit.
But is
it
that up,
still isn't enough.
But is that up? Isn't that up to the person to know they're getting fucked and to not stay complacent?
Yes, but what we have to understand is that not everybody is gonna know that. And we know about humans that there are very few shepherds and a whole bunch of fucking sheep.
For sure.
So we could organize society to where our sheep don't get fucked up. That is like a worthwhile pursuit.
For sure. We all
That
want a
we
better
could
world.
put money, intelligence, resources to figuring out that shit as opposed to like, yo, how the fuck do we make iPhones skinnier?
Yes.
It's all about what issue you want to solve.
So that's something I thought about before too. Does just more money make the world better all the way around?
I think
If everybody's making more money at all these jobs, no matter what,
Money.
how
is
does the world look?
Money is the biggest. sin.
money is the biggest fraud that everybody believes in.
Yeah. It's
We don't need money.
Isn't it? Sometimes I wonder if it's more so about others having more than we have than it is about we having what we need or what we want.
There's no
Because of like humans, we always seem to want more. And when we see people with more, we get envious, we get jealous. Niggas some niggas they steal rob because they have to because they're under poverty, but some niggas do it because it's like that nigga got something I want.
You can't cut peasants' heads off anymore. So you have to have another type of currency to keep people in control. You have to have another type of thought pattern, religion, to keep people in control. So that's all.
If you want to control people.
If you want to control people, which is what
they want to do.
Which they want to do.
Which is why we have that shit. Because before, niggas were perfectly fine just trading and bartering amongst ourselves.
Just cool shit.
That was a real free market to where it's like, okay, shit, I make fucking jewelry with beads and shit. Let me go see if I can get some bacon from this nigga.
And now I remember taking a history class in college. Money has been around the concept for a lot. Forever. But
for a long time.
For a very long time.
For a very long time.
But at least it was some real shit.
And it was fucked up from the start.
It was.
Yep.
But you know, the thing is, I guess, is like these problems that we want to fix with just a more like a higher minimum wage, which I do believe there should be, but like these problems don't get fixed just off of that. Like
why? Hold on. What problem? Because we're saying these problems. Like, what problem are you talking about? The problem
of not being able to live your life because of the minimum wage problem. Like me making $12 an hour, me making $18 an hour based on my choices, I still might not be able to live the proper way. So it's like
at least it's your fault.
Yeah, but I mean,
at least it's your fault.
But like for me, I'm not making this argument. I'm really not. I'm just saying the person could make that argument, saying that you making this amount at this time have to make a certain amount of sacrifices to do whatever you have to do at this time to try to get past this point. And if you're not making those sacrifices a certain way because you want to live your life however you're going to, then you're going to remain.
Why do I have to sacrifice though? Why is it that you get to be cool?
Because we live on Earth, my nigga.
Living in Barbados.
Because we live.
Drinking mimosas.
Because we're born.
And it's like, hey, you stupid idiot. You just got to sacrifice. Bruh, and maybe you'll get like me one day.
Because we stand where we sit.
If that was, they don't want you to get like
because we stand where we sit, nigga. We don't choose our circumstance when we're born. You stand where you sit, nigga. I fucking sit down here. Like, this is where I'm at. So I stand here, nigga. This is how I got to get up and do my shit. If I was born in India and I was born a certain way, nigga, I got to get up and do my shit this way. It's not fair. The world ain't fucking fair, nigga. That's just the world. But like, I think when we got to face the world like that as people, like the shit ain't fair for nobody.
Okay, so I think we're thinking about it on two different levels. Like, you're thinking about it just on, like, you're still in the matrix and trying to figure out how to get through that shit. And I'm talking about destroying the whole system.
I agree with that,
And the fact that you have to wake up in the matrix and be like, oh, shit, it's cold over there, it's cold over there. I'm talking about the reason that all that shit exists to begin with.
I agree with that, though.
You think the system in some weird way is keeping everybody...
I don't get what you're arguing.
I'm arguing
if you agree with all this, what exactly do you disagree with in what I'm saying?
My argument is that, like, the matrix is here for the moment. Live through it a certain way until we figure out how to destroy it.
That's why I disagree. Live through it. Like, I want to destroy it, nigga.
Then how are you going to destroy it if you can't get past it, bro?
I want to infiltrate it from the inside.
How you going to infiltrate it?
We talked about this on stream. And
learn how to fucking beat the matrix before you destroy it.
He asked me a question. He asked me a question.
I asked him the same question on stream.
Go ahead. What was you saying? Tone groove.
You've been yelling this whole time. Talk. What you say?
I'm not the only nigga yelling. We're having fun.
Yeah, we are.
Are we not having fun? We can stop if we're not having fun.
No, I'm cool.
I'm about to say, I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah, no, we solid.
I'm about to say, I'm broke. I can't afford to get hurt.
Yeah,
no.
I don't have health insurance.
But no, I agree.
Bojangles don't give health insurance.
The thing that I've been saying the whole time is that, like, first off, again, I think minimum wage should be higher. I think that this is a noble cause. All that shit. I think all of that shit. I think the industry should be. The system should change. I think the matrix is bullshit. But I think that...
Which is the point of this whole conversation.
Absolutely.
So I don't get what we argue, but keep going.
It's just a conversation, really. It's not really so much of an argument. But I do think that you have to learn how to, like, be the top player in the matrix before you can start to destroy the matrix.
And
know what I'm saying?
That's the bullshit that they told you to keep you playing the game, Lauren. That's what keeps you playing the game. To where if you like, okay, this is how it is, but at least if I beat the game, I'll be able to get to the end of the shit. Nigga, it's a trick.
I'm not getting to the end of the game.
Trap.
No, it's not. It's not a trick.
No, but you just said that you have to play the game to get to the end. That's what you said.
Yes,
brother. All I can argue against is what you're giving me, my nigga.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. I'm telling you. Okay, so I played the game. I started out at $7.25 an hour. Okay, my first job when it was the minimum wage was actually $5 an hour or something like that. I've been in positions. Luckily, where I've been able to make damn near 6 figures one of the years of my life, right? So like I've been able to do certain things to build up and do better. At this point, I own a home, right? So what I'm trying to do for myself at least is I'm not trying to stay in the matrix, but I am trying to level up within it, right? Because I can't kill it myself. I don't see anybody coming to kill it for me. Like, I'm just stuck in this motherfucker where I'm at. So right now I'm trying to make the best of it so that whoever comes behind me can start at a better place and then get past it too and continue the righteous fucking cause. But it's like, I can't just talk about the shit and say I want to demolish it. Of course I do. What the fuck am I going to do to demolish it? I'm not that person who has the power.
I can tell you.
He can't.
You do have the power.
Ask him the question. Ask him the same shit.
What's the fucking power? What am I going to do?
First of all, I told you where to go. So if you want to play that, we can play that shit. But nigga, I told you where to go to find the information. You've excluded yourself from this conversation.
Oh my God.
You can't participate anymore.
Don't you think the system...
Lauren, it's on us.
Okay.
If we woke up and decided to stop doing this bullshit, it takes everybody doing it collectively. And the reason it won't happen is because of all the shit that you had said earlier about having to play the game first and then trying to destroy the game.
It's not even playing the game for real, but continue though. I didn't have a better way to say it. I didn't have a better way to say it. Continue.
You can acknowledge that I inferred what you said based off what you said.
Yes, and I just said that.
So you're telling me that that's not what you meant, but you do know that is what you said, right?
I did say that. I said
okay,
that
so because you every time I bring it up, you go, that's not what I said.
No, I didn't say
that's what you said.
I didn't say this. I said I didn't mean to say it that way. Like, I just didn't have a better way to say what I mean.
How else could you say it then?
Oh my God!
So I'm not feeding into the
system
because
you're playing the game to destroy it, and I'm saying that that's the first way in losing.
So
that's all I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is like I didn't mean to say like playing the game, because I'm not like choosing to be in this situation and saying I'm just gonna play the game and be a part of this matrix. I'm actually trying to circumvent it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to circumvent it.
You're trying to commit. You're trying to commit espionage. There's two ways. I'm trying to. There's not just one way of destroying the system. The best way is for everybody to go, hey, let's just take every day off forever.
Right.
That's the only way.
Right.
That is the only way
of doing it is.
How did these niggas who were at the top get around this?
Martin Luther King got funded by other niggas.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just black people funding the black cause. Like, it was other people funding our cause. So it's like, it's not just one way of getting to where you want to go.
There is one way, because nothing has worked before. We're still in capitalism. We're still living it today. Martin Luther King did what he did. It didn't work. And not to say that there were because I don't want to say that there was no lasting impacts from the civil rights movement. That's just ignorant. Of course, progress was made, but that's social progress for us. It's not like overthrowing the whole capitalistic system that puts poor people against each other and makes white poor people think that they're better just because they're white. They're also in the game too, and they don't even fucking realize that shit either. But the only way to destroy it is to not play. Because the only way it works is if we play.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything. We're doing all of the work.
But
industries fall too
But
fast.
And this is what I was trying to say to Tone, that like,
I don't know how
when you're talking about revolutions, man, like a lot of people really don't want a revolution.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Most people don't want a revolution. Most people just want to have a bed that might be a little bit firm, because if it's too soft, you sag and it's like it gets bad. Most people just want their lives to be okay. Yeah. That most people just want to raise their kids and have their kids have 4 properties when they hit 18.
Sheep and the shepherd.
And
who are you though? Who are y'all?
I'm neither, nigga.
A revolution, you have to risk.
You have the lion.
In a revolution, you have to risk your loved ones' lives.
I'm only leading my family.
You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot to. It's easy to say yo, let's just start a revolution. Like, a revolution needs to happen. But
that's the only way. And if at the end of the day, the majority of people don't want it, that's on them. It's on them.
So this matrix
Let them be willing.
This capitalism matrix that we're talking about, this is all within the confines of the U.S., right?
No, capitalism is a global enterprise.
Yeah, so
that shit is it affects everything.
Right. So is there a way to live with this system while not being in the matrix?
Is there a way to
where you're living within the system and you're not a part of the problem, but you're also not being controlled by the problem?
No, it's impossible.
It's impossible, right?
It's literally impossible.
Playing the game in itself, you already lost.
What is playing the game?
Playing the game is subscribing to things, subscribing to insurance.
Playing the game.
It's literally everything that you stress about, Lauren, everything that we stress about, we're playing the game.
So if you're doing it successfully, you're just playing the game better?
Exactly.
So
And-
if I'm making enough money in my life, if I make $200,000 because I'm just doing the proper the game,
Exactly.
and I'm living fine, I'm not struggling or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
is that what have I done incorrectly? What as a person, as a human?
You haven't.
what have I done?
You haven't done anything correctly, but
Incorrectly, yeah.
And you said, what have you done incorrectly?
Yeah.
You haven't done anything incorrectly, but you have to understand that if you're playing the game, you being up means somebody's really down. So if
Very
and
down.
like that's the you have to know that. You have to know that like I want a fast car. I know that somebody somewhere got hurt.
So you believe in like more of a
Get my minerals
socialist
from my-
ideas?
You said what?
Believe in more of like socialist ideas? Like
No,
socialist-
not per se. I'm more of a middle ground nigga because at the it's I don't know. Like I want
Most people don't know enough
everybody-
about socialism to even understand
Yeah,
like
Correct,
what it could
correct.
be.
But on a base generalized knowledge that everybody thinks it is, where it's like universal basic income type shit, and
Well,
everybody's
it's,
like,
that's not what it's not universal
You
basic
know, I
income.
know,
It's
but-
the power being in the worker's hands.
hands. I know.
People.
I'm saying generalized understanding.
But you want to know the funny? I think in most cases, no matter which foundation, which socialism, capitalism, people are animals, and for the most part, we're kind of stupid. So we're gonna fuck it up.
It's gonna be the same thing. Again.
We're gonna fuck it up. So we just have to figure out which shit we want to eat.
And
We
my
want
thing-
we want the smushy one. We want the hard one. It's like it's all gonna be bad because we're people. It's the animal we are.
Yeah.
It's something that we won't be able to change because people are innately abusive to a certain extent.
Yeah, we have sheep and we have shepherds, but as long as our shepherds keep following the other shepherds, we're all fucked.
Do you think the idea of what we have now keeps people together? And then when I say keep people together, I mean like people go to the grocery store and don't like try to bite each other's ears off. It's not that many road rages happening where people crashing in each other.
Well,
like people
no, that's
aren't
not
animals.
true. Niggas fight in grocery stores.
yes, but
there
I'm
are
saying-
road rage accidents.
That is
the
true,
baby
but-
shot a nigga in Walmart.
That was a publicity stunt.
It don't matter.
But you get that was
So, like,
that
you just made it
hold on,
seem
hold on,
like-
hold on. I get it. I
Aight,
get it.
aight.
I
You
get
made
it.
a crazy argument.
I get it. Fuck, you're allowed to come on, man.
Walmart
Don't be
is
so
where you
dense.
shoot niggas.
Walmart is not where you shoot
That's
niggas.
where you go to pop
This is
a nigga.
America.
What do you mean?
Oh shit!
But keep
I'm
going.
saying okay.
You know-
I was saying that for all it's worth, for all it's worth,
For what it's worth.
for what it's worth.
I'm just like, right.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well,
It's a Dave Chappelle special called For What It's Worth. It's a classic.
for what the oysters are.
Yeah.
What we have now, it kind of keeps people in a certain line. You know what I mean? Like I even asked you
It
on
doesn't.
stream. I
Oh,
even
my fault.
asked you on stream, like, what would a perfect world look like?
It keeps us in line to keep their power intact. That's all
But
it does.
Also,
It's not in line to keep you being a better person. It's
I
in
think-
line to keep their resources their resources.
There's
You know
that's
what?
the thing about the system. It's gonna fuck you, but it's also gonna coddle you after. So it's not all good. It's
And
not
that's
all bad.
abuse. That is abuse, dog.
That's that
you
pimp
just you
mentality.
literally just
And that's-
described a toxic
and
relationship,
that's
nigga.
the pimp mentality, but that's also
There is-
nature. Like it's so fucked up, but
that's what I'm
everything
saying.
comes back.
You know what
to
is in nature?
What?
Calling somebody in China. We choose. We pick and choose when we want this shit to happen. nigga.
If I go to
That's
if
not
I-
natural.
If I go to China,
You feel me, Lauren?
if I go to China,
You a fucking capitalist.
if I go to China,
Not even.
you're saying you shouldn't be able to call me.
Based off how the world already
Wait,
was.
first of all,
no.
fuck you, nigga. What
No.
about
I think you're missing the point.
What about Ukraine? What if
What
I was
about
in
it?
Ukraine?
What about it?
Should you be able to call me in Ukraine?
You're completely missing the point of what I'm talking about. There's a world that we live in that has problems. And then we choose which problems we want to solve.
Yeah.
Like communicating with somebody in China was impossible before. Just like how we're thinking it's impossible for everybody to be well off, right?
Wait, how is it impossible? What about Morse code?
You know there is a.
How the fuck?
I think
I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
I think
I'm
you-
not having fun.
I think you as I don't
He's
know.
being stupid
I don't
because he
wanna-
doesn't have the answers.
Yeah, I don't want to put this on you or say that this would be true, but I would beg to argue that you would be completely fine with this system if people were just giving back the right way, right? Like
I
this
would be
system is not
completely
that,
fine with capitalism if it didn't have dangerous effects. Yes.
No, I didn't say that. No, I'm not anything. Life, the world has dangerous effects. I'm just saying in general, like if the numbers were just better, like the number across the board, like capitalism is not innately a bad system, right?
It is.
I don't know if it's
because it
innately
keeps
bad.
right?
It locks the resources, dog. Capitalism.
It's only that way because of humans, nature. It's only because of human nature.
So it's not a good system then. If it's something that we can't use because we're innately fucked up, then it doesn't work.
But
what else
doesn't work.
Human nature is going to do that every time. What I'm saying is that you're talking about these people who are the higher ups. Like you were just saying, if this person decided to give back $100 million to his company, then it'd be so much better.
Now this is the distinction. I'm not saying that we should be striving that there's a perfect world that exists that we're not trying to get to. I'm saying that we're living in a fucked up world that's fucked up on purpose, and that there is a better option. There isn't a perfect option, but there's something better than this. And
I don't know.
I think it, and you not knowing is what it takes for it to keep going.
Exactly.
Have you even tried? Have you? It's okay to be honest. Like if it's not, then just say nah. Because there was a point in time where literally I argued my sister to death about the same shit. I made all the arguments you niggas are making right now. But just eventually I just started seeing shit and I'm like, all right, it's starting to click for me. I get what the fuck she was talking about. I forgot my overall point.
It surprises me that you're the person who have this take because I listen to you speak all the time and I think you're such an open-minded person. And I also believe that like you are a person who works very hard on bettering themselves. So like for a person of your nature to understand the power of like being able to better yourself within a society like this by like innately, like actually just trying to open your mind to different concepts, right? Understand that, understand how the system works and understand what you can do within the system for yourself and your loved ones. Like there are means and methods to make. There are means and methods.
He's talking to me.
But that's the fine line.
There are means and methods to make things a little bit better for you here that you can't do in other systems.
But that's the fine line with capitalism is that there is no half-stepping it. Like you're either with it or you're not. Because even if you're not with it and you're doing it, like let's say if everybody makes a livable wage, capitalism is still bad because the very nature is that we're happy and somebody is fucked up. So,
bro, that's going to be what are we talking about?
No, but I'm saying, hold on.
Let him say what he's about to say.
The frame of capitalism is set up to where it's like drug money makes this shit go around.
I don't think it has to be though. I think it's just that way because of how we've built it.
No,
it doesn't have to be that way.
It didn't have to be.
It didn't have to be. But we built it that way.
I don't know the certain year it happened.
We built it that way.
And we built it that way. You know why fucked up shit can happen and we can justify it? Because capitalism is a system that facilitates that what's the word? I can't think of my words this damn morning. That incentivizes greed.
But Tone, put it this way.
But hold on, did you hear what I said?
I heard you.
Incentivizes greed.
Yeah, incentivizes
so
greed.
I need to get this shit at a price point to where everybody can fucking pay for it.
Yeah.
Let me go fuck people over on the other side of the world to make this happen.
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm a human being who like, I only need a certain amount of things in life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I believe that if I had overwhelming wealth, I'd give it back, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you feel like you do the same, but I'd give it back. And I think there are capitalistic, quote unquote, people based on your definition who would do the same. I don't think that makes them a bad people for living within the system, attaining a certain amount of wealth and then allowing that wealth to give them the ability to give back. There's so many people who do that within the system. You can't do that in so many other systems. Yeah. Now, you as an individual complaining about, or not complaining, but saying just about how much you make and how much you want to make earlier in this podcast, like I know you as an individual, I know you're more than capable of doing that exact thing that you want to do next week. I could get you a job next week where you're doing that exact thing.
Literally.
Like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like
you told us this a week ago.
What will I have to give up though?
Nothing. Nothing.
That's not true. What will I have to give up?
What do you think you have
because
to give up?
me and you don't have the same life,
right?
Like life structure.
No, for sure. But tell me what you got to give up.
There are liberties that I have that you no longer have. Like, where's your Saturdays, my nigga?
But
that's because of the one I chose.
But
that's what I'm saying.
I know one where you can get your Saturdays.
We live in a system. We live in a system. Tell me.
Yeah, I feel like you're being a little ignorant though because
I haven't been able to fully explain anything. But keep going.
You have. There's a give and take.
Yeah.
There's a balance.
And then what?
And it's. There's a balance with everything.
I'm giving it all to one person. You
Why?
get what I'm
Wait,
saying?
no, you're not. And let me ask you a question. What? Let me ask you.
I am.
No, it's
I
just,
am.
Look, it's just what I chose to
I
do.
can't
in this
say where
moment.
you work at, but you're
No.
giving it all to one person.
No, I'm not. I get 3 days off every week and full days. And what I'm saying to you is,
Oh, you balling.
what do you mean? I get 3 full days. I only work
Imagine
4
what
days
the
a
nigga
week.
that owns your company is getting. Keep
I
going.
don't. I'm telling you something
Does he
to
not
fix a
deserve
simple
it?
problem. You're talking about a
Does
Saturday.
he?
You're talking. Hold
I
on,
don't know.
Tone. You're talking about a Saturday. What is a Saturday? Why do you want a Saturday?
Because it's my personal time.
Okay, cool. So you just want personal time. You can have personal time on any other day. You know what I'm saying? You can structure your life around different things how you want to.
But-
I gotta structure my life
but
around making another
Saturday
nigga
is a
rich.
part of the matrix.
I gotta structure my life around making a whole other person rich. You gotta understand, right? We could live in a world where I worked hard for me, and how hard I worked was how much I had. It wasn't how much Steve Jobs had, because I worked very hard for his fucking company.
Tone, you can do both. You can do both.
What do you
can
mean you could do both?
What do you mean
you
both?
could do both?
My shit go out. You're working at a job and you're doing this right now to build a long-term success.
Okay,
You can
you're
literally do both.
missing the whole point of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I have no personal agency, there's no free time, and that this shit is just all fucked up. I'm saying that all of that isn't in my control. That's predicated over the nigga that I worked for. Okay. There was a point in time where you were born and you had your own agency. That's what it was. If you wanted something, you tried to go get it. And if you couldn't get it, you couldn't get it. But now we lost all of that control, dog. You don't own your fucking life.
Tone,
Somebody else owns your life. And that ownership is what makes that nigga rich in the motherfucker.
I think you're putting too much power on what their world. And
I don't think you're putting enough power on it,
No.
brother.
I think you're literally giving too much power
enough power on it.
Okay, I put power on it, but I understand that what I'm doing is temporary in my life. None of this
When we went to LA, why weren't you there?
because of my job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's the choice I made.
Yeah. You're working hard for somebody else's shit.
No.
You gave up your own agency.
No.
But
Incorrect.
he was there on the
To
New York
make them
trip.
niggas rich.
No.
To make them niggas
No.
rich.
No. Incorrect.
And the
Incorrect.
guys is that if you
Incorrect.
make them rich, you yourself will be
Incorrect.
fulfilled.
Incorrect.
You work
Incorrect.
at a company
Incorrect.
to make your life better, right?
Incorrect.
You work. So
Incorrect.
you work at a company because you're just a great.
Incorrect.
You're a good Samaritan.
You want to say? Let me say what I want to say.
You're trying to build
just
your
like
future.
Just like you, I'm building my long-term play too, right? And my long-term play is 2 plays like yours is, right? And mine is a little different than yours. And my long-term play, I made my choices a certain way because I made my choices a certain way, right?
Yes.
And also, if I'm gonna be real
They're
about
not
it,
really your choices.
You
You were born into a system with a certain amount of choices.
And also, if I'm being real about it, I made my own mistakes within that quote-unquote job. Damn, what the fuck is happening to my mic? I made my own mistakes within that quote-unquote job and that role that didn't allow me to go because of what the things I had done that I shouldn't have done. Honestly, I had done some shit I shouldn't have done, like not showing up or not being there in certain moments where I just knew that for me, it would have made more sense to not go in this moment because I don't want to jeopardize what I have at the moment for what I need. You know what I'm saying? Had I been more on my dean the whole time, I could have left with no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was just me, and that was me understanding my own personal fuck up and just making a decision because I was like, you know what, I was fucking up recently. Let me not make this fuck up even worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that
it's
was
like,
my personal decision.
And that's, I guess you can blame capitalism for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that you can do both and
because it's its fault. And you keep making the point that I'm trying to explain to you. We got so far off from where this started.
We did.
Because emotions get involved.
But it's not even
and
that.
fun starts happening. I'm not saying that niggas is hurt. God damn it, Lawrence.
I didn't know what you meant.
I can't even say the word emotion without niggas getting emotional.
Well, yeah.
But all I'm saying is this all stems from Bojangles workers
yes, it does.
wanting more money. I think they need more money to live their lives at a level to where they're comfortable because of how capitalism works.
Still agree.
Capitalism works with me getting as much as I can by giving you as little as possible and then convincing you that it's your fault that this is happening. All I'm saying is we don't have to be in this system. It takes us participating in the system to make the system work. If we decide that we're not doing this no more, it's not happening. That's the only argument I've ever made. If you don't disagree with that, we don't disagree on anything.
We don't. Do you?
All right, then.
Do you? How many days a week do you work?
5.
Okay. I just want you to know there are roles out there that's 5 days a week where you can have your Saturday and work the same amount of hours you work now and make more money.
And still get my agency up to a corporation that is gonna
That you're doing right now.
all for the. But you got to understand, you go to work to fulfill yourself, right, Lauren? You go to work to make sure that you are okay. That's why you work. Your eyes are squinting. I don't know another reason that you go to work.
Because work is
Why do you work, Lauren?
Because
It's not a trick question.
Are you connecting?
Why do you work?
Well, I'm
Can you
trying
say-
to.
are you
made
connecting
my,
work?
No. He made my answer for me, so I was trying to listen to. I was thinking about his answer.
Are you?
But
Are you
now you're
connecting?
disagreeing.
Yeah, no. I
Are
was
you
just thinking
connecting?
about your answer.
Are you trying to connect work to your life? I'm just looking at you. I'm trying to see where your
No,
brain is at.
just now I was listening to the answer he made up for me, and I was just trying to like work his answer out and see if that was right.
Because-
so that's the only reason
okay,
I
so
stopped.
let me not give you an answer.
So,
Let
so
me
you
just
ask me
ask
the
you.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me just ask you.
Yeah.
Because you don't.
Why do you work? Why do you have a job?
I work because I want I work because I want the people after me, my children, should I have them, to be able to have a better start than I have.
That is not why you work, Lauren.
Why do you think I
you
work?
work to survive daily? What are you talking about?
No.
What would you do without money?
No, because I don't work to survive. If I work to survive, I would take a lesser job. If I was just working to survive, I'd take a lesser job. I wouldn't work as hard as I would. It'd be different.
You work.
What?
You
Hold
work.
on, hold
You
on, hold
work
on, hold
for
on, hold on,
hopefully
hold on,
to
hold
live
on.
one day.
Hold on.
You're
Hold on.
I think I'm living
Hold
okay.
on. You're a human, Lauren, right?
Yeah.
You have needs to survive.
Yeah.
You need shelter.
Pass them off, Lauren.
You need food.
Yeah.
You need connection.
Yeah.
These are all things that you need to be able to have a sustainable life. You go to work to give you those things. You go to work so you can afford shelter.
We're talking about a few things. We're talking about different things.
You go to work so you can. That's why I'm
I know what
trying,
you're trying
to
to say.
organize
Yeah, we're
everything.
we're talking
because
about
I
different
feel like
things.
I keep having to make arguments for
No.
shit that I'm not trying to portray.
But there are two
you
things that
go
are right.
to work to survive.
There are two things that are right.
Lauren,
Listen,
can we agree that you go to work to survive?
Listen, there are two things that are right. There are two things that are correct. You are correct. I work because I have bills to pay and I have certain things that I have to do. Yes, that's correct. But that's not what makes me tick in the morning.
I didn't ask you what makes you tick.
Because
dog.
that's the reason I do shit.
I
That's the
didn't
reason I do
ask you
this,
what
nigga.
makes you
The reason
tick.
that's the reason I actually do shit.
Let
It's
him
not
yell.
just because I gotta pay a bill. It's because I want to do more than just pay a bill.
And
Now
that's the
let me
thing.
ask
It's
you
because
again.
I want to do more
And
than
that's
just
the thing,
pay a
okay,
bill.
no,
If
hold
I
on,
just
hold
wanted
on,
to pay a
hold on,
bill,
hold on,
it'd be a
hold
lot
on,
less.
Because that's the thing, right?
Lauren, if you knew how to farm, if you knew how to build a house, would you have a job? Like if you were really self-sustainable and you could take care of your needs as a human to live, would you be working a job?
I can't say because that's also working a job. Doing that
Now-
is working.
But it's
Now-
working for you. That's the overall point
But-
I'm trying to get to you niggas'
So
head.
you don't
But
think
hold
that
on,
we
hold
can't
on,
work for
hold on,
ourselves in
hold
this?
on.
You don't think we working for ourselves right now? What?
Yes.
Hold on.
Hold on, Lauren. You keep doing
Why-
like these emotional
But
ass
you can
arguments,
get to
nigga.
that. Hold on, Tony. You can get to that
Do you
level.
get what I'm
And-
trying to
and
explain
hold
to
on,
him?
Hold on, everybody.
Do you get
Hold
what
on.
I'm-
Okay, everybody, just
Do
real
you
quick.
get
Let me
what I'm
mediate.
trying to explain to him, though? Please, because I feel
understand
crazy.
you.
I feel crazy.
understand
I feel like
what
you're
you're
crazy
saying.
too.
Okay, go ahead.
But let me just try to deliberate, because I understand where both of y'all are coming from. But first, what Lauren is saying, he doesn't live to work. He's working to live. So hopefully when he gets to that live point, he has a fucking child, a strong son, 6'2", maybe. You know what I mean? Built like me, hopefully. His son, if he chooses to do that, he can work on a homestead. His son can choose to do that.
Yeah.
You can do these things in this system.
Bro,
You
yes.
can do these things, and I feel like that's what Lauren is trying
Bro,
to say.
I've
Because your question was putting too much credence on like you
overthought it.
You are
No, I didn't
you're a
overthink
slave.
it.
You slave.
No.
You slave.
Overthinking it. You're
No,
overthinking it.
you're underthinking
You wouldn't
it.
have to work.
I can say you're underthinking it. No, nigga, it's not. You can't just say that to me.
You're
no.
right. Oh, Lauren, I think you're right.
Well then, yeah, nigga.
Holy shit. Conversation
But
over, brother.
there it is. I think you
all
might
I'm
be
saying
right.
is that, like, literally, well, Lauren is different because he has to get up in the morning and sick. I know that humans go to work to live, dog.
Yes.
Because they need food, they need shelter.
'Cause he's a
If
human.
you had your own means of food and shelter, you wouldn't work for a corporation, would you not?
No, but there's a way.
What's up with all the buts? I didn't ask you a
because what
follow-up
you're saying
question.
is not just a finite thing you can stop at.
Can
you
I
can't
finish
stop
my
there.
point,
You
nigga?
can't stop there, nigga.
I
No,
can't
because
finish-
we're having a conversation.
No,
and I'm not
all
gonna
right,
let you
this
get the
is
point.
over.
That's
This is
crazy.
over. This is over. This is over.
Why are you mad at the actual
Tony,
like
this
having
is
something
over.
back
Tony,
to
do you-
say?
I don't think
Tony-
anybody understands me.
I think
I think literally,
might not.
fundamentally,
I might not.
you're thinking so emotionally about whatever the fuck this conversation is that you're ignoring what I'm actually saying. You have a job because you gotta survive. You fell out of your mom's pussy and you didn't know how to carpentry.
he got caught.
Yeah, he probably his dad was there like yeah.
That's probably the last time
literally like
fell on your feet.
I don't like.
Okay,
nigga,
let me say this then.
You gotta understand, cavemen didn't have jobs.
Let me say this then.
Okay,
Let me say this.
You can say that before I'm finished saying what I'm saying.
I agree.
And then
with
we're
you.
gonna be confused on why we don't understand each other because nobody can finish the
Well, the
point.
only thing
and I'm
I-
not gonna lie, I know I've done it too.
Yeah.
But it's like holy fuck.
Well, the only thing
I
I-
wish I could be understood.
Can I say why?
I wish I could say everything clearly.
I hear you. The only reason
Yeah.
I want to stop you is because I'm trying to say to you, I do understand what you're saying, and yes, I get.
What is the argument then? Well,
So
I haven't been able to push my thought further than that point. Do you understand that? We've been saying the same shit for the last 15 minutes because niggas keep getting caught up on emotional shit.
Let me write down my shit so I'll let you finish then, because I'll let you go ahead and finish. The only thing I wanted to say is that I do understand your point. If I didn't make it clear that I understand your point, I wanted to try to tell you that I do understand your
And
point.
for those of you that are confused,
completely.
Lord, I love that.
And for those of you,
That's all I wanted to try to say, but I was going to say, I don't think you understand my retort to your point, and you think I'm just trying to battle your point. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the things you're talking about are replacing the work anyway. To garner, to hunt, and gather my own food
let me
is
say
work
something
on a daily
real quick.
basis anyway.
For yourself?
For myself.
We
but,
agree.
but not every.
And I
I'm
think
not a
that's
hunter.
better
I didn't-
work.
Right, but I didn't grow up hunting. I didn't grow up farming.
Why?
I don't want to go out and kill my own wild boar.
No, that's
I'm
not why.
also-
because you grew up
but
in a
also-
capitalist society to where everything was to where your agency is gone. They're doing
Yes.
it for you, and you giving your agency to them is what allows them to control the world.
Have you worked on a farm?
Nah. Well, yeah, nah.
Do you know the labor, the grueling
motherfucker.
labor
Yeah,
working on a
it's
farm?
hard work. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
hard
you-
work.
so my-
have you worked a job?
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Have you been have you had to lie about who you were?
It's a
Had
lot
you
easier.
Have you had to like dumb down your actual human needs for another person?
I don't know what you're trying to get at.
Like there was days that you didn't feel like doing what you had to do, but you went and had to do it for somebody else. You weren't doing it for you.
No, I was doing it for me.
You were doing it for you, but it's like it's not you first. It's not you
it's
first.
me first every time.
It isn't you first
I
every
promise you
time.
this. I promise
That's
it's me
how it
first.
is mentally. But you
It's me
go
first
up.
every time.
You treat the owner of your company better than you treat yourself.
Tone, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed
You
to do?
cuck.
you send
No,
him
no,
cookies
no.
on
Like
Sundays.
for real. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if I'm born here, right? I'm born in this.
You're
system.
making this about you, Lauren, and it's not about you. I'm talking about all of us.
I'm
talking
telling you-
about all of us that live in this
but,
world,
but
nigga.
I'm talking from
You
a
keep
perspective of
making
I'm talking from that perspective.
Stop thinking so little.
You literally were just talking
You're
about
5'2". You do not represent the human race.
You're literally just telling me that I'm doing this for him, and I'm telling you what I'm doing for me. And now that you're saying I'm talking too much about me, what are you talking about? I'm literally.
There's a middleman in this process. It's the person that you work for. I'm telling you that you could work directly for yourself, but you give your agency to another person who doesn't work nearly as hard as
Okay,
you.
Why do you think I'm not trying to work for myself?
do you understand that? Hold on. Do you understand what Tony is saying in the sense that
doesn't, dog.
the full autonomy of your life is not in your hands
Yet.
now? Okay, now.
Yet.
Do,
Yet. But hold on, you get-
Lauren,
yeah,
do you understand what Lauren is saying that mentally, like the system is a system, but mentally, where Lauren is at, he's not working like oh, time to make boss happy. Like he's trying to get
Consciously.
out.
He's not consciously doing that, but that's what he's doing. Because you're not going to
the
go make your
system-
boss upset.
Because the system is the system.
What am I?
Let him moderate. Hey, it's not your turn, but
What the fuck? What
it
is
is
he talking
not
about?
your
But
turn.
I'm saying,
What are you
no.
talking about?
Is
What
that
am I-
not what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, what is he talking about? I'm agreeing with you.
Our moderator's confused now.
Lauren.
What am I
Jesus, guys-
supposed to?
No,
what-
our moderator's confused as well.
Guys, God damn it, I need a gavel in this motherfucker,
What
man.
the fuck you want me to do? You want me to get up and just be like, I quit?
No, Lauren, this is what I'm saying. Because
He wants
you're,
you to
you're thinking
grow.
so small, and I'm thinking about all of human history, dog. You're just not on this level.
I get what
nigga.
you're thinking. I just think
you're not
I
on
think
this
it's-
level, nigga. We're born needing to work hard to take care of ourselves.
I think you're
somewhere along the way, a middleman named corporations came in and took all of that agency, all of that autonomy for himself, and he lives very well. Them niggas are caked the fuck up. And you're still fighting for you, Lauren. And we keep getting caught up on like the semantics of that shit. I know in your head when you go to work, it's for you. But that's a trick. It's an illusion because you're working for this nigga.
I don't know why you think
you're
it's a
not
trick.
hunting your own food. You're not building your own infrastructure. These are things that used to happen.
I don't know
This
why you
is
think it's
how
a trick, bro.
I feel like I got to talk to you now.
Why do you think it's a trick?
This is how humans used to live.
But Tony,
Why do you
We
think I
used
not
to
know?
have our own agency and our own
But
autonomy.
You're speaking like
But
I don't
Tony,
know
like,
any of
gave
these
it up.
things.
But Tony,
We
like you
gave
said,
it up
but Tony, like you said,
to make
hold
other
on.
people way more well off.
But all right, let's go back a little bit, right?
Yes.
To what you were saying, how there's a lot of people in this world that just don't have it. And there's a reason for that, because if you look at back in history, a lot of people, it was a lot less people on earth.
A lot of-
and as
yeah.
life got easier, a lot more people came, because
And
the
we
people
started
that
to-
don't have it, they just kind of found their way in this shit. And those are probably the people that did well in the system.
I think there are more sheep now than there ever were.
Of course.
And I think there's a reason for that.
Ooh, well,
I think that there's a reason for that. I think capitalism raises sheep. I think there are people who could have been shepherds that turned into sheep.
what are you're saying mentally, or are you,
All
because
of that.
I feel like a lot of people, I run into people every day that are like, yo, this system is fucked. Fuck the system. You know, I have to get gas though. I still like Reese's cups, but fuck the system. That's a lot of people. So I don't know if there's a lot of sheep. I don't know if there's a lot of sheep. There's a lot of people that are mentally aware of what's going on, but back in the day, there was no internet.
Hold on. Mental awareness of what's going on doesn't make you not a sheep. You following the herd is what makes you a sheep. It doesn't matter what's going on internally. It's your actions. It's how you move. If you're just following the crowd, then you're a sheep. You can think that like, damn, where the fuck are we going? This shit looks like it's going to doom. But if you keep going that way, that's what makes you the sheep.
I would argue that I'm not following the crowd.
Tell me if I'm a sheep, right?
Just so you know.
All right, let's
Hypothetical. Am I a sheep? I have a home. I work for a corporation, but I got chickens in my backyard. I get my eggs fresh. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
You might have a little less wool.
Maybe
You have a little less wool than those other sheep.
you get what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
But okay, but
You have a little less wool.
Okay,
but ultimately,
I got a garden too.
You got a garden, but how did you get that garden? Where did you go to buy the materials for that?
Because I'm a Rocky Mountain nigga. I know niggas that know guys. You know what I'm saying?
You got friends.
But
That's how it used to work.
But wait.
That's how it used to work.
Now the seeds,
community.
the seeds. You can't get around about the seeds because like Montano, what's that company called? Montano. They literally own like all the
seeds.
genome of the seed. So you can't. Okay, hold on.
You're describing.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if they own all the seeds, but I know that's the thing.
They own enough. They own enough to where we're not in control anymore, nigga. That's all I'm saying.
You don't know how to grow anything.
We don't have the power. Why?
Because you don't want to Google it.
Why? Well, that's not true. That is not true.
But you know the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing about capitalism. We all agree, and we're all still playing a part of it.
Like we all agree. And who am I mad at right now? You know, not really, but who's mad at each other right now? Me and Lauren.
No,
and
I'm not mad at you.
I literally said not real anger. But I'm yelling at you, and I need to be yelling at JP
But
Morgan.
the reason I'm yelling at you is
I
because
need to be yelling
I'm
at
still,
Steve Jobs.
Yo, Noblez.
But I'm arguing with this sheep
Noblez.
who don't even know he's a sheep.
Noblez. The reason I'm really like arguing with this nigga is because I'm dumbfounded that he's the nigga with this take. I really am. Not saying that you would, but just because it's like
not saying you're better.
I'm like really dumbfounded that you can't see bigger than that. Like you keep telling me I'm looking like short-sighted. It's like I don't understand why you're allowing this said system to allow you, and you trying to fight the system, be the biggest fighter of it, to be.
Don't say that. Because I'm just now learning. I'm just now learning. And I'm just now understanding. And I'm just now getting pissed off about what's been happening.
My fault. I'm trying to. I said my fault.
all these misconceptions, man.
I keep trying to say I'm sorry.
All these misconceptions.
I keep trying to say I'm sorry.
Lauren,
I keep trying to say I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
I just don't understand that you would be the exact person who wants to stay at the bottom of the system, right? While you fight it, or why you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand why.
Let me say something real
I don't
quick,
understand why you have these things. Like we all understand. Like I understand exactly your points. I understand the system. I understand the working for the other person. I understand making their dreams come true. I understand the money they're making. Like all those things. I get it. I get it. Right. I have my own way out that I've envisioned in my mind. I have my personal vision. You have your personal vision. I think I'm gonna get out. I think I'm well on my way. All these things. Whatever.
Lauren, you ain't shit.
Well,
that's what the system says, though.
Well, I can tell you how far
that's
I came.
That's what the system do.
I can verbally tell you how far I came. It's amazing.
I'm a part of the system.
But anyway, literally, it's like I don't understand how you would be okay, not okay, but you're where you're at and you know things need to change, you want it to change, but your method of change is like, I'll never use the system to change. I'll never use the system to get a little bit up so I can like,
because you're making some emphasis.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah,
So what you're not, okay. Tony, he's going through the growing pains of radicalization again.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So don't take, he's being assertive with his points.
Right.
Don't take
I
it.
also
Don't
haven't said any. I also haven't said I'm doing or have done anything.
Yeah.
All I've provided was information about how the world works, and you inferred that like, yo, you trying to.
You've done more than
I've
that.
said none of that.
You've done more than
so
that.
explain what
You've done.
What
more
have I
than
said?
that. Way earlier,
What have I
you've
said?
talked- You've talked
What
about,
have I said?
You've talked about working in the system and that everybody else is sheep. Like you're not. You like your.
I didn't say
autonomy.
everybody else was sheep because I'm a sheep.
Well, you didn't.
I am
you
a
told-
sheep.
you said-
Let's go
you
back
said
a
you
little
weren't-
bit. Let's go
I
back
am
a
a
little
sheep.
bit.
Earlier
in this
on, you
room.
were talking about your position and the reason you didn't want to get to another one because of the certain things you didn't want to give up because you didn't want to give up your Saturday this and that. And you were talking about yourself more than outside of articulating the big point.
Dog. That's not the crux of my argument. I brought up Bojangles, my nigga.
All I'm saying
I
is-
brought up Bojangles and you
There's a
got
specific
emotional,
point.
brother.
There's a specific point just now. I was just trying to harken back to just to say that this was not just you saying only this the whole time. That's all I was trying to say. I was just trying to beat that point down.
We do have to understand though, even I think Malcolm X said it, and he was just talking about the system and how at a certain point his thought process was like, yo, fuck the system. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna fix this from the outside. But then he
realized he was alone.
he realized he was alone, and then he realized that
Nobody could help him.
it's literally impossible. Like you don't have to fully capitulate with the system, but you do have to find a way to be one way in, one way out.
I don't believe in impossible. You know why? Because you can call a Chinese man right now if you chose to, brother. How long we been talking about this shit?
An hour and
This is some
5
good.
minutes.
I feel like these are good talks.
7 minutes.
And it's just like this is a saga.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm still learning, you're still learning, you're still
I'm still
learning, we're
learning.
all still learning.
sure.
Shit,
And-
next week niggas might come around. I might be capitalist.
Say
I might come in here with the Monopoly Man monocle, like, yo, Lauren, I was tripping last week, dog. I don't know what the fuck I was on.
no.
Let's get this money.
Well, you probably wouldn't even look at him while you're saying it because you're a fool. You're
Hell yeah, I'm
you're
like,
that type of
He's
nigga.
too broke to pay.
Yeah. But we should give everybody like, I feel like we all know something about the system, some information that people could, delve deep in. I know you was talking about on stream. What was we watching the other day on stream?
Don't tee me up.
I'm trying
This
to.
nigga just threw the blah.
I want you to.
Okay, I'll come through like
Okay.
Bron.
Nigga, it was tight, guys. Okay, fuck it.
All right, see, he couldn't
let you have it. He couldn't let you have
He
it.
couldn't help himself. He had to score. He was he don't want the live. I'll take
It was
the
a
layup.
fake
I'll take the layup.
off the backboard to himself.
Okay, but
This asshole.
That's crazy.
You know, there
Yeah.
is a solution. There's another way of living. There's another means of getting this shit done that I even think the person who put me on to gave up on because we went to their website and that shit was a little.
well, he has a podcast now.
Well, I mean, yeah, it sounds like he gave up.
You can't just not capitulate. You have to be in
What does
it.
that mean?
Capitulating is like just being in and like it means a couple different things. It means a
Like
couple
when
different
you
things.
said it, I was like, I believe in my brother.
It means a couple
I was like,
different
I believe
things,
in him.
dog.
He knows.
Hold on.
Listen, cease to resist an opponent or an unwelcome demand. Surrender. I don't remember your definition, but I love you, so I'll get you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you were right. Fuck
That's
it.
what I mean. But
you can't.
You can't
and
just
you
surrender.
definitely
You
said
can't
it
just
wrong.
surrender. Is what you're saying?
Yes. Wait. Is that there has to be another definition? Is there another definition?
Nah, there's only one.
Admit
Show
defeat.
more, nigga.
It's
Show more,
similar
nigga.
is
Well,
like
show
admit
more,
defeat,
nigga.
concede defeat,
They
yield
see
given.
this. They see you're not clicking. Show
Go
more.
to the origin. Maybe that's what you're talking
What
about.
about the mid 16th?
What does it mean in Latin?
In the sense parlay, draw up terms from French capitulaire.
All right, so what was the... Say
Look,
your point without the word.
I
It'll
think-
be easy.
You thought it was the opposite. You thought it was like being the. You thought it was the opposite.
Hey, it sounds like you really need some shit right going around.
Like
right?
when you say, hey, nigga, you can't capitulate, niggas go, oh, I can't, but I don't even know what that is, so I don't know how to stop it. Like, am I capitulating right now? But you
no,
can't resist or surrender.
You have to have a couple toes in the system, man. Like there is no a lone guy in prison who's just beating everybody. There's no Jack Reachers in real life. You get what I'm saying? There's no Jack Reachers. And in fact, do you want to clap and
after this is what we'll do.
Oh,
we're gonna come back pre-show over. Wasn't supposed to all be about socialism, but you know, fuck it. You got to go to where the post is. I feel like these were good talks.
Yeah.
We're going to return to these conversations because capitalism ain't over, nigga. Well, it depends on who you ask.
It depends on who you ask and who you voted for. But we are going to see, but nah, this is, because we talked about this yesterday on, 2 days ago on stream.
Okay.
LOI the stream, by the way, again, Tuesdays are definite. Like we're streaming every Tuesday.
We here, baby.
But yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna be back. Yeah, Revolution. It's happening now.
Yeah, it will be live streamed Tuesdays at 7.
Bow. It's on.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like.
When we come back on talking about this shit again.
Oh, we back?
Well, you just told me.
Well, okay, real quick.
Whatever. No.
Well, y'all was arguing anyway, but basically, what Lauren was saying right then, it's like it's like with Spawn, right?
Yeah.
The devil gave him a platform. But he's still doing technically good things with that platform. Okay. And so that's where Lauren's mind is at.
That's what Lauren's mind is at.
Not even
he wants to fly close to the sun and try to touch it.
Not even just that. Not even just that. It's also like the same way that you came up to me just now or mentioned to me about the thought process I have. Yeah, I believe certain people think that way, that they're going to do good, but it never happens when they get there. It's the same thought process I'm using when I say your idea is an ideal one and I understand it and I'm a part of that and I'd be a part of said revolution, right? Okay. But I also understand that the world doesn't work that way. Like the world doesn't work that way.
You've submitted to that?
People don't work that way. We don't work that way. Unfortunately.
Work what way?
There are too many people. We're all individuals. We're all unique in nature. We all come from different walks of life. We have different social backgrounds. We have different things. We're all too different to agree on the same thing all the time. So
why do we need to all? Who said we need to all agree on the same thing at the same time?
You did.
Why? And what did I say we all need to agree on?
In order to take
because we all agree on capitalism.
In order to take this, in order to take the system down, we all have to do the said one thing so that we can break the system. Mm-hmm. And we're all too individual and too different with two different thoughts.
You know, it actually doesn't take all. It doesn't even take all of everybody. It just takes the majority.
And it takes
enough. And then once enough people do it, the sheep that are the sheep that follow the crowd gonna follow the crowd. There are people who will follow that movement as well.
There's always going to be a disparity.
That's how it happens.
There's always going to be a disparity, and it's always going to be.
So you should give up and don't even try?
Numbers. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But there's always going to be.
What you gonna do?
We're doing it right now.
You a revolutionary?
We're doing it.
Lord?
Like you said, we're doing it right now. There are people like you who believe what you say, like me, who wouldn't do it that way because they understand the implications that not everybody's gonna do it that way. Not the amount of people, not the enough amount of people.
And that's cool. They can give up. I'll keep going forward with the people who want to move forward. And you know,
and the people that want to
congratulations
for the type of thing you're talking about. At least right now, I think
you don't think that if like, okay, let's say hypothetically speaking, not everybody in the world or like everybody in America, we wanted them to pull their money out of the banks or not even pull the money out of the banks, just to stop participating in some shit.
Self-preservation. Humans are selfish. Yeah. He said it earlier. Self-preservation.
And so, but I think that you have too pessimistic a view on what humans could be.
No, it's not even pessimistic.
Well, hold on. I would like to finish talking.
Well, I'm telling you, it's not pessimistic.
I'll do that once you're done because I forgot this is your pod.
Go ahead. I'm just going to
tell you. Nigga.
Go ahead. Finish.
What?
Come on. Go
so it's not even pessimistic. It's not even pessimistic because
all I'm saying is that like shit. Communities exist. I'm not saying there has to be one big global community.
Right.
But if there's a bunch of different individual communities that all have their own intentions and they're all like pure things.
Oh, that's already there.
That could happen.
Yeah, that's already there.
Like, nigga, you keep acting like you can't find a group of like-minded people. What the fuck you think friends are?
That's already a thing.
Yeah. What the fuck you think a basketball team is, nigga? You know how many people love the Dallas Mavericks?
That's already a thing.
A lot of them.
But to your point,
you know, they organize pretty well over something simple as basketball.
To your point,
so we can organize over basketball. There could be millions of Dallas Mavericks fans, but we can't have millions of people with the same concept of getting rid of capitalism. God damn, niggas, use your brain.
To your point,
think bigger.
To your point.
Why can't we have so many Yankee fans? You know how many niggas go to the Yankee Stadium and just bond like, yo, nigga,
it's a filibuster.
Got on the same fucking shirt. Yeah. We can do that. But we can't get together for the better good of our actual lives.
Why can't we do that for Charlotte?
Are you serious?
To your first point that I'm still trying to answer.
You serious, my
when
brother?
I said self-preservation.
We don't got to get the Yankee fans and the Dodger fans on the same page, but we can get billions of Yankee fans and we can make some shit happen with that.
Yeah.
That's already a thing. Yeah.
I think
people live in communities. For
you
sure.
gotta have
already.
You gotta have
That's
the
the
grace and the acceptance to control what you can control.
Exactly.
I'm not saying
Exactly.
that it's on Lauren to make the world better.
No.
But Lauren can take that step, and people in Lauren's community, people that are like Lauren, that are already with Lauren, we can all take that step.
I don't even
That's
remember
a
what it was
step
earlier
further
now
in that
because
direction.
he's going off the beaten path. Like I don't remember.
Well, because I disagree because you said that you don't think that people are too self-interested to be able to get together and band for a cause, and I completely disagree with that. I don't think that that's the case about human nature at all.
I didn't say
I get
that.
what you're saying.
I didn't say that either. You're
Now,
saying
Justin,
something more
Justin,
finite.
is that not what he said?
No, I did not say that. I did not say
Because
that. I don't
is
believe that people
not
can
what
get
he-
together for
Well,
a
but hold on,
specific
but-
thing.
and like
I didn't say that.
I know that, in arguments niggas get emotional and you stop
You're making
hearing.
it too
like
broad.
genuinely from like just an unbiased standpoint, is that not the argument that he was trying to make?
No, you're saying something.
Or
completely-
what argument was he
said
trying to
that.
make?
I don't know if that was the
No,
argument.
He
I don't know if that was
said
the
that,
argument.
and all I can
I don't
do
know
is
if that was
go
the
off
argument.
What you
Here.
say, my nigga.
I don't
Can
know
I-
if that was the
All
argument.
I can
though.
do is argue what you say.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make your argument better for you.
Can I
nigga.
restate? Can I restate
State
what I
your
said?
point.
Can I restate? Can I just give me a second to just say why I'm saying that to you?
Only one.
I'm telling you that I did
Time's
not
up.
say that because what you are saying is you said I said I don't believe that people can't have this thought that they can come behind together and so and so and so. No,
That's what you said.
No, I did not. I said
He
I
said
do not
it too.
agree with your point on the specific topic we're talking about. People band together for all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
People
about
band
what
together
people
for
can and
dumber
can't
shit.
do. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your specific conversation. I'm not talking about a broad thought that people can and can't do things. People can do anything.
You
I'm
said
saying
people
that
are too
I don't-
self-interested.
For the thing that you said.
You
For
know
the
how
thing that you
broad
said.
that is?
Listen.
People are too self-interested for,
For the
their
thing-
own self-interest.
For the
nigga?
thing that you
People
said,
are too
we are talking.
self-interested for
Listen,
their own
hold on. You were
self-interest.
talking about. I don't think people. You said something about. I don't think people are going to
So
be able to
selfish.
stop
So
and
selfish.
just
I'm so
decide to all
selfish.
pull the money out of their bank all at once. I said no
I didn't get to
because
finish
of
that argument.
self-interest. I'm talking about that only point.
I didn't get to finish
so
what I
I
was
said
saying.
no because of
And it doesn't-
self-interest. And I said no because of self-interest. And then you said, oh, why you gotta be so pessimistic? I'm like, it's not even be a pessimistic thing. It's like people have built things for their family within the said system or whatever they have right now, and they have families and loved ones that they care about. They have daughters who are doing amazing things at their fucking ballet that they love, and they're like, yo, holy shit, I can't, I would never. Why am I gonna take my money out and jeopardize it's not even about me anymore. It's about my fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? So like, people aren't just gonna
People
be.
don't want no revolution, man.
People aren't just gonna
So
be
we
like
ain't
literally. You can even say that. People aren't gonna be so willing to just let's all take our money out of the bank and do this all at one time together. Boom. It's just there's always gonna be too many people.
Would
on
you
both-
sacrifice your
there's gonna
kids
be-
for
there's
the
gonna be
revolution?
Too many people. There's gonna be too many people on both sides.
It doesn't take.
On both sides, there's always gonna be too many people.
It just
Would you
takes. It
sacrifice
takes a strong few. It takes
It
a
does.
strong
It-
few
to initiate
It
change,
takes
yes.
a strong.
It does.
few.
It does.
I don't
It
agree
does.
that
To
you
initiate
can
the
get
start.
all of the world to do anything.
Thank you.
And if that's what
Thank
you
you.
thought I was arguing,
That's what I
I'm
think.
sorry you
Absolutely.
think I'm stupid, brother.
You
But
said it that way.
I
That's what you
promise
said.
I
That's what you
promise
said.
Is that what I
That's
said?
what you said.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
What did he?
Because
what
I
are you
remember-
saying he
I
said?
remember-
He said,
remember
you don't
following
think
up.
that you don't
I
think that
remember-
everybody can be. He said, you don't think that everybody can just. You don't think that there's enough people or everybody can be.
There's enough people? You don't think there's enough people?
That's not even-
Because you just said it. I didn't put words in your mouth.
You know what? I added that. We go back to the tape. We'll go back to the tape. We'll go back to the tape. But I added that for you unintentionally because you
you're
didn't
so
say that.
generous.
The one
Whoa,
thing-
damn, you might not be that self-interested.
But there is one thing. All right, let's end on an
we have
agreement.
to
Let's
end-
end on
we
an
do, we
agreement.
do, we do,
On an
we do.
agreement that you can take little steps in your community to better help the overall human race. Let's
Yes.
just say because it's a
Unless your
human
daughter's
race
in
thing.
dance class.
And then can we also agree that those steps can look differently and they can both achieve the same thing?
Exactly, because it's better.
I don't
it's
agree with that.
No, it's better to just quit your job.
Fuck that.
It's better to just quit your job and like just completely say fuck the system. Stop playing your cricket bill. But
Community. It's
you
community.
could also like the video, share, subscribe, comment down below your hashtag while LOI is partner to end the show. We get to answer some of y'all questions. We get to ask some of y'all questions. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can do that because that's some real help. Fuck this other shit, nigga.
yeah, fuck all this other esoteric shit.
Yeah, man, what the fuck? First of all, we trying to live. Right?
Yeah.
We trying to live.
Yeah.
So like all of this is like comedy anyway. Niggas ain't trying to like establish the government.
I mean, it depends.
You know, we're not trying to break things
You
down.
might not be.
We're not trying
to. But, hey, nigga,
we're not trying to chop a branch down.
We might be on different paths, brother.
Oh God.
We might be on different paths.
Well,
Nigga,
let's
I
just
might
say-
completely pivot when I turn 28. Like, nigga, fuck this. I'm gonna be on my Malcolm X shit.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna just say you're playing the character so I can keep you alive.
That is a much like, you know, that's a more worthy pursuit. Would you rather be Malcolm X or Charlemagne?
The guy.
I just said that because he's, you know,
yeah.
media
We're talking about the guy,
personality.
right?
Yeah. Would you rather the conquistador
I was like, yeah, Char-
or the
I
revolutionary?
don't know too much about what he was doing.
But hey,
Nah,
hey,
I
nigga.
don't even know his race. But
Yeah.
yeah, everybody good? All right,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
all right,
so-
yeah.
You done arguing, brother?
Probably not.
All right. I hope not.
1.
Hello, America. Back again, once again, time and time again,
Yep.
poorer than ever before. This is LOI the show, Tone Groove,
J Nobles, White Man on the boards,
Yep.
Fmac somewhere else.
Charlotte.
Yep. But appreciate y'all for making it across that journey that we just took together. You
Good
know what I'm
God.
saying? That wasn't even a conversation. It wasn't an argument. It was a journey, nigga. We ended up somewhere. We stopped it.
It could have been better.
But next week we're gonna continue the journey.
It could have been better. I think that we got caught up on a few things, but you know, that's what happens with some of these conversations.
Yeah.
That's why things don't get done.
Yeah.
That's why revolution. But
Emotions get into it. But
you know, like the good brother said, while wise at part in the end of the show,
part in the show,
comments, questions, concerns,
all of that all in one.
yeah,
All in one.
All it comes in. We are supposed to
video
ask you guys a question as well. We don't do a good job of that.
I think we did
We gotta
last
step
week.
our game up.
We did ask Gordon.
I highly doubt it, dog. We
think
didn't, nigga. We had Dom on. You think we did Wild Wise?
How do you fix
We
this?
didn't
did.
even answer regular Wild Wise.
We didn't.
Yeah, and
Shit.
yeah, we'll think of it. It's something around
How
that
do you
theme.
how do you fix the system? We'll word it out later.
How do you fix the
change
system,
but
or what does it look like? Yeah, we'll word it out.
It might be
Just,
convoluted.
just start writing if you feel it. Yeah.
But yes, regardless though, you know, welcome back another week. You know, pimping and pandering.
Pimping and pandering.
You see these leather bags here.
Oh goodness.
You know, we don't. I talk shit about capitalism, but shit, I know I look like
Come on,
one.
man. No, I'm saying, man.
Good God, boy.
Doesn't this leather feel like
We
it
look
was
like-
stitched by the best of the smoothest of hands?
Nigga, we look like attorneys at law.
Yes.
Like we look like we should have a Groove and Nobles firm.
Matt Murdock.
Literally.
Player Relations Creative Agency.
Shout out Unsy. Unsy came through in laces with the pig leather.
But yeah.
What you want to get into first?
I feel like we have to. Let's go somewhere.
We got to
light.
go somewhere lighthearted.
Kevin Gates. I thought
Perfect. He has the lightest heart.
the
of any
lightest heart,
rapper.
the lightest heart, but the heaviest mind.
Lighter than the feather behind his ear.
Exactly. So Kevin Gates, if you don't know, rapper phenomenon, really in our culture. For those of you who are white, you know, foreign lands.
to some people.
But he recently got on IG Live. I believe it was IG Live, and he was giving his music playing. My bad.
No, you good.
But he was basically saying, you know, his opinions about LeBron James and his relationship with Savannah.
Now just
And-
read that first quote because I feel like that's just funny.
Shout out to Art of Dialogue. I like the way white women look at LeBron James.
Now,
Now,
I think we should have a moment of silence just so everybody can think about what they think he means.
I like the way white women look at LeBron James. Now, as a black, when I first saw this,
As a black man, how did you feel?
I knew what he meant.
Word.
I knew what he meant.
Immediately, right?
I knew what he meant. Like, and it's not like a bad thing, but I just knew what he meant. It's just
You want to be fetishized.
it's not that I want to be fetishized,
Yeah,
but
yes,
I
you
understand.
do.
I understand exactly what he means by that because it's a certain aura that, you know, LeBron exhibits to white women.
Well, I'm going to let him say his point, but, you know,
But
Kevin Gates
Yeah.
is probably sadly mistaken
Yeah.
on this one. But Kevin Gates has a lot of, like, you know, pure Native American wisdom, but he's not always right.
well, there actually, I would say yes.
He's not always
it's
right.
pure like moonshine wisdom.
Yeah. But
It's yeah.
yeah.
But let's listen to this.
Moonshine and gumbo.
Yeah. But let's listen to Kevin Gates.
This is how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And then we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I noticed shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play with him? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like,
That.
you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like,
Right.
I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like.
Pause. So, now that y'all know where he's coming from, y'all can leave your opinions in the comment section. But in terms of like the idea of what he's saying, he's basically saying that Savannah doesn't have the admiration in her eyes about him anymore. That's what happens when you're in a long-term relationship. She that twinkle in her eyes goes away a little bit. But
he's saying that he would rather have a woman that feeds his ego than to keeps him real. Because essentially what he's looking at, when white women are looking at LeBron James, that is not love. That isn't loyalty. That's just pure lust. Lust doesn't last very long, and I wouldn't want to like build my relationship with my wife off of fucking lust. Like that handshake shit is a lot more important to a real marriage than just constantly being like super attracted to each other, nigga.
Yeah.
Because that shit fades. You're physically not always gonna look the same. But you want somebody that's in your corner regardless of how you look, what you're going through, how you feel. Like, nigga, you want a teammate. You don't want a whore for a wife.
That's a fact.
And, that just kind of speaks to where Kevin Gates probably is. Like, I think he's
well, you've heard him on this.
He's just looking at the optics of it. Like, he's looking at, they're looking at them. That means that they appreciate them. Nah, nigga. That's just regular, like...
Well, Tony, don't take it too serious. It's Kevin Gates we're talking about. Let's be honest. But
don't take it too serious. So,
I kind of heard something different too, though.
What you hear?
I heard that he like it does stem from a lot of what you're saying to me. Like he wants his woman to feed his ego. Yeah. But it's also like I think it also comes from a place of like a lot of men overall feeling underappreciated in general. Like, especially being a great man. You know what I mean? Like I think what he sees. What he might be looking at, I think he sees like a regular relationship where it's like normally when you have a girl, you have your relationship like throughout. There's ebbs and flows in a relationship, right? And
if you work at corporate, if you work in corporate,
what is ebbs and flows in a relationship?
James.
But it's like but it's LeBron. Yeah, that's true.
But
that's kind of what he's saying. That's kind of what he's. That's kind of what he's trying to say.
I'm one of the best basketball players.
Are you allowed to feel that way?
that's not how that works.
Yes, you're allowed. You're allowed to feel most ways if it doesn't hurt people, but. He's not wrong in the sense that he wants his woman to look at him like he's the king. And we've been shown this by Kevin Gates. He's going on like Red Pill podcast. I believe it was not Red Pill podcast, but just Red Pill niggas, Aiden Ross and shit. But he's always been saying things like this. Like, yo, my bitch got to follow my orders.
Nigga, that's
my bitch, man.
That's true.
That's just all ego.
Man.
It's
like,
ego shit. It's ego shit.
You would want your girl to be able to
shit.
check you, right?
Yeah.
No, you do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do. For sure.
I don't think Kevin Gates would value that shit, though.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so, dog.
I don't think, like, from how he's describing this shit, from what he's seeing in LeBron shit, I don't think he wants that. I think he wants a bitch that's just in his ears just saying, yes, daddy, to whatever. And nigga, I've seen a lot of men fall.
If you're a good man, right, and you do something, you're a LeBron James, the good man, good husband, good father, you're doing a lot of things. Are you allowed, your relationship should still be allowed to have like turmoil, right? Like what kind of turmoil is there?
There's no amount of good man that could prevent like turmoil in a relationship.
Right, it's just going to be what
I think
it is,
it's impossible. Like it's literally inevitable. These are two people that we're forcing to like, not forcing, but it's like be together forever.
Yeah.
That's not always gonna go smooth, dog.
Never gonna go smooth.
Like even if it's little stupid petty arguments,
Never gonna
they're
go smooth.
gonna happen. There's gonna be a time where you look at her in the morning,
And you're gonna look a certain way.
It's 3:52. You see the crust in the corner of her lip, and it's like, she sucks my dick.
Yeah.
I fucking can't believe this.
Yeah.
You smell her breath, but that's real.
I can't
Yeah.
get up.
Yeah.
And
that's
he
real.
doesn't want real.
He does.
Yeah.
He just
Nah.
wants fake, like
Have
new,
you
new crop of bitches, new crop of attitudes.
But nah, Kevin Gates, if you've watched him, as he's, grown as a person, as he became Muslim and whatnot, his personality type,
Growing as a person.
he's grown as a person.
I'm tired of people think they're
Come
growing as a
on,
person just
man.
becoming Muslim, man. It can't be that
it's
easy.
not
It's not
just
that
that.
easy.
It's not just that
He
easy.
fast. Go to YouTube real quick. Let's type in.
What? That's the reason?
Look, I'm not.
Well,
That's
the CMOS too. It's the CMOS and the Kufi, nigga. He's perfect.
Kevin Gates talks about girlfriend.
Okay.
But what was the point that you were making overall though? I think he's misguided. I think he's looking at the optics of the situation and not like, truly valuing
on
what's
that one.
important
The
in this
short.
situation.
Now the main one.
I need my girl
At the bottom.
to have that camaraderie, that team chemistry to where it's like, yeah, we raising these kids, baby. Bop, bop, bop.
Of
We got a
course.
little handshake. It's not even about us wanting to fuck all the time, nigga. We have 3 children.
And
Right.
that
This
Right.
shit is not about
It's not
us
about that.
anymore.
Yeah.
and,
Facts.
and depending on where he's coming from, that look might not even be about fucking. It's just the idea of where she holds me in her head.
That's still ego though. Like,
course, but-
she agreed to be with you for the rest of her fucking life.
Of
If
course
that's
it's
not
ego.
enough to satisfy your ego, nigga, you're needy.
Sometimes, look, man.
You got issues.
I mean,
brother.
sometimes that's not enough. Like, is pussy just enough for you? Like, we're all different people.
Just enough. Like, it depends on what my needs are. Like, if I'm horny,
Okay.
pussy's all I
oh my
need.
God. I'm not saying you right now. I'm saying you established with,
Pussy's not just enough. No.
Are you sure?
No, it's not just enough.
Never.
Because, like, if you want to get really technical, it's like, nah. Bitch, are you hygienic? You know what I mean? Like, it's not just
Okay,
pussy.
nigga, don't try. It's just
It's not
Come on,
just
get it out.
nigga. But regardless, though, no, it isn't just pussy because you wouldn't chill around a bitch who just has a pussy that you don't
You
like.
don't fucking know me. Play the video, nigga.
You're the biggest diva in this room, nigga. You wouldn't chill with a bitch unless her nails match yours, nigga.
Low key.
I operate out of love. Like, I don't get mad if a woman be like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Well, I love you so much, I want you to be happy even if you're not with me. Blessings on your journey. I don't chase, I attract.
You can chase a woman sometimes.
That's a game. I'm not about to chase nothing. I don't want nothing that don't want me.
But women say things they don't mean sometimes.
That's cool.
So you're just.
But
you
they
take
got
them
some
for the
real
word.
women out here that say everything they mean. I've had some great relationships, and guess who fucked them up?
Oh, you.
Yeah, I fucked them up. Because I wasn't ready to receive that type of love.
Yeah.
When I hear men say, it ain't no good women out, they got good women out here. Great ones.
Men say that. I
Sometimes.
feel like women just say that about men.
Shit, and if they say that, I know some great men.
Do you?
Yeah, it's great women and great men out here. That's like this. If you drive a Honda, you get on the interstate, you start seeing nothing but Hondas. That's what you focus on. When you focus on bullshit, that's what you notice. I
Yeah.
don't focus on bullshit, I focus on greatness. So that's all I attract.
He said he was noticing so much bullshit. He had no idea why. He was like, yo, what the fuck?
So all these, it's no German engineering on this interstate.
But like, nigga, what he's saying right here, I don't even know why you brought this up, but it's 1,000%.
You don't know why I brought this up?
Because I forgot how I connected to the other
Nigga, this is
videos
because
where
of
he
this.
wasn't making sense.
Because
he said he had growth.
He
That's
is
why.
right though, because you remember when I was telling you about like, yo, there's people like there's a lot of scions on the road, but you don't hear niggas say that word. I'm the last person that you heard say that shit. But you don't just be hearing niggas talk about
Is it called-
Ever since I had made that observation, all I see is scions.
all
It's
you
a-
see is,
it's a-
come on,
it's a thing.
dog. You know, all you see is scions.
Yo, what you think I pulled up in?
Wait, let's be honest. The average car, you'll see, except Range Rover,
Yeah.
but even then, you might see that
Hey.
motherfucker every time you step out, depending on where you live.
It's
but
called the
you'll
Bader
see every
Meinhof
car
phenomenon.
if you go out.
But my point wasn't that like there aren't a lot of scions. I'm just saying that there's so many of them. I've never heard the word pronounced out loud enough to justify how many be on the road. But
The phenomenon-
the Meinhof phenomenon, also known as the frequency illusion or recency illusion, is a cognitive bias where something you've noticed or recently learned about seems to appear more frequently than it actually does. This perception is due to a combination of selective attention and confirmation bias.
This is now that I think about
But this is manifestation.
manifestation.
Yes.
Let me
Yeah,
just sit
yeah,
in the
yeah.
embarrassment and let me try to do it. Manifestation.
You're
That
right.
is what this is.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You see it, you think it, you believe it, you find it.
Yes.
It finds you.
You go through the 3 steps.
You know what I mean? And it was really there all along.
Exactly. But you
You
Exactly.
just wasn't shifting
To
your
it.
radar to
Yep.
notice the bullshit.
Exactly. Which is what Kevin Gates was saying.
It's actually-
he wasn't open.
it's actually
to
high level
receiving
shit.
love.
So I think he's regressed. I think he's noticing bullshit again.
because of this
Like the
thing,
way
right?
white
Yeah.
women look at LeBron James. Like
Nah,
that nigga.
facts,
he
facts.
No.
he fucked
He's
up,
facts,
dog.
facts.
He didn't
And, hey,
regress,
players
dog.
fuck up too. Like just because you know better doesn't mean that you'll do better. And that is like normally people just think that that's how it goes. But I knew the right thing to do and still chose wrong a lot
Facts.
of times.
Nigga, that's a part of life.
Yeah.
Actually, most times you chose wrong. You actually did it on purpose.
I've never,
Yeah.
even my accidental
If you're honest with
wrongs
yourself.
Yeah.
were kind of purposeful. Because my lack of care that led the accident to happen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
like you can
was
make
the
the argument.
spark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can make the argument. But overall, Kevin Gates, I feel you. Like, just based off like the man shit, it's like, yeah, I want my bitch. I want to see twinkles in between each eyelash when you look at me.
Right.
But that's not sustainable.
I want Tinkerbell.
That's not real.
I want Tinkerbell level like admiration. Like how Tinkerbell looks at Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it's Peter again. And it's like it's nothing but like a minute away from each other every day. But it's like
But
still,
what you really want is how Captain Hook feels about Peter. Obsession.
But to the world that he's talking about, hey,
I want technically both.
to the world he's talking about though, to like the stature that they live in, or not stature, but you know, the entertainment world, the Hollywood world, and all that thing. If you're also doing your best as the man or whoever in the relationship, whether it's the man or the woman, the top person, you doing your best to look a certain way for the people because you know how the people consume you. Should your partner look a certain way for the people as well? Like, should she do that because of who he is?
Yo, what's that football player? What's that football player we was just talking
Russell
about?
Wilson?
His girl.
Oh, Travis Hunter.
Travis
and his
Hunter.
girl. That's what I'm saying.
That was
Yeah,
the whole
that's kind of what I'm
point
trying to ask.
when we were talking about them. It's like,
Yeah.
look,
Two
no
completely
matter
different things,
what you're
though.
going through, the perception is everything.
That's what I was. Yeah, I was trying to get
She's
at that.
speaking though, and she's speaking and saying things that are leading niggas to think other things. That's completely
But
different.
she's speaking because
Savannah just looking bored at a basketball
But she's
game.
acting out in public too.
That's not acting out. Looking bored at a basketball game isn't acting out in public.
No, I'm talking about Travis Hunter.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah, she was.
Savannah,
acting
you're
out
right.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
nigga,
She's
been
not
to
allowed to look
billion
bored.
of
Matter of fact,
these. Why?
is she allowed to look? I don't think. Why was she allowed to be?
What do you mean she's not allowed to look bored?
You think she's okay with other women being happier to see LeBron play the game?
Why wouldn't they be? They never see LeBron James. She wakes up next to this nigga. It's literally impossible for her to have the same level of enthusiasm as these bitches who are meeting him for the first time.
Don't call them bitches, and he's LeBron James.
Why not? Why you want to respect him now? You just said that. Just shut the fuck up and look excited.
Because
to
they
see
might be
you.
a part of my revolution. I don't call people that are part of my revolution bitches.
Well, that's your revolution.
Oh,
I run a different campaign over here.
well, if you want to come to my side, you know what I'm saying? Where you're not getting just
You want that sweet shit on that shot?
Hey,
What's up?
hold on. First of all, they're sour. They're sour. They're sour. You know what I'm saying?
You got pink on your shirt, brother.
Crazy than a motherfucker.
Sweet Mac of the year.
Shit, you crazy than a motherfucker.
But I forgot what we was really talking about. We got immature. We got immature. But overall, like
Yeah.
that shit ain't sustainable, pimp.
That is not what we was talking about. Say
Nah,
that again.
that's my overall argument. That shit is
Okay.
not sustainable. Like,
All right.
it's impossible for Savannah to have that
Right.
twinkle
Yes.
every time.
For sure, for
She's
sure.
been sucking the nigga dick for 30 years.
For sure.
They're high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
I mean, she should still do something about it. I don't know.
But that's just your ego.
Nah, I do agree with that. And look, like I said, Kevin Gates.
You sound like you don't want it to be true, though. Like,
because-
deep down, you was like, fuck, I wish
because my
it,
thing is,
I wish it wasn't
I'm
this
trying
way.
to, I'm trying to like I'm trying to have like a serious take, but it's Kevin fucking Gates, nigga. Like, I don't think he means anything by this, but I also agree with the statement that, you know, yeah, she can't have a twinkle in her eye, you know, at every game, but you know
how many she's been to more basketball games than real basketball fans. Like, you gotta understand, she just fucked the dude that hoop. She probably like basketball, but she don't like it as much as me, and she's been to way more games and had to sit through them shits. Kids, husband, niggas that her husband is cool with.
Why? Wait, hold on. Even the way you're saying it though, like had to sit through.
Because you got to support your person. There's been plenty of shit.
But why are you acting like she had somewhere better else to be?
That's your ego. Lauren, if your girl is sick, you're going to stay in that hospital with her for however long it takes.
For sure.
Doesn't mean you enjoy hospitals.
For sure.
But you're supporting your person.
Supporting your person.
Because they in the time of need. That's all it is.
You brought up sickness compared to bad. First of all, she got.
I'm not trying to put a moral equivalency, but it's supporting your person.
Front row seats. It's watching your girlfriend be sick. You got the best view. 10th floor.
You better be a season ticket holder.
Hey, can I get some orange juice, please? Thank you. Same shit.
Hey,
you a genius.
Hey,
fuck out of here, dog.
That's your poor mentality though, because you've never been nowhere nice.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
So you couldn't conceptualize
to a Harlem.
Being bored in the streets.
I've been to a Harlem Globetrotters game, and I remember that it was years ago.
That wasn't shit. And rich people have problems too.
Yes. And that doesn't get discussed enough.
You're doing the whole thing of like, bitch, you at a front court at a basketball game. How are you upset? Because this isn't front court at a basketball game. Though. This is Tuesday.
Yep.
At 2:30 p.m. I could be doing some other shit. I'm rich. Yep. All my homies is rich. We basketball
I couldn't go
wives.
on a fucking girl trip because of you, nigga.
Yeah. I gotta go to the fucking playoffs. Like, nigga, how many playoffs y'all gonna have? You think are y'all even good enough to get it this year?
Capitalism.
Imagine him coming home to that shit. Him coming home and she like, honestly, I don't even like that you in the playoffs right now.
Hell yeah, like, I was hoping y'all was gonna miss
it. Oh, they won last night? Perfect.
Fuck. Capitalism destroys relationships. Boom.
From the inside.
Like always.
But you know, Kevin Gates is he's a broken clock. Oh no, he's a broken compass. So like he's eventually gonna point us in the right direction again. You just gotta give him a little time. Just gotta give him a little time.
You just changed the instrument.
Yeah. Because I feel like
you said no.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a compass.
With the same finish. Come on.
With the same finesse. Because he is more compass. Is he not more compass?
Oh, God.
Be honest.
He just wanted to say the word point instead. Instead of a clock being right.
Wait, what else were you thinking? Be honest. Like, was that the
compass, dream catcher?
A safe, I don't know.
Bundle of incense? Nigga, I don't know. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But nah, this is great. It's great.
Since we having so much fun, go to the spy next door. Yo. Jackie Chan's origin story is a lot crazier than like I actually like even conceived that it could have been.
Because of who he is now, or because he's a high-flying Asian? Because
of who his family was before he was born. Go to that post. Shout out Poetic Flacco. I know that we had a guy on here talking shit last pod. Shout out to both of them brothers. But you know, hey,
yeah.
You know, you good for this, Flacco. International movie star Jackie Chan's father was a spy, and his mother was a drug dealer, and they met when his dad arrested him.
That is so...
That's a fucking movie, right?
That's the perfect combination.
He should be able to play his father in a movie and make his life story. That would be insane.
Father was a spy and his mother was a drug dealer, and they met when his dad arrested her.
Go zoom into the actual paragraph with the information. I'll read it for these things because, you know, Leak likes facts. Jackie Chan was already an adult when he discovered that his father was a former spy and his mother was a drug dealer. The revelation happened during the production of the 2003 documentary Traces of the Dragon. Jackie Chan and His Lost Family. Oh, that shit. I was reading it like it wasn't the title. Which was directed by, I'm not going to try to say her name because I respect women.
Mabel Chung.
Ah, shout out to you, foreigner. According to The Guardian, while Jackie was visiting his father, Charles Chan, in Australia, the action star learned that he had two brothers living in China. His father also revealed that he was once a nationalist spy and gangland boss, while his mother, Li Chan, good name, was an opium dealer and a legendary gambler in Shanghai. Jackie's parents met after Charles arrested Li for smuggling opium, which was one of the ways she earned money to support her 2 daughters from her first husband, who died in a Japanese bombing raid, probably to capitalism. She was also involved in the gambling as well as racketeering. Nigga,
So
and like Hollywood just be remaking the same movies over and over again. Like we got like live action Simbas. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I would genuinely watch this shit.
Yeah. It's just amazing. Actually.
Like, whoa.
The only
because we just read it, but that's not the story. Like how did you go from arresting somebody for a crime to falling in love and having a kid? That's a huge jump.
And the reason why Hollywood doesn't do that is because they don't want to.
Said kid being Jackie Chan.
He's a star. Like what?
Yeah.
Lily, and what was his dad's name? Charles
Cheong.
Nah, I don't believe
That's Mr. Cheong.
I don't believe you, dog.
lying.
It's Mr. Cheong.
Zoom in on this actor. It's at the top of the paragraph, you fucking asshole.
No, that's Jackie Chan. It's not up here.
His name is Charles, dickhead.
Where you see that?
His father's name, Charles Chan. Second paragraph. Third paragraph.
Okay. Third paragraph.
Yeah.
I was looking at the first two.
Cheong?
Oh, I was looking at I thought it was the first one.
Nah, that's Mabel. That's the person who directed the fucking documentary.
Oh shit. Oh, it's fucking Cheong.
And you know, like
fun to
we've all had moments. We've all had moments in like pimping and macking to where the best macking happened after you pissed her off. You gave her a little sour, and then you sweetened it off, and then that just solidified the bond.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate version of that, nigga. He had her in cuffs.
Yeah.
He's about to give her to the Chinese government.
She was a bad girl.
What did Li do in those handcuffs?
What can she do?
What is she capable of?
How you,
Nigga?
think how you think Jackie got here, nigga?
Hell yeah, they might have been conceived day of, nigga.
Oh my goodness. I wonder what.
Said, this baby
Maybe that's
got
how
me
they
out
came
of,
together.
This baby got me out of jail.
I wonder who wanted who first though. Because you know when you
like he hated the rest.
I feel like if you deal opium, you good at confusing people.
Especially if you're a Chinese woman dealing opium.
Like opium, doesn't it like just make you woozy and just like, oh yeah.
Well, you slinging it. Hopefully you ain't, using it as well. That would make it hard.
That shit seeps through plastic bags. Look it up.
That's why they have bitches butt naked in kitchens with latex gloves on, dog.
I've watched that Gucci Man video.
What you mean? Where do you think he got it from, nigga?
Gloves.
That's an ancient Chinese
Blasting
practice.
OJ the Juice Man. Come on.
That's an ancient Chinese practice. But
RP Young Scooter.
I just want to see what the effects of opium were.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
What was it?
It makes you make great albums like Cardi.
Yeah, it's just a
euphoric rush
high.
followed by relaxation and the relief of physical pain.
Yeah, it's just a high.
Damn.
Body high.
I need some more of that.
Mental body high.
Would
this is a crazy this is how did y'all meet? This is the craziest story.
It's not crazy because officers of the law flirt with criminals. Wasn't we just on stream, LOI the stream?
Yeah.
On Twitch, reacting to and this was kind of like a big story. I forgot the officer's name, but he was in a high speed police chase for like 40 miles, fucking caught the girl. And the two officers after, they was just like, so yeah, they was getting comfortable with her. Like, so like, what's your name? It was like, oh, you already told me. I forgot. Damn, my fault.
Lord, that shit was crazy.
It was crazy, but
You're like, how many kids you got?
yeah,
Like you do crime to like feed them and shit?
yeah.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Are there groceries back there? Were you rushing to get back to him?
Yeah.
Like he was really macking on.
Dog,
So,
he got in the back seat with her.
nigga,
Oh, I think I saw that already.
you saw it here.
I've seen that before.
Just in case they didn't see it or they don't want to go to LOI the stream on Twitch, just click on Poetic Flacco.
Yeah.
His
He posts a lot though. It ain't gonna be easy to find.
it will be. I trust us.
You've been posting a lot about Asians lately. What?
Come on.
Bruh,
Shout out to
it's not gonna
Flacco
be
for
easy, bruh.
diversifying.
It will be easy. Come on.
Bro, he posts a lot every day, bro. When was this?
Just keep scrolling, niggas. Have some
Whose IG we on, dog? I'll send it to you.
Poetic Flacco.
Yeah, how long?
No, whose fucking account are we looking at it on, fool?
Oh, this is the Menace Material page.
Menace Material. All right, I'll send it to Menace.
Yeah, but so basically, this officer of the law was pontificating and trying to capitulate with a motherfucking criminal. And on the front end, it's like, all right,
Title of this episode: Capitulating Capitalism.
Sent it already?
Use that as a working title.
Yeah.
Yes, I just sent it, brother.
and basically, right, like, all right, man does like woman. That's okay. But I genuinely believe, and I don't really fuck with 12 like that.
Yeah.
But they need to be better than us. They need to be better than the doorman, you know, in front of Star Bar.
But I thought we was naturally self-interested.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Nigga,
We're humans, dog.
but that,
We so selfish.
that is true, but that's why they need to be better. They're
I
officers
get
of the law. But you can't be macking like on bitches and like you have a duty to do. Because
what did
you
she
gotta
do?
She didn't do anything
Just a
per
little high
se.
speed chase, a little 40 miles. What? That's light.
That's dangerous.
To who? They had fun. They survived. Everybody was fine.
Lauren, just play it.
You want to play some of this?
Yeah, just play a little bit of it because it was crazy. LOI the stream.
Illinois, by the way.
Yes, very important.
Oh, damn, the volume ain't on?
Yeah, no volume on.
Oh, my fault.
Nah, it's okay. You know, plays fuck up too.
Yeah, they do. Hold
It's
on.
just about what they do when they do it. Yeah. You gonna make amends or you just gonna keep fucking up, brother?
Relax, my boy. We right here.
I'm just talking. We got to fill
Yeah,
time
I just
up.
had to do
I said we still got a show to run, my guy. If you don't have the material, you
about to-
are the material.
I would have been dunking on you if he wouldn't have. All right.
Just gonna listen to her. Who was this one?
Go to the next one.
I'm gonna take everything
So
off.
next one.
Wasn't on TikTok, whatever. It does. It could be bots, but if they're organic, if they're real people, it's real.
Spyware. I have 2 words for you. China.
I love China, man. I love TikTok.
It's not for
Pause real quick.
Yeah, now this isn't like the clearest footage.
This
but
isn't the clearest, but
sorry for the audio listeners.
yeah, especially in the morning.
That was gross.
But if you're listening closely, he's saying he loves TikTok. The reason why he's saying he loves TikTok is because apparently she's TikTok famous. I couldn't find the TikTok, and I didn't feel like searching what other people were saying in the comment section.
You're not a journalist.
But apparently she has a famous TikTok, and you know she showed the officers, and the officers was like, "Wow, it's kind of cool." Like,
Bitch got a little motion.
them niggas turned into communists. Like they was like, "Yo, Chinese people are fucking good." It's like, wow, these are real people. But let's just play a little bit of it.
You want a little more?
Yeah, a little bit more.
It's gonna start over though.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, fuck
it.
this bitch.
Fuck it. They get the point.
Yeah, they get the point.
12 gets horny too,
No.
but they just can't do it on the clock
Well, I mean, he clearly got horny when he
with
fucking
the criminals.
yeah. He might. We don't know.
Unless you're gonna raise a superstar.
That's what I'm saying. We got to watch the story
Yeah.
to find out.
Unless you got a Jackie Chan sitting in those loins and it's like, hey, nigga, do what you do.
Because the amount of grit it takes to go on a high-speed chase, you know, it's certain dudes that might like that.
Yeah.
It's certain dudes that might like that. Like, yo, I could probably channel that energy into like my business. That's what Kevin Gates thinks.
It's certain dudes that just like a chase with a woman to begin with. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want you to like me off rip.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
High speed run.
Rar. Nah.
I'm so needy. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't want you to like me at first.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta earn it.
Yeah. All right. You're not that way? Are you? You're not that way, right?
I'm not that way. I like to.
You like whatever, right? It's just
Well,
whatever.
I mean, I don't have. Let me really think about it. I don't think I've ever sat down and
And
like,
thought
yo,
about
how
it
do
like
I
that.
like to be fucking chosen?
I appreciate the obvious. Of course, I appreciate the obvious. You know, choosing and whatnot. On all levels, where it's just eye contact, or sometimes where it's just energy. You know what I mean? Like I could tell, like pussy is being shot at me right now. You know what I mean? And I just look around and I just look at her. And it's, you know, sometimes you can just feel it. Sometimes, you know, it might be the mind, it might be ego, fuck it, you know. But that's how it starts though.
Yeah.
But then there's certain levels where it's like, hey, your eyes, you know, they say something about you, like specifically.
Yeah, like you got a little flattery.
Exactly.
You know, I like a little flattery on the plate.
Of course you
I don't
do.
need initiation. I know there's some people who need initiation on the plate. You don't have to do that. Like if you are that bold, like cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But the problem is, it's like most of the women that are that bold aren't that beautiful.
Yes,
I've had a couple, and
Yeah.
me saying a couple is like 2, 3 that were like, I like the way she looks already, and she's the aggressor on this situation.
Exactly.
But most of the time, like I remember one time I was in Food Lion. Back when we was working the merchandising jobs, we used to put the soda up.
Yeah.
So, you got a Sunkiss right now. That used to be us.
Probably.
But I was working. This girl came up. Excuse me. She was like, hey, you dropped something on the floor. And I look down. There's nothing on the floor. I look back up. She was like, gotcha. You got a girlfriend? I was like, bitch, what? Like, what? I'm still going through the whole, like, yo, I'm being duped right now. Like, I dropped my wallet.
Yeah, you still
my
think
phone
something's on the ground.
I'm not even realizing she's macking until she asked me about the girlfriend. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
bitch, like, I lied. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking girl. I just wanted her to get out of here.
And she didn't, well, it
Get
doesn't
out
even
of
matter.
my aisle. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It would have worked if she was beautiful, though.
Yeah.
And, does that work with dudes, though? Like, I don't think it works to the same degree.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like
a dude,
in terms of like who's the attacker first?
Not an attacker first, but just bad strategy, good looking guy, or not even good looking. She just already kind of favors him, so it works anyway.
It only works.
They just have more slack in that regards, though. Like a bad bitch can be very bad at macking, and it's not really gonna make a difference.
Yeah,
a booger could fall out her nose, and I would make fun of it, but I'm not gonna throw her away.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But and part of you making fun of it is part of the game.
Yeah, and that's my strategy.
Exactly.
But you, a dude coming up same circumstances, and like we're delusional. We got confidence. Like I believe I can make it work.
Yeah,
I feel like there's something slick to be said about that shit, to where it's like. It happened for a reason.
Exactly.
Like it happened for a reason.
Exactly.
But the layman, the average, that's something that they couldn't really survive.
Fucking commoners.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like that Houston play at the end of the game in March Madness and shit, where he was about to shoot the ball, but he came back down to throw it down and literally ruined the chances for the game. It's some niggas that can't just live past that.
Yeah.
That's a mistake that is too deadly.
Yeah. You got to have the certain amount of like not caring. Like whatever that is, you just have to find it in yourself. And it's different for everybody. You just got to pull from like whatever your life experience is, just to like have that ability to not give a fuck.
And it's just, that is the answer, but I feel like it doesn't really paint the picture, because it's not that you don't care, but it's that you only care about your opinion of yourself.
Well, of
that's
course.
what it
well,
really,
that's
because there is care. You wouldn't do it if you didn't care, but it's just you don't put the onus of care on them hoes.
Well,
it comes internally.
Exactly. Well,
we got to explain it to these niggas,
there's
because
a difference between like we say it like sometimes reaction and anticipating. Like you can't be that focused on the outcome. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't care that much. You just have to, or not even like the end goal, but just. Like after you throw a bunch of punches coming, nigga.
And you probably gonna get hit.
Yeah.
But you'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. You just gotta have that, nigga, I'm gonna be all right.
The good ones don't get hit.
I'll be all right.
But
even the good ones get hit.
Shit.
What are you talking? Who didn't get hit?
Me.
That's not true. Floyd got hit, and you're nowhere near as great as Floyd.
Yeah, but Floyd wasn't fighting y'all.
Everybody that's better than you at fighting has been hit. So
you've also been hit, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You've been hit here.
Yeah. He's tripping.
Yeah, but not a lot of times. I get hit when I want to get hit, but let's now that Lawrence, did you watch
freaky nigga? You get hit when you want to get hit.
Yeah, I get hit when I want to get hit.
Tell him how you feel, my boy.
Ew.
Nah, man.
Because I didn't dodge it on purpose. I like it.
Yeah, nigga. Sometimes I need to get reminded.
Catch me right here.
Sometimes I need to get reminded, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it up. Yeah.
Weird.
Lauren, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes
Don't
you just
try to rope me into your shit.
ain't nobody need to rope you into
nah,
your
man.
shit, nigga.
You like ropes.
If
man.
I was to rope you into it,
He likes to get tied
if
up.
I was to rope you into it, I'd be better in your stance in boxing, nigga.
That's
what did you
terrible.
talk about?
Look at him.
Oh no, I
Keep
feel like
making
we
it worse.
just talk.
Yeah.
It gets Gary every time you speak.
Get it out, bro.
Garrier.
Gary. I'm so straight I can't say it.
Thank you.
Yo, all right, we had 228. Nigga, it's
We had
it's a
243.
first sentence.
We had
thing.
243 actually.
243.
Yeah.
We that deep into this episode?
Yeah, it's probably
we gotta
really
cut
like
out the
230.
breaks though, right?
It's probably like 230. Yeah.
Capitalism takes up a lot of time.
We're flying, baby.
230, 225. Yeah.
Hey, damn, that's crazy. I wonder if they're satisfied. But
Well, let's just real quick. Let's just give thanks to weed. It's 420 today. We didn't do that in the beginning of the episode because we do it every week. It's easy to forget. But hey, man, 420. It means a lot. Kind of. Like I'm glad that weed has a holiday.
Yeah.
But it's also like I am weed. It's like Black History Month for me.
I'm not gonna.
It's cool.
Are
but
you being dead ass? Because I'm not gonna lie. 420 has never had significance in my brain. Like it always kind of just pops up. I'm like, oh shit, it's 420, and I'm already high. It's never like, yo, I got to get prepared for next Saturday, nigga. We about to have the biggest bong rip. I don't collect over it.
Well,
it's not a holiday to me. This is a daily practice, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't feel the need to celebrate it. Like I celebrate it every day.
That's what I said. It's like Black History Month for us. Like we are black. It's like we celebrate ourselves every day.
Let's be honest. Like in terms of like in smoking like circles and communities, like 420 is kind of like some hacky, corny shit.
Let's name the other ones. Like just hacky holidays.
Well, I don't know about most holidays, you know, like I didn't celebrate Easter or, you know, certain things. Like that's
420 isn't really, it's not
420 is a
hacky,
hacky holiday. It's not like any nigga that's running around like, oh, it's 420, bro. It's like them niggas ain't my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anybody who makes a real fuss over that shit for real. I feel like it's either for teenagers or for white guys.
Or for places where it's legal. That's another thing where weed is legal. I bet it's a lot of like free weed promotions.
420 sales and
420 like sales. I'm pretty sure it's bigger there. And you know, it's
and
it makes sense. But like with here, I would have to say the opposite, dog. People care about 420. It's definitely not, people don't wear paraphernalia. It's not paraphernalia day. Like, oh my God, I can wear my 420 shirt. No, because people are adults.
420 is a little, the more I'm thinking about it, 420 is a little lame. It's just a little lame. I feel like 420, especially the people who don't smoke weed at all, like they're not even a part of that world. Like Billy's mom, who doesn't even know what chronic means. 420 to her is probably like some real like, oh shit, 420. It's not that deep of a day. It's not that important of a day.
Because you're at the top, right?
Make your hacky argument. Everybody sees what this
I'm
is
seeing the.
Well, I'm controlling all the resources.
No, I'm not saying you're controlling.
Nigga,
But
you don't believe in trickle down?
I'm saying you're on a.
The grams will trickle down from me.
Nigga, of course they trickle down. Nigga, they trickle down. Yeah, but I'm saying like you're at the top in terms of like, nigga, I smoke weed every day. Like it's not fun anymore. It's my life.
Exactly.
So when people,
you're making my point.
So when people half step it, when people act like, oh, it's like they treat it like it's a fun fucking game. You know what I mean? Like it's just a thing they can do. You get angry.
No,
but
it's not anger.
It's not.
It's not even frustration.
It's
disappointment. I'm like, I can't believe this shit, dog. Why? It's lame. 420 is for people who don't smoke weed for real. I'm standing on that shit.
420
Niggas don't get hype over. If you really smoke weed, you're not getting hype over 420. You're either young. Well, I'm not gonna go that far, because maybe when you're young and you're a teenager, it's more of a thing. But once you become an adult and it's like you get serious about life and everything that you do, it's no longer a novelty. You don't need a day for it.
Yeah, but type in LA 420. I just want to see what pops up, because I feel like that means so much. We are in a state where only THCA is legal. Thank God, you know. So it's not like we could just walk out and just head shops, you know, like, hey, you know, come grab a gram, nigga. Just walk in here. We'll give you one for free.
LA 420.
Okay.
It's a marketing ploy.
Yeah, nigga, it's marketing.
Most holidays and celebrations are just marketing ploys. It's just like IP the corporations can tap into to make flyers.
If the government
deals,
if the government didn't have 26 or like however many holidays throughout the year to make you spend money, we would go broke. Like there's something every month for you to spend money on somebody you love, whether it's a birthday or it's like an actual like 420. Like the only like, because you could have gave me this on 4. You could have gave me this today, Lauren. Like this little fucking ashtray, or you know, like
nah, for sure.
But nah, everything is a marketing ploy for the most part.
It's bullshit. 420 is for people who aren't really serious about weed, because you don't need a day to celebrate it. This is a daily abuse.
It should be treated. Don't you want to be appreciated though? Don't you want it to be appreciated? Like at least one day. It's not a fucking week.
No.
You know, it's just one day. It's 24 hours.
I don't go around with like angst in my life because I feel like people don't like weed enough. You know, I would like it to be legal. That makes it easier for me to do what I have to do. But other than that, I don't need, you know, PSAs, billboards, you know, Good Morning News America's making segments about that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Nigga,
I need to do less of this. If anything, I want less weed propaganda. So I'm less incited to go and do it, to go and indulge. I don't need all this barking motivation.
Why don't you just stop it?
Because of days like this.
Goodness gracious.
Because where everybody in the world is doing one thing and that FOMO sets in, I'm like, shit, I got to go get high. See, 420 is probably bad for people.
Yeah.
And you want to celebrate it? You want to campaign for this?
I mean, 420 isn't bad for anybody. The idea of it, it's like we getting celebrated. It's honest. It's actually incredible. Like, nigga, this is a plant being celebrated. Like, there's no shroom day, and at least shrooms take you to a higher plane of thought. But like this, we're talking about
they
weed.
Deserve a day.
At least, shit, at least a month. We're talking about weed, nigga. They made a day for weed. That is fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. It's so stupid that if you get high, you have to love it. Cause it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
nigga, it's a day for weed, and weed doesn't like. It's not shrooms. It's not. What's another thing? Ayahuasca,
ketamine.
Well, it's not. Maybe like a ketamine is probably too deep.
Opium.
That's pretty deep.
No.
Tobacco? What you want?
Tobacco leaves.
You want a low stimulant or something that's going to really,
tobacco
you know.
leaves. I'm saying something that like tobacco leaves, something that's dangerous, but not like fucking will take you on the deep end.
Yeah, well.
Or that sneezing frog.
Oh, doing the toad, licking the toad.
Licking the toad.
I forgot what that drug is that they're licking off his ass. What's that liquid?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's seeping off the toad, but I forgot his name too. 𝙬𝚃. I think his first name is Anthony 𝙬𝚃. With Vice, he used to do explorations. He used to go on journeys to different places doing different psychoactives and shit. But
did you just give up on what you was about to search?
That's good.
I saw like a complete I abandoned it.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
God damn.
That's cool.
Some good shit in here.
You know, shout out to all the snorters, the smokers, the fungus growers.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that gets high is appreciated.
And comment down below what race is the best plug.
And comment down below if you really think that 420 is some shit that people who actually smoke weed give a fuck about. Because I want to do a survey. I'm willing to bet that most niggas wake up high and realize it's 420. As opposed to the other way around.
You can't speak for every high. Like, come on, dog.
Stop me. Exactly. Let's go on to this next topic, nigga. Go all the way down to This Is a Theory. Yeah, this shit right here. Now, I haven't watched this yet. I saw the title.
Okay.
I was like, this is dumb enough to talk about on LOI. And I like live reactions with my brothers.
Is it about, okay, can I guess what it's about first?
If you're going to do it off of this theory, then off of what I called it, you're not even going to be in the ballpark.
Okay.
But go ahead, try.
Is it about like animals? Like, it's about animals?
You're actually right.
Are you, swear to God?
Yeah, I promise.
Oh my God. I didn't see this either. Like,
so this woman thinks that it's sus for a man to fall asleep in the passenger seat while his homie is driving. Now, if this isn't animalistic, I don't know what it is, brother. Run it.
Conversations.
A question: is it gay for a man to fall asleep in the front seat while his homeboy driving? Okay, I thought it was too. Thank you. I got a question: is it?
Yo, that was pretty quick.
That was very quick.
She didn't even have an answer. She just asked the question. But the fact that she was pondering on this means that she thinks it is a little bit of, it's a little sus.
She thinks it is for real.
She has an inclination that it is. Now is the bitch right? Completely different conversation, which is why we're here, brothers. I think
closing your eyes around a man.
If you say it like that.
What's wrong with that?
Where are you? Where is he?
Closing your eyes around a man.
Where is he? Balling your lip up around a man is justifiable in certain circumstances.
You're gonna have to do that. I don't know what the fuck you mean by that.
No.
I'm saying, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Like when you hide your lips, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Ball your lips up.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Turn around so we can do it just real quick.
I don't know what he's talking about.
All right,
just do it.
Everybody turn around. I'll do it.
Just
That's
do it.
weird. You gonna do it for the people?
I'll do it facing this way.
No, you have to do it so the people can
Somebody
see
can
it,
see
nigga.
They know what I'm talking about.
They don't know.
Google it then. Google balled up lips.
Do that shit.
It's gonna be crazy.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Nah, nigga, you know exactly what I'm talking about, you gooner.
No.
This isn't what I'm talking about.
No, okay.
Oh, but the inverse. When you make your lips go inverted. You know what I mean?
Just do it, dog.
I'm not balling my lips
All right,
up.
all right, fuck it. All
Not
right.
because you said it.
Okay.
That's crazy. What kind of shit is that, man? But it is appropriate at the barbershop. Because the nigga got to line your mustache up. So sometimes he'll be like, oh, you ball your lip up. It's like, all right, bet, I got you. And you do it. And then
Why'd you just hop up like you...
Because that's how you ball your lips up. And then he lines it.
That's what it feels like. It's
Talking about
a stabbing motion in the back.
This. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That what you mean, though?
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's what you do? That's what...
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
He looks masculine doing it, I guess. I don't know, but that's what happens. That's what happens. Wait, go to that one. Yeah, the one. Zoom in on the top image that you already clicked on. Yeah, that. It just feels weird to do it on command. I don't even know why we brought it up again.
I feel like I almost just did it out of like, we're just talking about it. Mm-hmm. So is this...
Monkey
Ball
see,
your lips
monkey
up to
do.
a man.
Yeah. Yo, you look crazy.
Because of the driver, the passenger seat.
That's why we brought this up.
Okay, but here's my thing though, right? All right, I mean, look, she's kind of reaching, but there are certain things that aren't necessarily homosexual that dudes don't do because it's like it's just weird enough. Like for
who do
example,
you
like
ankle socks?
Nah, ankle socks are very masculine, man.
I don't know.
You gotta have good legs for it.
I didn't even know you was
What
wearing
about
socks.
hugging? Like real hugging.
Who you hugging?
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with hugging a dude.
Yeah, nothing wrong with hugging a dude.
Yeah.
It depends on the context. Why are you hugging?
How long?
How long it's been since I seen my nigga?
Okay.
Where you hold on the hug? Like, you know, your arms a little low there, brother.
Yeah.
What about... Oh, shit.
It depends on what culture you're from, though. Italians, like, is it Italians that do the whole,
Kiss on the cheek?
I ain't seen you in a minute, mwah, mwah, that shit?
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
I don't get down that way, but they're dudes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it depends on what the country that the dude is from.
Do you
know
think...
what I mean? Like, if
they're-
you're from San Francisco, patting your homie on the ass probably ain't nothing. But if you're from the Middle East, you'd get your hand cut off for doing such.
Yeah, nah. You pat him on the ass before you open the door for your homie in San Francisco.
That's how you respect them.
But do you think that the people over there in Paris, and you know, for anybody watching in Paris, y'all, this is how you're viewed across the world. It's like, it doesn't matter if y'all do it or not. This is what y'all are. So are they more masculine than us because we're so, let's just, for all intents and purposes, homophobic for the most part? It's homophobia.
I
for
don't
the
know.
most part.
I don't know how I feel about it because there's an argument. I can see the argument being made both ways. Like with white guys, right? The whole white boy humor, they play around like, let me smack you on the nuts. Like they play around like that. And black dudes would never. But black dudes do have that more masculine branding, just in the world.
Yeah.
So them being cool with like not being masculine isn't making them more manly. But that case is being had on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So where it's like, give me an example, nigga. Hurry, help me.
Hand holding across the street.
What? Where they do that at?
Paris.
Nigga, what? A real one, not your fantasy.
Nigga, it's not my fantasy. It's saw it on the news.
You want to be escorted?
There's revolutions over there every day about it.
This nigga want to be traveled with.
I don't know another. Okay, maybe
the whole kissing, and when you see it.
Okay, well, I wanted to say another one.
I wanted to say another one too, but that's the
That's what y'all. I don't know.
Maybe that's the only one.
Whoa! Something in your homie's eye. I know they. Yes, that's probably they actually get it. That's what they do.
But grabbing it out of the eye is different than like, oh, close your eye. Let me.
That's crazy.
Blow into it.
You're saying that's different in terms of blowing into it is good, or the grabbing is?
I'm saying I would rather you try to take my pupil away from my face than I would for you to blow into my face.
Okay, what?
Blow into my eyes.
So it's the middle.
Imagine.
Like, hold on, it's just a little fuzz.
So it's the middle ground, like grabbing your. Is the middle ground grabbing your homie hand and being like, nah, dog, it's right here. Like just moving it to where it is.
Is that an acceptable? No. Nah.
What if it's something really in his eye?
There's been times like even the other day, you was like, yo, something on your cheek. And I was struggling for 5 minutes. I was like, here? He was like, nah, over. Here?
Yeah.
Nah. And we would just do that until it happened.
Yeah.
There's no need for you to go, fuck it.
Let me grab your hand, dog.
Let me just hear. Right there, brother. Hey, I'd rather look stupid still.
Yeah, nah.
Whatever was on my face is a lot better than
We
you.
really do got ego problems as niggas though. Like in general.
That's what I'm
Because that's
saying.
like, that is, it's funny, but it's real.
It's real shit.
Like-
Real shit.
It's real
Yeah,
shit.
nah.
Don't
God
touch
damn.
my face.
Don't you dare, nigga. Don't you fucking dare.
Wait, hold on. Let me fix your collar, dog. You look sloppy.
Yeah,
And
like
I don't think I'd ever allow like one of my homies to get his hand that close, moving that slow to my face before I smack the shit out this.
and
nigga.
you want to
Like,
know
We
why?
have to be putting out a fire.
Because
Like-
it's gay when your homie is trying to help with your vanity. Like, nigga, if there's a piece of hair sticking out all stupid, like, I'm fine with y'all not telling me.
Nah, tell me, but just tell me. That's it.
I'm fine.
Well, hold on.
Because it's the
That's a
hair.
slippery slope,
It's
though.
a slippery slope.
Because you
Of
walking
course.
around looking stupid with something on your face is vain.
On your face.
That's vanity.
But that's like, face, I want to be told. Hair is like, oh, he'll be all right. That's how mainly I am.
Nah, dog.
That's just dirty.
That's the reason your braids look like that now. You ain't been walking around listening to his body.
Nigga, no,
dirty
nigga.
shit.
Fuck out of here.
Hey,
They
my
turned
nigga, you
it
got
into
some
locks.
lint in your
My
shit.
braids look,
Hell
hey, never
yeah.
lint. That's
Somebody,
it's new growth. It's
somebody
new growth.
needs to do something about this,
Hey,
nigga.
it's new growth. Hey, but nah, man, you can't help your homies out with anything that requires like vanity, like a vanity lens.
That's not true.
A mirror.
That's not true. You can help your homies out with vanity. Vanity. There is a line though. There's
but
a line.
that line is so fickle. You might as well.
Not play.
Okay, all right. It's caveats. It is caveats. Because if it's something on your face, you know what I mean. Like that's
Something in your teeth.
that's fucking yeah.
Come on, bro.
Let's fix
you're
that.
a bad friend if you let me walk around like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Well. Okay. So
But I'm
you
not
can't-
about to iron your jeans for you.
I'm not about to grab.
You understand?
Like-
I'm not tying your shoe for you, Justin.
Yeah. Nah.
You would have to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Nah. And I'm not fixing your scruffy ass eyebrow. Like fuck him. They keep it scruffy.
Thank you.
Well, how do you feel as the nigga driving and your homeboy sleeping in a seat? How do you feel as the nigga driving?
You didn't fall
Let
asleep,
me describe
right?
it from my perspective because we literally just went through this shit.
Did you?
I didn't go to sleep even though I wanted to because I feel like that is like I don't know. It's like a team
the
thing.
energy of
It's
awakeness.
a team around thing. Like I'm not
Yeah.
about to just give up on a homie. Like
Right.
nigga, we're in this together.
Yeah.
And like at any moment, this nigga need to not drive no more. I need to be up ready to
Yeah,
drive. So
right.
it's just like let's stay away. There was moments where I was like, "You good? We good. We're alive.
Yeah, yeah, we
We're not
good.
talking, but we're both alive. We're both alert.
Yeah.
I'm watching to see if he good.
Yeah.
He's swerving because it might not be like your homie might have too big of an ego to give up and be like,
Yeah.
and like, all right, I can't drive no more. I might
Yeah.
have to step in and be like, nigga, just you good.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
We good.
But
no, I don't. Nah, no falling asleep. Now it
depends
depends on
on
how
the-
many niggas.
Or in the car.
Or in the car.
And it
That
does
matters.
but it also
That
depends
matters.
on it depends
Whoa.
on the length of the drive. Too.
whoa,
Length of the drive and the amount of people in the car. Because
Yeah.
if
Lauren.
me, you, Lauren, and AJ are all going together somewhere, somebody can fall asleep.
Yeah,
Lauren,
niggas go to
we've
sleep.
did we sit next to each other on our trip to New York? I think we did.
Flight?
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I think this did happen.
On the flight to New York,
I think this did happen. I'm not remember. I
the
remember
homie fell asleep on your shoulder.
his head.
No, that's cap.
I swear,
That's cap.
That's why I
You're not
asked you
talking
if
to
I
me.
sat.
We didn't-
Hold
we-
on. Let me say my point. Let me say my point.
He asked you first.
Well,
That's
okay,
why I
I'll tell
asked
what
you
though.
because I was like, a head was on my shoulder.
It was the person.
Lauren.
We didn't
Lauren.
sit right beside
Hold
each
on,
other.
he's just
we didn't
Lauren,
sit down.
Lauren,
We
we
had-
didn't sit
we all
right
had
there.
separate seats. Remember?
Let him describe
Your
his
head
trauma.
didn't touch my shoulder.
No, nigga.
Let him describe his
Fucking tripping.
trauma.
No.
In full, like how it happened, what time it was, and how it made you feel.
That's why I asked him, and he said yes. So let me
Talk-
continue.
we were
this
right,
story.
because
But
we're
did
right there.
you?
Shout out to the Joe Budden, inviting us out in and shit. We was on the plane.
Nigga, you wish. That's crazy.
Look, he's nervous.
I'm not. That's crazy. Yeah, right.
So regular shit. You on a plane? It's
Yeah.
about to take off. Lauren,
He's a sleepy guy.
He's a sleepy guy. He's a sleepy guy.
No,
Wait,
But
who the fuck
he's
was
a
late? Wait, who
hardworking dude.
was even late there the first time? Who
I think it was
you?
AJ.
Oh, it was AJ. Okay,
me and
okay.
you are undefeated.
Yeah, we're undefeated.
I think.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me and you are undefeated. Yeah.
Okay.
So you know, Lauren, you know, he fell asleep and shit. And I remember him gracing his head on my shit, right?
No, nigga.
But
was this dreadlock Lauren or short temp fade Lauren?
It was short temp fade.
Okay.
Bicycle Lauren. So he had short temp fade. This was that. This was
he almost had a skin fade.
He fucked up that whole trip. So as he was doing it, I remember like, you know, like going like, what the fuck? Like, man, what the fuck? Like, I'm in my head like, cause you know, I don't want my homie to be, you know, just brushed up out of sleep, and I also don't want to fucking do his head on my shoulder.
I don't even remember. I don't think I went to sleep on that flight, and I think you slept on that flight. I also think the person who came over who was asking
Lauren,
for like, do you want some peanuts and shit? I think I had to ask this nigga like, hey, do you want some peanuts? Yeah, like I had to ask for you. You was like dozed off. And
after you woke up, but if I fell asleep, we would be head to head because I'm taller than you. Your head was on my shoulder.
No, nigga.
Yes, it was, dog. If I fell asleep, it will be like this.
No. I literally don't think we were sitting down.
If you fell asleep,
homosexual fusion,
your head would be on his head.
You know what? We could actually
be resting on his dome.
I'm fucking
we can find the tickets. I'll find the tickets.
I thought you said we about to find a photo.
Yo,
I'm like, how the fuck you have
I'll find the tickets.
You asleep.
We'll see.
But is that weird? Am I weird for not waking him up and being like, hey, you know?
You're supposed to wake your homies up for that, yeah.
You supposed to wake your homies up for that?
Yeah, I'm not letting my nigga like just sleep on my shoulder. That's weird.
Well, first of all, that would be impossible. He would have to be a midget homie.
That'd just be weird in general. I don't care how it looks.
How on your shoulder is he?
He was right here. He was like right here. And I was like,
girlfriend, she can get up into that trap.
She can get
up into that trap.
Yeah.
But like the homie, it's all right. It's all right.
You got it.
You have to say you have to say for context, like context matters.
It's all right. Like
on the plane?
The homie matters too, dog, because we gotta understand not all homies are created equally.
Cool.
Like you don't have that level of time and understanding with niggas. Like my little brother could put his head on my shoulder.
Little brother, that's different.
Fucking but
yeah,
I'm trying to describe something right here. Your friends can get so close to you that they feel like family. Justin falling asleep, we tall niggas. Like if he's a kinda in my space, he got it, bro. I'm just gonna let my homie sleep.
I'm not talking about kinda in your space. I'm talking about laid out on your shoulder.
Like I said,
like this, sleep the whole flight. You cool with that?
Like I described, girlfriend can get all up in this shit.
So he's your girlfriend.
I'll stop talking, or I'll start talking when you decide that you want to hear the truth.
Go ahead, nigga.
But you have to decide.
I'm here,
homie. What is Google the name of the outer muscle of the shoulder? Like, what is that? What is this called? Because you got your inner shoulder, your outer shoulder, and then the rhomboids around it.
Yeah.
Like, what is this muscle right here?
Let's see.
Zoom in on that shit.
Your deltoid.
Not the trapezius.
Your deltoid.
Not even the deltoid.
Right here. That's the deltoid.
Okay, I wasn't looking at the arrows. Yeah. So homie could get a little bit of the front deltoid. Yeah.
Front deltoid for the homie?
Front deltoid.
Front deltoid?
Oh, side deltoid.
Okay.
Bad. Yeah. Whoa, you're right. Whoa, oh, you're right. Front is like I didn't realize what I was describing. Like for the front, you gotta go out.
You gotta go out and in.
Yeah. Out and in. That's too much. That's what's the word you said? Compilated.
Capitulate.
Don't capitulate my deltoid, boy.
Yeah. Nah, man.
But nah. And that's just me. But it's not all like all niggas.
Yo, Lauren, we couldn't sleep on your shoulder.
Nah, I'm cool.
That's fucked up.
I give you a pillow or something though.
Man.
In context, yeah, for sure. But on a flight, I'm like, nigga, no. I'll just get a neck pillow.
I don't believe that you're this masculine, dog. No, I don't think so. I genuinely believe that like if we was on a flight and like, of course, not girlfriend trap position, but if a nigga was just kind of like knock the fuck out, you gonna move him?
Yes, because you can knock out on the other side. You're on a flight. I've done that. Just sleep about the window.
No, but you couldn't do that, Lauren, because you was in the middle. I had the window seat.
But I literally don't think we were right beside each other. I think somebody was in between us. If we were on, I think we were on the same like row. I think.
Lauren, you're a bad friend.
Maybe.
Nigga, I should brush my.
It depends on the context. If you actually need this, if I know the context of why you need it, like you knocked out, you tired like that, yeah, I'm gonna let you chill. But if we just kicking it, we just up and you just sleeping, like nigga, just sleep right there.
Yeah, we gave you the context. We're on a fucking plane. Like, nigga,
where we going? How long?
We're not in your living room, dog.
Where are we going? How long are we going?
We're going to Charlotte. It's 30 minutes. I fell asleep.
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
We're going to Charlotte to pick up Fmac
get
because
you.
he caught syphilis fucking around with the wrong scallywags.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jay Noblez is tired.
Exactly, nigga. I'm tired, nigga.
That's your context. Now what?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Fuck you.
That's fucked up.
I
Is
would
that
you-
that
nah.
Jamaican, like, you know, I got to be a manly man?
Nah, I guess
you
'cause-
letting your homie sleep on your shoulder doesn't mean you want to fuck your friend.
No, I don't think it's anything like
And
that. I'm not saying
but
that.
that's what it
That's not where it's
comes
coming from.
though.
No,
It's
not.
boundaries,
No, it's
though.
not.
That's what it comes
That's not where it's
from.
coming. No, it's not.
Your
I'm literally not where
boundary,
I'm coming
your
from.
boundary level is very high, though. We're
That's-
gonna lower that.
You need to get more intimate.
That's literally not where it's coming from. The God, like, I can understand.
I need my homies to look at me the way
Nah.
white women look at LeBron, dog.
Nah. It's more simple and basic than that.
I need adoration.
I need.
Where's your
it's-
twinkle, brother? We ain't cool, dog. I thought
Everything
we was
is
homies.
better with the homies. We
Nah,
were
it's-
just telling y'all
it's
last
more-
episode, food is better.
It's more
Flavor.
Sleep is better.
Naps.
It's more simple than that.
What
it's
else?
It's more simple than that. It's just my own personal creature comfort. So like, I'm used to like, I'm thinking of a position like we all like to be treated how we would treat others and shit like that. It's like for me as a person, like I'm gonna just like.
You
I don't
would want
think
somebody
I
to-
think as a regular man, like for me, I don't know. I just feel like I could sleep on the side of this, like or I can sleep with my head back. Like I've done that, like, and I'm fine. So
What-
I don't see the necessity in using me for that. Like it's cool if you really have to. You my homie. I'm not gonna deny that. But just as a regular man, shit, I don't see the actual necessity just because you tired. I think you could actually just put your head back, put your seat back a little bit, and go to sleep. I don't think you have to do
No,
that.
but
So it's
I-
like, but if the context
my
is,
fault.
if the context is my nigga is uberly tired because of whatever we fucking did and blah blah blah, he just got to sleep. Like I'm not gonna trip.
You want to know
But
what that?
I'm
Can I help?
rather not?
If
probably.
you fall on the basketball
if I'm
court,
awake
can I
and
help
doing
you
shit,
up?
like I'd rather not.
If you fall on the basketball court, can I
If
help
I'm
you
awake
up?
and trying to be on my computer or on my phone or do whatever, like, and you have a seat that you can lean back and sleep in, like I would do that. Like, you know, that'd be cool if you could do that too.
Lauren, if
That's all.
if you fell on the court, could I help you up?
Yeah. What you mean?
What if I don't like to be helped up and I don't help you up? Would you feel a type of way about that?
Nah, I'd probably get up. We're on the court.
I think at a certain point, with me personally, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that like this everybody, this how it should be.
Yeah.
At a certain point, with people I fuck with and care about,
Yeah.
I'm willing to let my ego go. If Justin passed out at a concert and he was throwing up and niggas was walking
That's a different
around
context.
stepping. Oh, I'm giving the context to
Yeah.
prove the point I'm trying to prove.
My answer is yes.
And literally, I'm not asking you a question,
okay,
brother.
okay, I got
This
you.
isn't
I
a
got you.
hypothetical for you,
Thought
Lord.
we were talking about the whole thing just now. But
I'm just
continue.
talking about me.
Let him
All right,
paint
go
a
ahead.
picture with his homie.
Good God, you dummy. You passed out foaming at the mouth.
Nigga, that sounds like you.
Foaming at the mouth. I don't know what you took. And it's just like you're out of the sorts to be able to help yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick you up.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a napkin. I'm going to wipe your mouth off.
Yeah.
I'm going to be what I have to be for my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let go of all that. Oh, is this gay?
Then
Yeah.
we,
I don't
then
give
we
a fuck.
agree. Then
my
we agree.
friend is in need.
Then we
Now
agree.
we can all agree
Then
on
we agree.
something. If we have to sleep,
'Cause I've done that too. I've done that already.
if two dudes have to sleep in the same bed, they can't sleep the same way. That we all agree on that, right? Like one has to be faced the opposite way,
What was
right?
the term you used? Creature comforts. I prefer to be across from a nigga's ankles than
Than the
like
other
his,
way,
his
yeah.
head. Like
Exactly.
that's great. Sardines.
Preferably.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'd also
Soldier style.
I'd also be okay with a barrier, even like if we're the same way. Like if it's like if we're the same way and you got like we just have like something in between. And
Well,
I'm
now,
not,
So
now
this
we
is-
gotta
so
understand.
that's-
like,
yeah, that's-
who are your homies?
yeah,
Do you have homies that you're scared might molest you or
no,
something?
no. I'm giving you another scenario as to why.
That's not what I'm confused at. I'm confused that, all right.
Because I'm saying
so
that-
you can't, a homie can't sleep on you, but you can
Or
sleep with
around
the
him.
homie.
But no, but I just said to you a second ago, that's literally why I was coming back at you with the other thing. In the context, it's completely fine. I just told you I agree with the context you painted. I've done that. AJ's been super slumped over because he's drunk, and I've had to help that nigga like relax and sleep and shit. Like that shit happens. What are you talking about?
Relax.
I'm talking about what you. My fault,
to
nigga.
make him like relieve? Like
I'm talking about we had to carry the nigga out
How
of the
did you
party because he
relieve
sleep.
the
We carried the
homie?
nigga out of the party because he sleep. I'm saying
on,
we carry
AJ.
you. I've had to carry.
good dog.
I've had to carry him like on the shoulder, like on the way out of the party because he's
I
slumping. He's
don't
he's drunk,
believe
like
you
shit like
carried
that.
AJ anywhere
I've had to do
without
that.
an arc or like a tow
Nah,
truck.
me and another nigga had to do that before. We've had to do that.
He drew a bath for him.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, you can get that off. You can get that off. You can get that off. I walked into that.
Hey, yo,
you get that off.
you want bubbles or you just want it hot?
You can get that off.
Oh, damn, you knocked out? I'll just do what I like.
But to your scenario,
Hey, make sure you get behind your ears. No, like this, stupid.
And it's like he's asleep, but he's still asking him questions. Just so he can be like, okay, I'll do it.
all right. But to your initial point, the exact thing we agreed on. I agreed on that. So the other thing, I was just trying to give another scenario, like as to you said you have to sleep opposite side, like you have to sleep with like by his ankles or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm saying if
That sounds crazier when you say it out loud. But
well, that's
my
what
fault.
you're saying. But
Yeah,
but if it has to be like I would even sleep in the same like direction if there's like a little barrier or something there. Like that's cool. That way I'm not looking at the nigga face or some shit like that. That's all I'm saying.
Barrier created how?
I don't know, like a pillow or some shit. I don't know, some shit.
You're
like,
gonna waste a pillow
what are you gonna
for a
sleep
barrier?
on? You gonna waste comfort to not like look gay? Like what are you?
I'm
what
not
are you
trying.
doing?
I'm trying to talk about the shit you were talking about, creature comforts. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do that too. I'm just saying in general. I was trying to give another.
Yeah.
I was just trying to give another scenario.
I understand that. I'm just
trying to give another scenario.
I'm genuinely confused that like you would rather do that.
I didn't say I'd rather. I didn't say anything about being rather. I never said anything about rather.
It's not rather.
I was just trying to add.
You can.
No.
This is what he's saying.
Yes.
Like the extremes of it. Like.
Yeah.
You can sleep in the same bed, regardless of like how it's set up, sardine style or with barriers.
he said same way.
Yeah.
But you can sleep in the same bed with a dude, but you couldn't let like a homie sleep on the shoulder.
No, I didn't. I never said I couldn't do that.
He's just saying, just on paper, one of those just seems a little bit.
But
more
I also never
sus.
said I couldn't do that. Y'all are literally just taking what I said out of context. I never said I couldn't do that. We had a specific conversation about something on the flight.
Lauren is so masculine. He probably is like, yo, I can't sleep opposite. Opposites attract. It's science.
All right.
I'm fucking
That's fine.
so
That's
straight.
fine.
If that's your mentality, you're probably gay,
You're
brother.
gonna
Look at
choose. You're gonna
batteries.
choose
It's the
to
way of
ignore what
life.
I'm saying, so I'm gonna let you get it. I'm gonna let you get it off because you're gonna choose to ignore what I'm saying.
That's powerful though, Lauren.
I'm gonna let you get it off
Because
That's
most
fine.
people in this situation, in your circumstances,
Yeah.
they be fighting to the death.
So you'll be cool. We sleeping in
I'm
the
not.
same
I'm gonna let
bed.
you. I'm gonna let you get it off. You can paint the
this
narrative.
is just
and
a
say,
hypothetical.
You're not. You
This
can
is
take.
no.
I'm gonna let you get it
you
off.
broke them.
No,
Because you're choosing not to listen to my specific
Lauren,
point.
I understand,
So
but
I'm gonna let you get it
I
off.
genuinely
I'm
want
gonna
to
let you
know
get
we're in the same bed,
And
right? What size bed?
Okay.
a queen.
A queen?
Yeah.
We're in a queen, right?
Yeah.
Now, I already chose my position, but I'm a little slanted. What do you do? I'm sleep though. I'm sleep. And
I'll
it's the
wake
only
you up first if I can.
You'll wake me up.
If it's in an
All
awkward
right, let's
position
say-
for
all
us to
right,
sleep on
so
the
this is a
bed,
queen,
like,
this is a
yeah, I'm
queen,
waking
this is a
you up.
queen.
You
Look up a
slanted.
square. Look
Yeah,
up a
you
square.
slanted.
I'm waking you up,
You're
nigga.
taking up too much mattress.
Well, not
talking about?
slanted like from point to point.
You're slightly
but
angled.
I'm slightly angled.
Isn't that what slanted means?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean?
You wouldn't
Are
just-
you as a homie should also feel like justified in me waking you up, like, oh shit,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
fault,
I probably
nigga.
should.
Like,
I
oh, my
probably
fault,
should.
nigga. Like, yeah, I got you.
probably
Nigga, your
Like,
feet
yeah.
are on my side of the bed.
What you
okay,
dog.
I
talking
probably
about? Yeah.
Okay.
What were you trying to get out of this?
I
was
don't
just
know.
trying to-
I keep trying to tell y'all niggas I'm honest. I understand what you're saying and I agree, but I had a difference in opinion on the whole flight thing. That's all. That's the only thing I was talking about at the
So
beginning.
planes is where you draw the line.
No, I'm saying that I understand like you asked me would I let him. I said in a certain context, sure. If it's a certain context that we're talking about and you painted one, sure. If we're just on a flight and the nigga's tired, I don't see why you can't just lean back on your fucking chair. That's not impossible to me. That just makes sense because I do that. And like I don't understand why you have to. You know what I'm saying? So
But
if we're just on the
you're
flight, then
also
it's just that.
You know, you
That's
have
my
different-
first thought. Is what I'm saying. That's my first thought.
But what if your homie has different proportions? You know what I mean? Like nigga 6'3", 6'4".
I don't know, nigga. That's
Longer
just my
shoulders.
first thought. Now, again, if it's some contextual shit where, oh man, we had some crazy. I know what this nigga meant to whatever. He's drunk, whatever. He's tired. Sure, what the fuck? Who cares? But we on a flight and nigga's tired. Why do I like if I'm doing shit? I'm awake and you sleep. I don't want you on my shoulder. You can lean back in your chair, nigga. The fuck? What's wrong with that?
All right, well, you know, Lauren is not the shoulder that you nap on. He's the shoulder that you confide to, you cry in, and he'll help you out, but you just can't sleep there.
You just
Yeah,
can't
you
nap
can't
there.
sleep.
That's actually
And
true.
that's where he draws
That's
the line.
actually true.
And
I
now
like that.
I'm glad I know that
I
about
think I like
you.
that.
Because I know what
I'll
to
be there
expect.
whenever you actually need me. When you really need me, I'll be there.
But me being tired ain't enough.
Nah, it's not enough.
Yeah, fuck sleep, nigga. Nigga say you can sleep
Yeah,
anywhere.
it is.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
If you need some money, call me though.
Oh my goodness.
But let's
yeah.
get into them. You want to get into them Wild Wise? This is a long show.
Let's
Yeah,
get into the
low-key.
𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃. Let's also figure
Can
out
we
what
pause
question.
real quick too? Because I have to piss, and we
You
have
do
the
too.
option to piss.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna make it fast.
Yeah, nah. Okay.
We'll be right back after these messages. Yes. YLOI. That's an acronym. It's a beautiful acronym because it flows perfectly and it describes what we need you guys to do.
Yeah.
You have questions. You have comments. You have concerns. We have answers.
Yep.
This is how we interact. You put them in the comments, hashtags. You can send them in our DMs. Just put hashtag YLOI so we know what the purpose is. But yeah, I feel like we've explained it enough.
Yeah, nah, I feel like out of all the other
Tired.
episodes we did, we done a pretty good job of like, just marketing and shit. And also, again, Tuesdays from now on, we are going to be streaming.
We're going to be streaming.
We're gonna
And
be streaming.
Mondays at 6 o'clock is when we're supposed to drop. I know it doesn't always happen. It's usually a good reason, but just bear with us. We're trying.
Yeah.
There's a level of consistency that will be had here.
Yeah.
Because you need that.
And literally just follow us for the other days because literally, shit could change any other day because shit happens, niggas be tired, other things, But
I'm currently checking our DMs to see if anything got sent to us, but let's read. You going to go ahead and read what's already there, pimp.
Show starts. Sweetness versus glow is crazy. YLOI is the male version of who's cuter with guys, just who's cooler / who gets the most 304s. Are y'all mature and secure in your sexuality / masculinity enough to acknowledge another man as attractive, or is that still gay? Lusting opposite initially. What the fuck? That's a crazy argument. I can't believe it.
Lusting opposites initially. Oh, well, I get it. It makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's like...
It's really us.
How did that happen?
No, hold on. You got to give him credit. The fact that he's still doing this for like months on end, like, come on. It still makes sense. Like, lusting, he's talking about lusting for other women or for the opposite sex.
Of course, but
it flows.
I don't know. Wow. LOI is a great fucking acronym.
To answer your first question,
why? I mean, wait.
No, this first
Why
question
isn't
was,
that
are
weird?
y'all mature and secure in your sexuality enough to acknowledge another man is attractive, or is that still gay? Laughing emoji. He didn't even take himself serious, nigga. But
look, man,
can you? Yeah, you can look at a dude and be like, that's an ugly guy or that's a good looking guy. That's very easy.
Yeah,
now, are you gonna tell him? No. Are you gonna say this out loud? Hell no.
Yeah.
What do you do with this information? Nothing. My ego, I'll still put him under me. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I look better. Anybody that looks like me looks good.
Yeah.
You handsome than a motherfucker if you look like Groove.
It's only weird if you're talking about a guy that's attractive. It's like more attractive than you. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking about
say that one more time.
It's only gay if you're talking about a dude that's more attractive than you. Like if you're talking about a dude,
so you're supposed to hate first.
if you're talking about a dude that's uglier than you, like in terms of vanity, it's really like you're giving him. It's like you're giving him grace. Like he could do that a little bit better. Like get the headline fixed or something.
Talking about is different, but he's saying, can you acknowledge that another man is handsome?
It sounds like his answer is no.
I don't think it is though.
It's not. I'm just playing around
because he said something earlier that sounded different. Can you acknowledge that? Would you?
Yes, I can, and I wouldn't want to. But
is Lauren handsome? Yes or no? It's like how do I?
Is Lauren handsome? No.
Yo.
I agree. I think that nigga ugly.
Lauren has a couple steps to go in terms of his attractiveness, and that's why it's not weird because he's less attractive. I can say that.
Nigga, I'm glad we both think the same thing, bro.
But can you acknowledge that another dude is handsome?
No, fuck that.
What do you mean?
It's like I can't, of course, but it's like
he's gonna hate.
I would hate myself for it.
He's gonna hate first.
But internally, like, can you be like that nigga is probably handsome? He probably gets bitches. Because it's not all about like having the conversation. Because that's the distinction. The distinction that I'm trying to draw is that knowing and acknowledging and talking and politicking about that is two different things. Like I was listening to Matt and Shane Secret podcast. Them niggas will randomly get a dude crush, and they'll just start talking about a dude. He's a stud. Nigga's handsome. I'm like, whoa.
That's where it stops, though?
That's where it stops. Because, like, in your head, you can go, okay, that's obviously an attractive guy. But talking and politicking about it, that's where it gets weird.
Yeah, and even, like,
who do you think's more handsome? Like, this guy or this one? Like,
yeah. But I feel like Nutso was insinuating, like, that's
deep. That's leak.
It's leak.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, leak. Is the male who's...
What do you think he's insinuating?
I thought the question was different. My bad.
No, that was the question. That's just what made him think about this question was us
sweetness
doing the
versus
sweetness of
yeah.
Soul Glow.
Yeah.
And he was like, they're bullshitting. They're really just talking about who looks better, which isn't what we were doing
Yeah, exactly.
at all. Because my answer would be different.
Nigga. Nigga, who would you choose?
I don't know.
Yeah, all right, nigga.
It was funny. Sweetness versus Soul Glow.
I think you chose sweetness.
I think this is a sweet conversation we had.
Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
But you can acknowledge it, but discourse, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a whole other thing, dog.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I was even thinking, because when I first read this shit, like, there's dudes that you've been told that you look like, but one of them hurt you more.
Yeah.
Like, there's normally a couple different people that, like, celebrities that you kind of look like, but one of them hurts you more than others. Like, for me, like I've been told, and it depends on what I'm doing. Like, I've been told I look like Playboy Cardi in 2016. I was like, that didn't hurt, right? I've been told I look like Dave East. That didn't hurt. When I was told I looked like 21 Savage, I was like, ooh. Fuck. That nigga ain't cute, nigga.
That nigga is, yo, only sexy shit over here.
Only sex appeal over this motherfucker, man.
It's all the fine guys over here, nigga. We ain't with none of that weird, ugly shit.
But y'all know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, one of them hurts you a little bit more.
yeah. One of them actually makes you question what you look like.
Like, oh, fuck.
And it's weird.
What am I doing
that
wrong?
is weird.
Like, just tell me there's something on my face.
Because if somebody, and if you go, oh, okay, that's cool, with like whoever, it's because you think they're attractive. Yeah. You think they're attractive. So it's like, if I look like
or you
them,
agree that you look like them. Because just because you agree that you look like them, like, some people don't think that they look attractive. Like, there's people who don't feel good about how they look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not just like an innate, if you look like this person, you're going to think that.
Of
That's
course.
just me.
All the time.
I think I look good.
Are you telling us that? Or are you trying to reaffirm yourself, nigga? Don't do
That's
it
my
to me.
mantra. That's how I wake up. Yo, I look good.
That's crazy.
I love myself.
If that's the first thing you fucking saying to yourself, you ain't gonna get that $1,000 a week, nigga.
Yeah, I'm too vain.
I look beautiful.
Yeah. But
Great
we answered that
question,
question.
Leak.
Great question.
Another
Wait, is
one?
there another one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's another one there.
Another one. Is it gay to acknowledge a trans who was attractive in their former body or attractive in their current state? Love our insides. Why does LOI just...
It works, dog. It's three syllables. You know what I mean? It gives you three different...
Okay, you don't know why it works.
I mean, I made it. I know how it works.
Fuck out of here.
But is it gay to acknowledge a I gotta reread the question because it's so esoteric. Is it gay to acknowledge a trans who is attractive in their former body? Or like if your homie turned into a girl and you go, whoa, what happened, nigga?
Yo,
He was handsome before. What the fuck?
That's the way.
Is that what he's asking?
Yes, that's what he's
Yeah.
asking. Like the first one, their former body, yeah.
Or attractive in the current state.
Or if it was an attractive woman at first and it's a dude now dapping you up.
I don't like the way he's trying to make me frame this in my head.
Yeah, nah.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess it's
let me
only.
frame it myself.
I guess it's only normal if you have. I said normal. I guess it's only
Yeah,
straight.
be careful with that word.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but I guess it's not.
Regular.
I guess it's not weird if it's a girl that's trans, like going into a man,
A trans man.
a trans man. Because it's like, you know, he's a girl. He was a girl.
But he identifies as a dude.
It depends on if he you know, he's killed his last name.
Well, you would make fun of your homie for having a masculine looking girlfriend.
Looking, but it doesn't matter. She's identified.
That's kind of, but it's not that far off in terms of like, you know, like masculine women. Like
Not necessarily.
You know what I
Nah,
mean?
dog.
I'm not comparing them directly, but it's just like you're saying that a trans woman, a dude that was a guy and became a woman, you would say that they're beautiful. Like you have the ability to say, "Hey, you're a beautiful woman," right? Mm-hmm. I'm asking
a trans man.
Yeah, I'm asking based off what you said, like the point that you were trying to make. I'm trying to understand that shit.
Yeah.
So just reiterate it.
Nigga, what are you talking? Nigga, what?
Because I'm confused.
Nigga, what?
Once you start talking, you think of it, I got lost, nigga.
Wait, was that man I first saw?
What?
Was that the woman?
Yeah, which is say it
all
again.
I was saying was that if it's a woman going into a man, it's cool because you know he was a girl,
but not the other way around.
I mean,
so does that so you're choosing to not acknowledge the transition?
I'm definitely acknowledging it. If it's true that, you know, he was cuter when he was a girl.
So you cool. You could do this.
I could do it.
I think this is a yes or no question.
Yeah.
I think that's what's fucking us up. He asked it like it's like a...
Well, no, he said, is it gay to acknowledge this when they're this and this? Oh, yeah, so yeah. Yes it is, or yes, no, it's not. I don't know. It's weird.
No, it's not gay. I guess it's not gay. Fuck it. It's
Because
not
you
gay.
said he'd do it.
It's not gay. It's not gay
So
if
it
it's your
can't be
homie.
gay.
Man.
I'd do it.
It's your homie, man.
So what about current state?
Homie love.
Because that's where it gets interesting.
Current state is.
Could you say a trans woman is hot?
Wait, for what? What's if she's my
He
friend?
broke it down two ways.
For what reason?
Don't fuck them up.
For what reason?
You see what happened to me earlier? This is what happened to me earlier. I was like, whoa, hold up. I can't.
Wait, what's the context?
I felt like I couldn't hold it in my brain
Like,
long
hold
enough
on,
to
hold on.
understand it.
Like you just said like you just put it out there like are trans women hot?
Can you say a trans
What?
woman's hot?
Because
Because that's the second question.
if she's the homie, if she's the homie, I guess.
Oh,
This nigga, she's the homie.
stuck.
Yeah, because this nigga just no context. Like he didn't even say it with the question. Like it was just are trans women hot?
Oh my God.
Whoa, I mean,
Said, let me see a picture first.
what climate you talking about?
Oh my God.
Man.
Can't be hot in the
Oh,
cold.
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Nah, man, it's not weird, and yeah, I would say yeah.
How about you, Lauren? You could you see a pretty trans woman, you would say she's pretty?
If you ask me if she's...
Why are you?
That's the question.
Yeah, so
that's what you have to
I thought
understand.
it was the
How would I-
homie
how
though.
would I
Go
know?
back to the question.
Go
Homie.
back to the
My
question.
thing is,
It's
how
not-
would I know she's trans first? Like, how would I know that?
You wouldn't.
So then, yeah, I probably would say I probably would.
Yeah. So
Wait,
yeah.
who was attractive in their former body? So that's like you knew them before. They your homies.
No, you don't have to know somebody to see what they look like in their former body, dog. There's before and after pictures. He's saying
They're just gonna. Okay.
it's not. Why
I'm
are you
trying to-
framing it like you're walking up to the motherfucker?
Because I have
it's,
to,
it's,
nigga.
No, it's not that. It don't have to be that real. Like it could just be a picture of the nigga. You ain't making it so situated. Like where are we? Are we in Walmart? Are we like fucking?
We're in the club. And
What are we on, nigga?
I'm not doing nothing crazy on the oatmeal.
Hell yeah. Yes, I think that you can. Because niggas get tricked.
Yeah, niggas get tricked.
People can get tricked. So, of course. Where do you stand, brother? Are you an ally?
Am I a part of your revolution?
I don't know if I am.
Nah, this is your revolution, nigga. This is what your cause is.
Yeah, I think you can say a trans woman's pretty and I want to fuck trans women.
Yeah.
I think it's polite. Yeah. Like, oh, you're a beautiful young woman. That don't mean you want to, yeah?
Yeah.
I remember Like,
He's still
I look back up at you to make sure I was okay still. Like, was what I said? Like, I got to go to the council of homies. Like, was that crazy? Was that?
yeah, nah. Yeah. I remember though, my ex, she had showed me this picture. She was like, "Hey, like, would you fuck her?" And immediately my senses went off. I was like, "Okay,
you're not that smart."
yeah,
silly girl.
Ah, fool. And so I'm like, "No, that's probably not real. It's probably not a real photo." Or something. And she ended up being a trans woman. Mm-hmm. She was like an Asian girl. She was a fucking Asian girl.
She was like an Asian girl.
She was like an Asian girl. But
would you give her 1 to 30?
Like as what she was?
As an Asian woman, yeah. What would you give her 1 to 30?
Man, I would probably average 15. If I'm being objective, like if that was a real woman just like that, probably halfway. Like you 15, you ain't shit.
I don't know. I feel like
you turned into a girl for nothing.
I feel like it's taking the easy way out. Like you didn't say attraction or disapproval. You just said down the middle. Nigga ain't gay or straight, you asexual. Nigga.
I'm saying if
give her a number, 16 or 14.
Was a woman.
Is she a 16 or she a 14?
She was a woman. Okay. I said halfway. 15 is a number.
But 15 is a non-participation.
Nah, nigga.
You know that.
I'm saying if she was just a girl born like that, she's still like not like, who was this?
Lauren wants us to see how hot this woman is.
It's a trans woman.
This trans woman is.
I already answered mine. You go for this time.
No, not yours. This one.
I go, nigga.
What are we doing?
1 to 30.
1 to 30. Shit. Let me see the full body. I need more data.
Wait, the pecs ain't enough?
Hey, don't disrespect those 8 cups.
Look it up, Lauren.
Oh, you want me to?
Right well, I thought we was doing this one.
It's the same person.
This is the same person. Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
Which one?
You know which one?
Right here?
No, down, but all the way to the right.
Oh, she looks like Joy Taylor right there. Am I lying? Please let me know. For my own good.
I don't know. I can't remember what she looks like.
Pull up Joe Taylor. Pull her up.
No, he's trying to bamboozle.
Joy Taylor.
What is she 1 to 30?
Hold on. Let me make the association. If Joy Taylor's 18, this impersonation, 1 to 30. That's too many options.
1 to 30.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now Lauren's turn, and a different girl. Different girl. We're all doing this.
Well, I think she's a pretty looking. She's a pretty woman.
1 to 30.
I think I've answered. She's a pretty woman.
No, 1 through 30 though. Give her a number. Her.
I don't know your scale rating like that.
I do 1 to 10.
But I mean, if I met this person naturally, I would have thought that was just a
Lauren.
It's not about that. We know, Lauren. We know that we're in the territory to where like our self images and perceptions of ourselves could get fucked up. It don't matter.
What is it?
Who cares? 1 through 10. Rate this trans woman
objectively.
Now.
Yes. 7.
Okay, brother. 7. He chose.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh shit. Now,
okay.
Now y'all gotta. Fuck it. I'm not. You already
leak. Since you made us go through all this, we really just put like our full. Like, how flexible are these niggas' egos? Like,
right.
How strong are they in liking pussy? Very strong, sturdy. But Leak, it's your turn. Your turn, brother. Because you was asking these questions like you was nervous to ask them.
Yo, and real quick, what was that bitch name?
𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃.
𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃.
Oh, you respected her.
Well, I'm
You
just.
called her a bitch.
What are you talking about?
You respected her. You called her like there are some people who like, you know, he or him still, but you know, you acknowledge she's a woman.
I mean, I think I do that all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
Especially she's a woman now. But this is the woman who y'all need to rate 1 to 30 or 1 through 10 if you're insecure like Lauren.
This is our Wild LOI. Say her name one more time, so you know, just for
That's a fucking straight.
what's her name again? What's her name again?
𝙿𝙾𝚃.
Yeah, that's who you got to Google. All right.
Or Janet Mock.
What?
Sorry,
Say
Janet, not Jeanette.
You don't have nothing.
It's
Ignore
just
yourself.
Janet. Janet Mock. I said Jeanette, but it's just Janet.
Get it right, nigga.
Yeah, come on.
My fault.
She beat your ass.
They might go to her old pictures. And
Okay.
was that the only?
Yeah.
Was that the end of
There's
that?
one more.
Oh, okay.
Why LOI doesn't Nobles have a pink Make America Noble Again hat? Isn't pink his favorite color? Haha, leak. I like that.
That ass-
and what's the
whoa.
pitch? What's the pitch for me to get Twitch again, or for people to get Twitch who's never used it before? What's the pitch for me to get Twitch again, or for the people to get Twitch who's never
Y'all
used
Twitch streaming. He's asking.
What is the pitch for you to
pitch?
get back on Twitch? Well, if you're asking why should you watch LOI the stream,
Oh, that's
this is
what he's
why.
asking.
We are willing to go there, brother.
Yeah.
We have conversations, discourse, no egos attached. We'll argue, we'll fight, we'll bicker, but at the end of the day, we're trying to get the truth.
And you got to understand, it's a slightly different. Like, we've only done it a couple times, so I can't be specific. But when we don't have Lauren, it's like
So much more fun.
it's it's a little bit more fun, but it's just more like free
He's being for
flowing.
real.
It's just more like free flowing, just a little bit, which is like, you know,
The stream has no. The stream is beautiful because we can do whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's certain shit that we talk about on here that we can't like really sit down and watch.
We can't sit down
can't
and
really
watch.
listen to.
Like,
we can't react to certain things.
and then Lauren takes his time pulling stuff up.
Lauren's phenomenal, but the podcast is a lot more polished, and there's still value in getting like that live. It's happening right now. For
sure.
We're reacting. We're in the moment. We
Yeah.
can pull this up. We
But
can
also,
show
like
you
you
that.
said,
We can
just
play this.
the ability to do whatever, really. Like, especially on a platform that's not going to ban you for. I mean, there's always going to be things.
Always.
But you can get everything off, except for you can't play music still. But otherwise, I think it's okay.
We was playing.
I don't think you can. Oh, you can. You might be able to. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
was playing something.
Can you?
We was playing it.
Okay.
Nobody said nothing.
So
Yeah.
basically, with our Twitch, we have it set up to where our past streams are, you know, on there.
Yes.
It's not going to be all of them at the same time because with Twitch, you can only have like 200 gigabytes worth of like
catalog.
Yeah, of catalog. So we're going to be deleting it as we go. So you can get it while it's out. The last stream was about 3 to 4 hours though. So it's a lot of good stuff in there. Of course, you know, like we said, we talked about capitalism. We brought that up this week again, but still great conversations.
Oh, we talked about techno-feudalism last stream too.
Yeah, techno-feudalism.
That's another thing. Some of the topics that we talk about, it can be like a little deeper.
Yeah.
It can get a lot deeper.
Because you can reach in real time.
Because
too.
we can research it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was talking about techno-feudalism and shit.
Yeah, that's just probably.
So if you want to hear smarter LOI, go to the stream, baby.
Yeah, nah.
Lauren dumbs us
And,
down.
you know, probably do
I'm here
some
for.
research. And we have like other ideas, different games, you could say, different, you know, side things.
Literally,
we're
because
going to be doing.
That's just this current iteration of the stream. The
Yeah.
stream is only going to get crazier.
Yeah, we got some shit coming. Man. We got some shit coming. And it's really coming fast. Again, every Tuesday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. 7:30 to 8 p.m. every Tuesday
Start
for sure.
time. That's the range of the start time. But we're
Yeah.
not streaming for 30 minutes.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
But the other days, again, LOI the show. You got to follow us. We'll try to, you know, we're gonna try to do every day. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But
Was that all the Wild Wise, brother?
Yeah.
now let's just read
Some
these
comments. Yeah, we'll run through them.
The Real Creative Media. Shout out to you. W episode need this like at least once a month. Good stuff, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate everybody that was coming over from Potty Mouth, and even people that didn't know about Potty Mouth, the few hundred, because you know Potty Mouth doing the shit. You know, they can't lie.
Them niggas.
So, you know,
And if you haven't tapped into their channel yet, go in there. Yo, I was watching I was watching one of Dom's videos, and in the comments, I saw like a good ass question. I went and clicked on it. This nigga leak done hop size.
Are you serious?
Good trader. I was like, yo, is that MDSP? He was like, yo, Dom needs to talk to smarter people. It's like he just did last week, nigga. That's how you met him.
Fuck, we didn't. Okay. We need,
but no, but we need more of that.
We need more of that.
We need more of that.
God damn it.
I need to see more LOI members in the Potty Mouth channel. We got to show these niggas our overall impact.
Yeah, nah, and again,
and
like
guys.
Potty Mouth
brothers.
4 and Dom is like they some of the coolest niggas out in the game. You feel me? Right now,
they inspiring me to step my shit up,
like for real. And even what Dom was saying, like, yo, y'all got to start streaming. He's another person that was just an outside force that like.
You know, internally, like you got intuition. You know what you should be doing, but sometimes you just need that, you know, that outer stimulation.
Can we get an announcement moving forward? My rotation hasn't been flowing the same. No. The gentleman in the green hat articulates his arguments.
Oh, wait, go back to the other one. That's important. Yeah, niggas do, like, you got to understand, we're a part of niggas' daily routine. Like, he probably watches us for a specific purpose. Like, he's at work, he's going through this part, so if it don't drop at that time, that's on us. We're bad dealers.
Of course.
You know, you can't just ignore that, brother.
Of course.
Our fiends are complaining.
Shut up. Of course.
Mondays at 6.
Phil, Joseph, you know, come on, man. We're going to try our best. We're always going to try our best. And we'll try to do better.
Things just happen in the
All
background.
Right, let's just
post-production shit.
I'm going to just run through these, Lauren. Just scroll up as I read. Oh, no. Welcome back, but I needed that pod a week ago. Fuck you, Nutso. Yo, shout out to Nutso.
This nigga hates
one of the best people that comments. Truly, like, you know, it's not like I remember when we first started. I love that one dude in Brazil. Like when you remember when we was doing our shit on Anchor, it had like a point,
demographic chart,
something, nothing in like Brazil.
We had a fraction of a friend in Brazil,
and I never met him, didn't talk to him, but I just love the fact that like, yo, I got a nigga in Brazil.
He made us global,
and Nutso, you turned into that guy. We got a nigga in the Netherlands. Bro, when y'all talk about something, put the visual on. I'm sorry. Oliver Brown.
We'll do our best with that one, but you know, some shit, copyright information, we'll get fucked up for it. But
the Mather brother got cooked. I'm not a MAGA brother, okay? And Dom was being hypocritical. And that game was put out by 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 Games, a German company. Sounds racially motivated. Wait.
We might have to do more research on that.
Sounds racially I would agree if the main... Who's the antagonist and who's the protagonist? Is the evil? The evil is the.
I haven't played the game, so I don't know.
I don't know.
The white woman. It's a white woman. It's not a black woman. So I would get what he's saying if like who you're trying to get was like a black woman or it was people of the diaspora. Well, I mean, but it's an all white. It's an all white game.
Saying if it was just different races.
Yeah, but it's literally all white.
Yeah, it's hard to explain though. Good. I think he means in the term something about the term zealot. Zealot. I don't know if that's got something to do with Zionism or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's out of my mental bracket, but let's keep going.
Fire. Nah, always shame grape games.
Yes.
Nutso, you gotta come to America, nigga.
Nah, I don't second that.
Love seeing Jay get pressed on for voting Trump. Appreciate you. Y'all niggas need to step it up for real.
Agreed.
Shit, we fuck with you too, Lou. G's company over and Noblez lose all confidence in his horrible takes.
Yeah, you did.
It wasn't that. It was I was getting stuck on the fact that like I even talked about on the stream, right? Like saying the base of the argument being the lesser of two evils confuses me because it's like, all right, nigga, if you pray to Satan and I pray to Hades, like we're both in hell. Like you chose a side and I chose a side,
but one is worse.
And that was my whole thing because I mentally couldn't get. I was like,
and he said that you chose the worst one,
and I couldn't get around that because we don't know what she could have done because the same things were probably going to happen. What was going to happen with the conflict in Ukraine?
She was not going to send the nigga to Guatemala and then refuse to get the nigga back.
And yo, that would have never happened. Of course, look,
come on.
And we talked about it on the stream, LOI the stream. That stream was good as shit, but regardless. I even spoke out about that shit. I was like, yo, I don't know why that happened, but Trump, for some reason, and I don't know if he does this on purpose or he played the guessing game, but he posted on his Twitter of like the niggas and knuckles, and it was a marijuana tat on the first one, a smiley face on the next one, something that resembled a 1 and something else. And he was basically saying...
Was his face in it too?
He was basically saying, nah, but it was his hands and shit. But he was basically saying that, like, yo, you know, we wasn't lying. This dude is like, he's really MS-13. Woody whoop whoop. Woody whoop whoop.
We don't even know if that was that nigga's hands. And even if they were.
But even then,
it's propaganda, dog. And I don't think there would have been propaganda with Kamala, but it wouldn't have been on some human rights shit like this. Like, this is a violation of human rights.
Well, that's the thing. It's a violation.
There's nothing to justify that.
My thing is, he should have. Why wasn't there a poster going around about his hand beforehand when he said it was MS-13? That was my that's the confusing part. Why he posted that yesterday? It's 420 today. He posted this shit 2 days ago. So that was my thing about that.
Optics, nigga.
The whole idea of like the immigrant is deep, and we've been talking a long time. But the immigrant situation is it's fucked up. But it's like
a lot of
they're not. Like, rules are unfortunately rules. Like, and it's like, will we make the same concessions? Concessions?
Yeah, like when you make favor for somebody else.
Will we make the same? Will we make the same concessions for like people that live here that break technically the law? You get what I'm saying? And that's where the whole like immigrant conversation it gets tricky. But if that El Salvadorian nigga is not MS-13, and this is a fucking photo op. Granted, it's like he posts pictures. I didn't know if he posted other pictures with his fucking torso. I don't know. But that's fucked up. And even on the stream before he dropped the photo, I was like, I was like, that's fucking weird.
Nigga, fuck
that's
the picture.
Weird.
When the senator of the state that he lives in went to visit him, and the people that were there were putting shit in the frame of the of the camera to make it look like the nigga was well off or he was doing fine over there. There was half-filled drinks and shit. That is bullshit. That's propaganda.
Yeah, because he was over there. That whole shit was stupid. I forgot the senator's name. He went over there, and the nigga was literally in the news talking about he was upset that people thought that he was having a good time with him, that they were sipping margaritas. He was like, his whole point was that, look, first of all, the funny thing, he was like, the best thing about these margaritas in Puerto Rico, or El Salvador, sorry, excuse me, I forgot where I was. You know, they got the salt rim. They got the salt around the rim. Yeah. So if you take a sip of it, it'll like leave a hole. So, ladies and gentlemen, the salt rim was still staining. There was no drink. And it's a fucking... I don't know what's going on, but the fact that he's MS-13, they dropped the photos now, and I don't know what the fuck is going on with that dude.
Well, like, do you think what's happening to him is wrong? I can't tell.
I don't know. Like, if he came here, what was they saying about if he came here illegally? If he came here illegally,
he has a green card. So coming here, like, however he got here is how he got here. They didn't give a fuck because he still ended up getting a green card. So it wasn't that big of an issue. The nigga, deported a person with the green card.
What about the fact that he could be a criminal? Could be.
That has to be proven. You don't send somebody to another country on the fact that somebody could be a criminal. And if you think that that's okay, then we're fucked. Fucked. There's a thing called due process.
Yeah.
Like, we have a court for a reason.
Yeah.
You can't just say something and have that be the case. You got to be able to prove these things.
Yes, of course.
And they didn't prove anything, and they just sent the nigga off.
They didn't.
And they ignored the Supreme Court when they told them to bring the nigga back.
And they did. And their main crux.
Kamala Harris would have done none of this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't know. She wouldn't have done none of this. She probably would have done worse. Or we have no idea. We have no idea.
What could she have done that would have been worse than undermining human rights?
About the immigration camps, like, and amongst everybody, like, and you know, not everybody, but I've seen some senators talk about it. Both sides is just like, yo, the difference between the immigration camps now from when Kamala was in, from the people inside, it's just a completely different change. Like, they would talk about when Kamala was the border czar, or whatever they want to call it, the head of the border motherfucker.
Yeah, she fucked up.
They say that it was just a lot of bullshit going on, and probably because she might have been focused on other things, or it was just like, all right, that's my job, Cool. What else is going on? Because I have to get ready to run. And you know, it's like my thing is we don't know if this situation would have been, somebody was going to be mad regardless.
It does. It don't matter though. Like somebody was gonna be mad, but there's a difference between you feeling like I might have said something to offend you and me smacking you in the face, right?
Yeah.
Like those are two different severities of me fucking with you.
Of course. And
I feel like Trump is far worse than Kamala. Whatever bad Kamala would have been bad. And if it would have been happening, we should talk about it while it's happening and acknowledge that it's bad. We don't have to bring up that if Trump would have won, it probably would have been worse.
No,
who gives a fuck? We're dealing with this shit right now. And all I know for a fact is that Kamala Harris would have never been in a situation where something to this effect is happening, dog. And ignoring it like that, ignoring the Supreme. I don't think Kamala Harris is bold
she wouldn't
enough
have to. No, she
Kamala
wouldn't have
Harris
to ignore it.
is not bold enough to ignore the Supreme Court.
She's not bold enough to say what she wanted to do for the country. She's not. I agree.
And so that makes her evil. That makes her worse than the evil person like Trump, right? No.
It's no, but it's maybe.
It's no.
Because it's all contextual. Like the thing is, Kamala's words genuinely felt like they were other people's words. So it's like we have no idea what. Of course. Yeah, but hey, look, we're both doing the same thing. Like we're both talking about the other sides and it's good. But my whole point with the Dom thing was like, look, we're both in hell. Let's accept that we're both in hell. Let's not try to be putting ourselves on a different plateau. We both chose a side. And like we said on LOI the stream, Twitch, and previously an hour ago or 3 hours ago, is that the only way to win in this game is technically not play. If you're talking about like, yo, you didn't do what's right. You didn't do what's right. Nigga, we both in this shit.
That
it's
doesn't
like
justify,
I'm not trying to
justify nothing, dog.
But I'm saying
what is that
was
change?
Dom, I'm saying that was the crux of Dom, like
of his base. You chose the greater
my
of
thing
two
is
evils.
he was being
You chose the greater of two evils.
I guess. But my thing is they're both one side of the same coin. I chose a side, you chose a side. One side is doing one is doing some fucking goofy shit. We talked about it on LOI the stream. I know y'all getting annoyed hearing it, but you know it's working, trust me. But you know, this shit feel like a startup. I don't know if anybody has ever worked at a startup. I have. And, you know, it's different types. You know, you got your ones with the Series C funding. That's what the one I was at, you know, is the one more upper echelon one. But it definitely was like, oh shit, new rules today. Like, I fucking shorter lunch break. That's fucking crazy. And it's an egregious process, and fucking I hope more information comes out. Look, we're on the same path about this El Salvador. I don't want you to like, but I hope more information comes out about this shit, because why would you save the pictures? Like, does he have more information about this nigga?
No. It's optics. He plays political optics very well. That's how he won. He also has talking points that come from other people, but he just disguised it very well. And their talking points are a lot worse, which is fucked up. But we have to end this podcast. I think all it's going to take is for time to come around for niggas to really understand, like, okay, this is actually stupid. It takes people different amounts of time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's got to get really fucked up for Jay Noblez to acknowledge it.
It's not that it has to get real fucked up. It's just like
it does.
I'm not in fear yet. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm getting fear mongered, because I'm not in fear. Like,
you're getting fear mongered when they say they're eating the cats and the dogs. That's fear mongering, though.
Yeah,
you're getting fear mongering when you're
that
like, yo,
stupid.
this nigga's MS-13, nigga. It's happening to you right now. But we can't get into this because this is a 4-hour podcast, though. We have to stop eventually.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I love arguing with you niggas. I love y'all listening to us argue to each other.
Okay, we get it.
Can I not end my podcast?
Nah, nigga. I end this shit, nigga. Come on, man.
Yeah, you ended America. You ended this podcast.
Hey, I didn't.
Your vote ends a lot, brother.
Hey, damn, I bet
Go ahead, finish this off.
I bet if I tried to end capitalism, I could do that too. I'm so powerful, right, Lauren?
I hope you decide.
Faster than this nigga could. But I appreciate y'all for clicking on the video. to all the new Potty Mouth fans, welcome to fucking Menace Material. You know what I mean? I think this is the first time Potty Mouth and Menace Material collab. So please watch everything else inside this motherfucker, even the old 3 Oak episodes. They coming back too. But regardless, LOI the stream, Twitch TV, Tuesdays, 7:30 to 8 start time, which I already know what's happening. While LOI is part of the end of the show. Yeah. Y'all did beautiful, man. Keep leaving them, man. What's the question, Lauren?
Rate that trans woman 1 through 10.
Nah, man. Okay.
That's the question.
What about the capitalism?
What about it? We don't already have a fully fledged question.
How would you
just put it around the Bojangles thing then? What should minimum wage be? And is $12 an hour just a step in a moment in your time, or should that never be a moment you have to live?
I like that.
Tone groove.
J Nobles, white man on the boards.
Yep.
We out.
Splicky.